Hello, everyone. It's your favorite FGC Chibi. Ain't that right, Kuro?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we're here back at it again with the new, new Vibecast. And this time we got guest again, Kuro. Say hi, Kuro.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yeah, and of course we got Honorable sitting with us right now. So this might be a bit of a doozy one because we're going to have Mar joining later and probably Litton because everyone... So we're doing this a bit... This is episode 2 of season 2 already in the schedule. We're finally getting caught up. So this might be up, let's say, at max a week after it. Yeah, everything's all behind. But as you guys see, we're going to talk about EVO, and that's the only reason is up so soon. And even season 2 started because we got want to take a big break and all that stuff. But I was like, no, you know what? At this point, we'd have to go ahead and talk about this already so quick. So yeah, and Kuro, you've actually been watching a lot of the Vibecast, or hearing the Vibecast recently. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, actually, just got finished watching the latest one, the impromptu one.
Oh, Cap, yeah. We have a couple
Yeah.
of those. Some of those I need to put, which I think I'm gonna categorize the ones, like, you can probably tell the ones that are, like, super short. Those are, like, we just randomly talk. It's like, wait. I just press record. I'm like, all right, go.
But
Yep.
yeah, man, I appreciate you having me back. I'm looking forward to talking more about just uni, right? So
Yeah, true. And that,
should be hype.
yeah, and originally I was gonna get Kuro, actually, because we wanted to talk more about uni. I wanted to do a follow-up on that. But yeah, no, since Steve was like, oh, we're gonna have so much to talk about, and it's like, so this might be a bit of a long one, but you guys already know. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the edits. Yeah, actually, yeah, this is good just because we're having you again, and like I said, it is Vibecast. Start with good vibes. But what were some of your favorite topics or something? If you want to elaborate and give your own thoughts from the Vibecast, if you can recall any, like basically, what are some of your favorite topics? What your thoughts? If you want to, if not, you can just like, oh, these are my favorite, whatever. But I already know maybe what was your favorite times I went off. That's the last one.
I think I kind of enjoyed what you guys were talking about, like the Microsoft versus like Xbox and like Nintendo showcases, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how Sony's state of play was like kind of weak compared to the other two, but
And usually
I
it's
enjoyed that.
yeah.
And then also how you also were recently, this is like brand new stuff, like you were talking about and already like playing the new like SVC game.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. I've been playing the SVC game, and I have quite a bit to say about that.
Yeah, I'm wondering what you're going to say about that because like I haven't picked up the game yet, but I am planning on picking it up probably sometime this week, actually.
Yeah, no. I highly recommend getting it. So the reason why I got it early, for those who are wondering, like generally, you guys already know sale, and you already know I quit plus because it's bullshit. But the reason why these games, I hate 5K people for this, you can go check out that video, is that giving these people money, it shows that you actually want this. If you buy it on something that doesn't really, they're like, oh, they just bought it because whatever. There's no real demand. That's why I said I have to buy this as soon as possible. Because I do want a Capcom versus SNK to happen, which I think will happen, if I'm being honest, but I want to further support that, right? Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
as much as they say that the Capcom test doesn't exist, that's a load of BS. And you remember in the Vibecast, right? Kuro was talking about that's a load of BS. It's just common sense. Like right now, if you could just breathe, Kuro, would you not be like, yo, I'm gonna capitalize on breathing? Then you get more money. Like, that's just common sense. Yeah, right. Yeah, but you remember that, right? When I went off on that in the Vibecast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like, I think at some point, like Capcom will probably either release, because like probably first a like CVS collection that has like 1 and 2, or like in the far future probably come out with like a third game, right?
I'm hoping a third game. I'll be honest. I think they're gonna release a collection first to really test the waters,
Right.
and then we'll probably. But I think there's gonna be likely a 3 because the director even stated he definitely wants a CVS 3 and NBC 4. So
Yeah, he said like he straight up said that he would love to see like more like Marvel games in the future.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't have high hopes for Marvel purely because of Disney, and they're just gonna ruin everything. But at least we have TVC to fall back on, you know. No, but yeah, no. Anything else you want to add on before we move on to? I guess we're kind of already transitioning and wait to the FGC talk. Yeah, just because only like so you're pretty caught up then. The reason I've been releasing them slightly slow, and I've been asking your. But like, remember, don't feel free to check them out. Each streams and everything, specifically Axe and Core and Uni and other stuff.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. No, because I've been thinking, like, I think of you as my target demographic. It's again, whenever someone says, okay, look at one person, that's like, okay, is Kuro caught up? If Kuro's not caught up, then no one's caught up. That's why, if you've been wondering why some of them might be slow, like, no, I want to make sure it's a decent pace so Kuro can catch up. Because I know some of them can be a bit long. So hopefully you've been appreciating the pace I've been releasing these Kuro.
That's so. And like I said, like I tend to like listen to them while I'm doing other stuff, so it's like good to listen to, like get caught up on some of these news because you do cover some topics that I don't like either see or you just like know about.
Right. That's why when I did do the new segment beforehand, that did pretty decent. And you guys, oh, my controversy videos, you like those at least too? Like that's
That depends on the topic, but yeah. In general, yeah.
Because like, dude, I don't need. This is the thing. The reason why I do this, and I mentioned it before, is that I didn't think that being able to talk about games, especially because I don't care. We already know I don't care. I make my own shit. I don't like even EVO. I didn't watch anything, and yet somehow shit just still reaches me, and it doesn't reach other people. It's like how? Like, am I just in so deep it just comes to me? Like, damn, bro. But yeah. Anyways, like I said, so just know that as far as this recording of this at 7:23, not time. I'm talking about July. It's July 23. We are only like there's only one episode for season 1 that's about to get released. It's the final episode. That's gonna be the 4-hour one, the biggie. So look forward to that one. It's probably gonna be out tomorrow or the day after, and then from there, season 1 and season 2 are gonna be right back to back. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, yeah, we're pretty much already officially started in a sense. But I want to start. Well, honorable. Before we move on, did you want to say anything what we were talking about before, or are you good?
I mean, it's just a bit of a nitpick, but that Hugo clip that's been surfacing around from the third strike on EVO.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Listen. It's just the small nitpick of people calling it EVO moment 38, which is so wrong. Because there's already a bunch of quote-unquote 38 moments. I think it should just be called EVO moment 24, because it happened in year 24.
And you know, wait, Kuro, do you know the lore behind why EVO moment 37 was called 37?
I think I heard. I think you might have mentioned it before, but like, didn't someone like just randomly pick a number?
Yeah. And you know what's funnier about that? Statistically, 37 is the most popular number between 1 and 100, which is super crazy.
Like, it really is.
Yep. And because they didn't think, like, fuck it, we'll just say 37. That way more people can go, oh, there's more moments like this, and that's really it. And no one bothered to categorize and number it. And I hate that it's all like I guess we'll start out with this. You, Kuro, you know I am one of the 112 people that still play that fucking game, right?
Yep.
What do you think my thoughts are as a third strike player about EVO being at Street Fighter 3?
I mean, I would imagine you're hype. Like, I know some people were kind of like worried to be like the usual top tiers, but no, I thought there were some actual like good characters. Like we saw like the Hugo moment, like that was hype, man.
See here, so fun. You might not be too surprised. I guess some people might, but I did not care.
Really?
I mean, it's cool, but here's my problem, right? Like, I guess I will hopefully Mark Shop. I could bring him up to date. But EVO isn't what it used to be. It doesn't have the notoriety that it used to have, and especially after the whole Wizard scandal, it kind of made it look like, oh, it's fake, it's not real. You know, it feels too fake. I'm gonna be honest. And to me, I tolerated it, but now as I have a mad deep hatred for Smash and its player base specifically, it's like, dude, if you were truly about like the best, like to me, it was like the Olympics in a sense. But then that illusion got shattered when I'm like, oh no, they don't really care about because they would pick games like, again, why is Smash in there at all? Number one, like you say, like it's not the integrity's not there. It just isn't, and that's why to me it deflated the value. And then when I saw EVO Japan could exist, and that there are a lot of potential people that could be better that aren't playing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not the premier event anymore, and it stopped being. Even a lot of Japanese players also agree with that sentiment. It really isn't the premier event anymore, right? I mean, heck, Combo Breaker's better, and even Combo Breaker is still not held to that kind of stat. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, we talked about the state of esports right now. It's just not, you know, it's just my mentality, and a lot of people are the same. And it's cool that it's there, but at the end of the day, it's not like I watch random clips in Street Fighter, the official Japanese channel, and they're so much better. You know what I'm saying? Like people are seeing a lukewater version of their stuff. Like if people enjoy it, that's fine, right? Like I'm not saying, oh, it shouldn't be like whatever. But to me, as someone who like actually plays the shit and knows the scene, like, I could care less. It's just like, you know, like, first of all, I don't give a shit about Chris G. I think that dude's ugly. The only person they had I liked or cared about was Smug. Because it's Smug. I'm not downplaying, like, clearly they're good, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, good example, Kuro. Imagine if it was a uni tourney. And it was just like, it was like me and Honorable and all the other dudes. Like, okay, cool, you might be there for the personality or something. But then it said the other half was a bunch of randoms. Like, okay, I don't really care. Not a single pro player, you know, including yourself. Would you not kind of like, okay, cool, sure, the people enjoy. But wouldn't you feel a certain way about that? If you get what I'm saying?
I mean, in terms of like what you're talking about, I think I'd feel like, yeah, like some people are like being left out, and it's like not a temptation.
Exactly. That's my biggest problem.
A perfect example of this when Chris G showed up in pools for Third Strike.
I don't like
it. Wasn't anything spectacular, but it was more like a wait, what the fuck?
Right.
Wait, he's playing Scene? What is wrong? Or Sean? I'm sorry, Sean.
I was about to get you.
It was like, what is this dude doing? And then he won his pools, and it was like, what the fuck happened? And then he dropped.
Yeah,
it was just like there was like weird, like surprising moments of like character picks and people who showed up to play.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think what I will say that the main thing I can take out from Third Strike, why I am happy, is that people get to go and play it at a big major, and it's very rarely the main, like that's the main thing I clearly like for it, right? Like that's why I'm not like if you're a normie and you went to sign up, no, you are the main reason I'm happy Third Strike's there, right? Fuck the people who think like, you know what I'm saying, like I don't like Chris G at all. I don't care. Like I said, if you're not Kuroda, Daigo, like I don't give a fuck about you as a quote Third Strike player. But you're normies, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a gatekeeper, is what I'm saying. I'm a gatekeeper to the people who think, oh man, I'm one of the 112 people. No, you're not, bitch. There's 112 of us, and I know all 111 of them. Shut up. You know, like a good example, fucking 4C Joe, who I co-commentated with. I don't think he might have been there actually. He might have, but I doubt it because he has a clean ass Makoto. You know, but regardless, like I said, to me, them prepping it up is like, again, I feel like they should have really said like it was a side event, but as a main title, which is really all it was. And I would have liked if outside of Smug, no well-known personalities were in there. Like it was purely for like the average person. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here looking out for the little guy. That's what I would have preferred to see. Like, because it's not a real representation of high-level third strike in this. I mean, it had its moments, right? But I would love to. You don't really see low-level third strike gameplay, and I would have loved to seen it, honestly.
There was a lot of it in pools, though. It's just none of those people made it to grand finals.
Or, I mean, I don't know how much of it
just
was on stream.
Even into finals. Sorry,
because that's one of the biggest problems.
A lot of it actually was on stream.
Okay.
I was watching third strike since day 1, 2, and
well,
3. So I can tell you, like, for certain, like, dude, there was like mid-low tier picks. Surprisingly, not a whole lot of high tier picks. I mean, it's just the people who were using the low tiers and mid tiers switched to S tiers.
I mean, look, the thing about Third Strike, more than any other fighting game, it's the most played out of passion. There's no cap, because it's one of the deadest fighting games of all time, but it has one of the most committed dead players. I know, because remember, like I said, there's 112 of us. You can literally count us, dog. And you know what else I want to shout out to my fellow Third Strike players? This is how you know we're real or fake. You say it's a dead game, we'll sit there and be like, yeah, you're right. Meanwhile, the other players, our game's not dead. Shut your bitch ass up. Your game is dead if you ain't MK, Street Fighter, and Tekken. Like, that's just cap. All right? Same, right, Mr. Dead Game player, Kuro? You can vouch. And mind you, he's actually one of the lesser dead games. Under Night's popular by Third Strike standards. But you're gonna say, like, see, he's even laughing. Like, meanwhile, every person I've noticed that's like, I call him a bitch. They just, my game's not dead. All right, sure, bro. Keep telling yourself that. Tell me why you spend an hour trying to find a match in your lobby, dog. You know? But yeah, no, like I said, all of them, like, no, we joke about it, bro. We joke about the fact our game is dead. Like, we know that shit's dead. Literally, Third Strike players, the Third Strike community is the only community out of all the dead fighting games that embraces the fact that we're dead. Every other one, not so much for some reason, bro. I mean, I don't know, what can you get a test, Kuro? Because every time I talk to some uni players, they get booty hurt if you call it dead for some reason. It's like, dude, just, it is what it is.
It's like the usual stuff. It's like a Discord fire is what they say, right?
Right.
Game. But like a lot of the people like that play it, like they don't mind that fact, right?
Ah, cool. Good to see. So it's not so it's mainly just some people. So it's a loud minority in a sense, then.
In a way, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want to give shit. Because it's like I said, it's some people are just too vocal. Like I said, it's some particular uni players. I haven't seen like a bunch of them say that, and a good amount of them are cool as fuck. You know, same with accent.
Like, the uni community as a whole is like really chill, I'd say.
True, yeah. Actually, the anime community, yeah, they're definitely. I remember there's a female player that said that she would always get hit on when it came to Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, but the anime players would leave her alone. And I was like, shout outs to us, but I feel like part of it's because they can't talk to bitches. But hey, anime community looking good, so we'll take it. That's a good dub on y'all end, right?
You know, a very rare moment of an anime community not being the most down bad, detestable person.
It also could be because they already have their fight stick with Overwatch characters naked, which I seen at an actual local. I was like, damn, he really came in with that?
I was about to say, like, characters in anime games, like they already say with that, right? Like,
yeah, like I said, to me, again, I'm pretty sure I'll say this much. They're definitely cool. On night, anime players definitely see I think there is some legitimacy to it because you watch something, not even a single dude try hating on you. I think it does speak louder for the anime community. And again, from what I've seen, they're really chill. But I've also seen that some of them are just either socially awkward or they're 100% that dude that says, I only have, like, legit, they only believe in anime waifu, they don't care for 3D. Like, people like that actually exist. I'm just mind blown. And there's definitely a number of those people in the fighting game community for anime. But I feel like it's a big thing, right? They can't talk to girls, they're too shy, whatever. Or they got, no, you can't beat me from my Kagome or some bullshit. And then the other three's like, no, we're just chill. You know, so shout out to the anime community for being a friendly space for the waifu, actual
Good luck
IRL
in your
waifus.
pools.
Also, I'll say this much, maybe Kuro can agree. I think anime fighting games have much better waifus than most other fighting games. Even though some of the sexualization is more over-exaggerated, but I'm like, it's fitting, though. That's the difference. It doesn't feel like Street Fighter, we're like, this Egyptian cute waifu.
Oh,
put her in toilet paper.
I thought you were going to say dead or alive.
No, that gets a pass. That's the point. That's the exception. But would you agree, Kuro, that anime fighters tend to have better waifus in terms of playability and likability as a character?
I would say so, because like the thing with that is, like a lot of these anime fighters tend to have like they go really deep into like the lore and the characters themselves. So like, yeah.
True. Yeah, and they're very outside of Street Fighter. I feel most female characters are very neglected. Just look at Tekken. I mean, literally, Xiao Yu is just Sakura from Naruto. On God, like think about it. We have emo Sasuke Jin ripoff. We got the Virginia ripoff, which is Kazuya. And then you got the, oh my god, Sasuke, you know, or in her case, Jin. But and then you see, it's like Naruto. It's like, no, I want my boyfriend Harang. I love that. That's a meme in the community, dude. It's like, oh yeah, so it's my boyfriend Jin and his boyfriend Harang. Me and Clockwork are going in, and it's like I'm not. See, just so no one knows. Oh, I'm this, bro. I actually would rather ship Harang and Jin over Xiao Yu. I can't stand it. She is such just a token character, and that's what I'm getting at. Like you could get rid of Xiao Yu, I wouldn't care as a character. I already hate fighting her, but as a character, I'm like, dude, she is just Sakura 2.0. She is annoying. But if you sat here and told me, yo, we can't have Morrigan and Darkstalkers or Noellers and Blaze Blue, I would bust bricks. I'm like, how dare you? No, the waifu stays. You know? Yeah, sorry, random tangent about waifus, but man, what started this? Man, how do we go from Third Strike to this? Jesus Christ! Welcome to the Vibecast, everyone.
Well,
what were you gonna say, Honorable?
Oh, I was gonna ask if we already discussed the uni thing first.
Oh no, okay, yeah. If you want to, that's fine. Anything you want to end off?
No. You guys.
No. I was gonna say, but it was only closing thoughts. Did you want to add anything to that, Kuro, as far as the waifus and the Third Strike stuff? Or are we good?
I mean, I think we're good. Like, just like a shout out to like KOF though for like their waifus. Like KOF is
like,
true?
Thank you.
KOF
actually, yeah, no, good shit. Yeah, no, they actually have. I love Angel, bro. She is an actor. She's the only bitches that you can have half naked and be over exaggerating. Oh, look at my is the Latinians, specifically Mexicans and Brazilians, because I'll vouch they really like that. They really are, bro. Like when I seen Angel, I was like, hey, that's probably like my prima or some bullshit. Like, but she's white. Like, do you have any idea how different colored we are in Mexico, bro? Like, I could be dark as shit. Both my brothers are white as fuck. Y'all have never actually visited my country, have you? I like that KOF actually not only accurately represents our skin color, the waifu too. Like, yeah, that looks par for the course. Also, have you been in some parts of Mexico? They're hot as hell. Angel's attire is par for the course. But anyways, yes, the shout outs to Angel. She's a great waifu character. For two reasons. But anyways, yeah. That's my whole thoughts on Third Strike, and I'm glad that you agree with me, Kuro. Again, no hate. Glad if you enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say no. But yeah, let's
I feel like there's definitely a scene for people like me who are like not superly competitive, but they also really like to just watch like amateurs and mediocre players just play and have a quote unquote cool moment.
Right. And you know, I think
but when you have like the people who always show up for Third Strike no matter what, like Issei, you know, he plays Yun, but like, you know,
it gets boring.
Without him, it gets boring.
No, even with him, because like
he doesn't make the matches really intense, even though he chokes sometimes. To be fair,
I just get tired of seeing the same faces sometimes. That's really what it is on the cap. Especially if we want to grow, we need to stop seeing the same faces on the cap. We need to let other people show. Like we need, like I said, me and Var we'll see when Mar comes in. We'll talk about it more so we can elaborate. But yeah,
like I was saying, like there's definitely a scene where it just appeals to people like me who are just like new faces, people who are playing, you know, not Chun-Li, not Yoon. Oh, it's always refreshing. It's always exciting to see things.
Right, and the thing is, that's why the Sage. Remember, you guys know the sjam slam, right? Where they have like VTubers. Like we need more of that. That's why Japan Street Fighter's killing it. Dude, let's get all the VTubers to play Street Fighter. Oh, genius idea. Who would have thought? Pre-existing audience, and then I'll do fucking Subaru. Shout out to Subaru for getting master rank, you know? But, like, and it's showing, and you know, that kind of thing shows people, like, oh, so this is why people get into fighting games. We need to see, like, we need to see that growth. There's not a lot of that, you know, like me going from little nooblet to, like, oh, I'm barely a master rank, but, you know, I got it. I like that Subaru was honest. Like, you know, I got it. I might not be as good as the rest. Like, it made it sound like she was vulnerable, but no, she understood that, like, dude, I got lucky I'm in master rank. I've seen actual master rank players. They would clap me. I'm like, yes, I would clap you, Subaru. You're free to me. But proud, you know, still proud on you for getting your master rank a year later. Good job. I'm proud of you, little VTuber girl. But the one thing I want to add about Third Strike to me is, like I said, just before we go to uni, is that it was there about the characters. I think Third Strike more than any other fighting game, especially boomer fighting games, like people do not like unless you like. This is the thing, people only really care about teaching if you care about winning. And a lot of the old school people, like I said, there are tournaments and there's money on the line, sure. But most of the time, especially Third Strike players, like I think only have like the reason people, and especially in the fighting game community, no, even in the fighting game, and you can agree, Kuro, people pick up outside of Street Fighter. I'm gonna be honest. Picking top tiers is like an option. People would rather pick a character they fucking vibe with than a top tier, you know? Like, unless, like, only in old school games, the only thing is they say don't pick. That's it. Outside of that, you will see people pick B tiers, C tiers, A tiers, like in Third Strike in particular, I can answer that because of Parry.
It's the character expression.
Right. And the only reason
100% is the character expression.
Right. Like to me, I'll say this much. I feel like half of the people who do pick Yun and Chun are just bitches. I'm gonna keep it real. Like they're not actual Third Strike players. Like they don't care about actually playing Third Strike because that's what the other Third Strike players even look at you. Like the ones who do unironically, you could tell like, oh no, he's just a Yun guy, right? I feel like 99% of Chun players are like just degenerate bitches. They don't actually play Third Strike. But Ken and Yun players, like, no, they just really like Ken and Yun, and I fucks with that. But even then, again, I see, I think, more Urian and Hugo gameplay and Makoto than I do the main top tiers, you know? So I think for Third Strike, that was never the issue, if I'm being honest. Also, I'll say this much. Chun, Ken, and Yun, maybe not Yun as much, they're kind of boring characters to pick. Like, I talked about it before. I feel like half of the screen of Third Strike doesn't exist. Like, why would you pick generic bitch with buns who's been in the game since forever? And even Ryu, arguably, to a degree. The only reason I think Ryu gets picked more is because he's saucy as fucking Third Strike. Exactly, Denjin. Because again, even you couldn't be Kuro. Wouldn't you
be?
Who am I gonna use? I call them the human characters. So that's like people who have to explain your Ibuki, whatever. Or would you pick Q, Urian, Dudley? Like they just look cooler, bro. And that's why to me, Third Strike half the cast doesn't exist. Like literally when we played Third Strike at the crib, no one uses Makoto. Nobody really uses Chun at all. You know what I'm saying? Like Third Strike is a different game in my crib. Like you see in our cast like the main characters everyone likes to see. Q, even 12, even randomly we'll just fucking pick 12, and I'll pick Sean even though I know he's ass.
Bro, don't mention my 12 gameplay, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? I feel like Third Strike more than anything is because the low tiers are cool, and it not. And the thing is, look at MVC2, with the exception of a handful of characters like Geef and even CVS, good example, like Hugo's actually low tier as fuck in that game. Most fighting games, and that's why I love old ones, the less cool the character, the more low tier they are, and I kind of wish it stayed that way. Where it's Third Strike, it's a weird thing where like some of the coolest characters are low tier. And I think that's why Third Strike doesn't have this problem. You know? Like Q, he's like, well, I feel like people keep saying he's low tier. It's like, I find it hard to say he's low tier when there's like more low tiers than him. Like I'd say he's like a low mid tier. I feel like some people over exaggerate. And he has one of the best taunts in the game. Like, fuck off. But, I mean, good example. To me, like, I always say, like, dude, if people still viably play Hugo, it just goes to show you how the core mechanics of Street Fighter balances it out. Not that it makes it easy. That's all tiers are. But I think tiers, in a sense, are the most suggestive in Third Strike than any other fighting game purely because of Parry. And I think it benefits grapplers the most. And that's why I think Geef and Hugo will never be, like, super bad in Third Strike and 6 because Parry inherently is for grapplers, because like you can't grapple a command grab, and I didn't even realize I used Parry as a reaction, and I didn't know that Parry was intended as a read tool. I'm like, it is. I'm like, well, fuck me. And then there you go. What do grappler players mainly do anyways? Read. You know, so it's like, well, fuck me. That's why to me, like, that's why I actually want to fuck with in CVS with Hugo. Like, how much can I carry this dude? I'm gonna say this much spoiler: the Parry kind of sucks in CVS, but you know, it's a tool you can use. But yeah, and then we can transition to uni. And anything else? Closing thoughts? I know we're thinking on Thursday.
Closing, my actual final closing thought. Mm-hmm. I was surprised they brought back the dude Infinite who did the original rap.
Oh yeah,
for the finals on the Third Strike day 2, and I was like, oh,
that is nice.
Rapping again. Yeah. Let's be honest, the rap was really but still, it was cool that they brought him back.
True, fair enough.
Yeah,
I just wish the rap was better. I wish it was just as good as it was.
I mean, it's kind of hard.
But hey, what working for Drake does to a man, am I right?
Oh wait, he worked with Drake?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know. Yeah, Kuro, sorry. You were saying?
No, he's just like laughing.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. And then I want to talk about, so we're going to transition fully to uni now. Sorry, it's a good thing, though. Everyone's enjoying the conversations, right? No biggies. But the main thing I want to get is, I mean, what are your current thoughts on Under Night right now as it is? I'll let you kind of lead this one, Kuro.
I mean, as like someone who like really plays the game, I'm still like actively enjoying it. Seeing the game at Evo is like mega hype. I'm really hoping like, and I would assume like it put a lot more eyes on the game as a whole, right? And I think the game is in like, a pretty good spot right now. We're about to get like a DLC character, like the first one, like either today or tomorrow. And yeah, we already have like the other characters lined up for like next year. And yeah, there's most likely going to be a patch for the game too, so that's going to shake things up at the moment.
It's funny because you say that. I want to talk about specifically the notoriety and the player base of Under Night. And oh, actually, the player base jumped up a bit because of Evo, so it looks like you're not too wrong.
Yeah, I would hope so, right? Like,
but I feel like
also like on sale too, so like I'm sure more people picked it up during that.
So go get it on sale right now. So the main thing about Under Night is that what was it? I feel like it got its bump when it was one of the first titles to go from side to main title. I think that was the spotlight for Under Night. And I mentioned before, I think Under Night's not a great spectator sport if you don't really play the game. So I think the only reason it was a good showcasing was because of Squish, I believe, the best Akatsuki player, and I think he's easily one of the more interesting characters to watch play in Under Night, so we got lucky in that sense. But I feel like it's been an up and down hill personally from what I've seen from anecdotally from people I've talked to, and again Chicago FGC specifically, right? And me personally, like I said, I'm just not invested in the competitive scene from Under Night. I just don't think like I said, it's like Trifecta. I don't really care for it. I don't like the way it plays, and to me it doesn't, it's not something entertaining to watch, even if I know what's happening, right? But that's me personally. And it clicked to me when a Tekken player said I tried giving it a chance, but I watch it and I'm like, I can't get hype. And then I was like, you know what? No, I was like, you know what? I think this guy's cooking. He's got kind of a point. That's why I said, like, some games are just better spectator sports. Like, that's why Street Fighter has always been the main one. It's just really fucking, like, the thing is, best way to put it, everyone here, if you want to go watch Daigo versus Momochi. You don't have to play Street Fighter ever in your life. Within like 10 seconds, you can get what the fuck is happening. And I think that's such a beauty that Street Fighter has that no other fighting game has. And even Tekken, the people like Tekken can be kind of entertaining, but like, dude, the amount of people that don't actually get what's happening is insane for Tekken, bro. It's actually insane. You know how I know? Because there are people that unironically say that you don't need Korean backdashing for Tekken. That's how you know they don't know what the fuck's going on. Whereas Street Fighter, everyone knows you need footsies. Like, you could just like, oh shit, I see what he's doing, you know, like. But yeah, no. But that's just me.
I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I think you have like a good point on that, like especially for like Uni, like these other kind of more like niche anime fighters. Like it is a lot harder to tell like what's going on at the high level, like why people are like playing the way they are, like why they're doing what they're doing, right? So like as a spectator sport, as a spectator game, I see your point. I think this game with like the Uni 2 though, it did get a bit better just by virtue of the game kind of becoming like faster and like more aggressive than the previous game. The last one was a lot more focused on defense and like how the defense in that game was like actually stronger, right? So with this game, I think it still suffers the same problem as you said, but I think it's a little bit better.
And you know what's funny? I noticed this is a trend with a lot of fighting games. Like clearly, people, even same with like at professional fighting, people just like more aggression is just more entertaining to people, which is a sad truth. That's why Street Fighter 5 became more fast paced, and it's good for the spectatorship for Under Night. But what does that actually mean? Because when we start losing defensive options, that's when or offense gets prioritized over defense. It fucks over the higher level gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, I get, and it's a fine line. Do you really want to appease spectators or some people that might not even actually stick around for it, only to lose like a subset of your dedicated player base? You know, that's a super sticky subject that to this day in the FGC no one is nailing, except maybe someone currently in the voice chat who's working on one with a good balance of it. But we're not going to talk about his project yet.
Man, he sounds mysterious.
Very. Yeah.
I'm gonna need to get detective on that.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking Detective Vile. But the main thing I really want to get at is, how does it feel to you? How has the player base felt? As someone like, do you usually go on Discord, or can you actually find matches and lobby? And what's your personal perspective, and how many hours, and is it weekends? I want your actual personal feel. And then I'm going to give the actual numbers because I'm looking at Steam charts right now.
I mean, I think I get a bit of both, right? Like, I could obviously go to Discord and like ask for matches like any time. I've done that before. And then also, since I stream it, I usually have an open lobby, so like anyone who is or like wants to play just kind of like hop in at like whatever time I'm streaming. Yeah. But in terms of the actually just online itself, like it's much easier to find games. In like Clear's last game, like it would often be like dead. You'd have to straight up go to like Discord for like the matches there. But now I can just like hop onto the game, and there'll be like maybe a lobby or two, or like a lot of people are ranked. Like, people don't do so much like player matches in my experience, but they always do like ranked. Like, you just hop onto ranked, and there'll often be like people there. So that's like already an improvement from like the last game, right?
That's for sure. No, absolutely, because that was a huge struggle with the old ones. Like, yeah, that one. Yeah, like especially like everyone was super hyped for units. Like that was the one where I think I seen people the most hyped, and I think that's where a lot of people decided whether they can stick or not stick around with Under Night. And for me, I decided like, nah, Under Night's just my casual game, kind of like DNF. Like we already talked about it before. I clearly like Under Night. Very clearly. But I think at high level, I probably prefer DNF more than Under Night. But then it's more bullshit at higher level than Under Night, which is very weird. How to each their own, right? It's all preference, right? And it's funny. I to me, I'm kind of disappointed because I'm looking at the numbers, and like I think at launch, I could be wrong. You guys can check for me. It did worse than Eunice. Like in terms of like peak player base. So I was like that's why I said I think for sure people decide whether they fuck with it or not. But it's good to me. Okay, so it seems like people who actually are sticking around with it, like, it's looking clean for you guys. That's why you guys might be surprised to see that in the grand scheme of things, this is what matters, right? Well, Uni 2 is actually doing worse than Unist in terms of pure numbers in sales. That's what really matters, sadly, if we want to get to it. But again, at the end of the day, with the DLC, and if people are putting money, that's what matters even more. They have to squeeze you. People, I know a lot of normies hate DLC and fighting games more than any other genre from what I've personally seen, because I've been to GameStop. But we need it more than every other genre. That's the fucked up part. And I get it loops back to the fact that there's no real content. I feel this would be less of a problem if we like, actually had content.
That's why like the main DLC is always characters, because that's what like the games consist of.
Which is why I think Melty Blood did it the best, and I'm going to do a similar thing. Like, I think not having characters available is the biggest detriment to a fighting game. Because that can make or break if someone wants to play it. Like, good example, my brother's a guild player. If Street Fighter doesn't have guild, he could give 2 fucks less. Like, straight, it doesn't matter. That's one person not paying $60 for a game. And that's why I'm doing the Virtua Fighter route, where sequel comes out, no character left behind program. I don't care. I'm like, oh, but you don't, even to the point where I won't balance old characters, like, oh, but they're solo tier. I don't care. I'd rather have them in the game, because guess what? That person who's playing fucking insert low tier version of Captain America or some bullshit, he doesn't give a shit that he's good or not. He just like, man, I want to play the campaign with my boys. I want to play my boy and shit. That's all they care about. That's $60. All right, cool. Let me use the $60 to make a new character or to balance. Like, like, That's why Dragon Ball Fighters my bad. That's why I think Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi is one of the best fighters of all time. Like, obviously nowhere near at the level of competitive, but if we're talking about quality and a product, it's crazy that nothing touches Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Like, I'm hyped for Sparkling Zero for that shit to come out. And I know it's going to disappoint because they're not going to have as many characters, especially in the current climate and with Bandai being the publisher. You know? Just look at how they're treating Tekken. Enough said, right? But that's why, to me, like, yeah, I think what they did the route with Fantasy Star, or not that Fantasy Strike and Melty Blood were like, the characters are free. Everything else around them, let's say maybe colors or voices for announcers, will charge. And Under Night did that a little bit with Unis, and I was like, I want the Enkidu voice and Batista as my announcers because they're my favorite characters in that game. You know, I want the cute loli waifu and best boy.
And I think like Uni too, like did a good like middle ground, kind of like what you're talking about, where like if you bought the game early, like you just got the DLC for free, like you got the pass for free. But now if you like pick it up, like you do have to pay for them like individually now.
It's funny because I want to do a similar thing with my game, like because I felt like too many people get caught. Like I feel if someone's gonna pay for day one full price, you gotta have a bonus for them. I feel like Samurai Shodown started this, and I want to do the same thing, except I'm not gonna limit it to characters. I would say like items because we already know we're gonna have other aspects to the game. Which would make sense. Like I said, we're gonna have our campaign or some bullshit, or maybe it's so they could have early access. You know, something as like a thank you, and it's permanent, and it's only for people who bought it like early, right? That's something I plan on doing. Because it just feels it sucks.
Pre-order exclusives.
It sucks. You feel salty when a month later the game goes on sale, which is the trend. Like that's why, like, and even I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do that on purpose. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put it on sale quickly because I feel for a fighting game when like trying to keep the momentum is the most important thing. That's why I want to actually update it semi-frequently and not have a Halo Infinite situation. But most of it will be free because then I hate when people like nothing is more annoying when like, oh, here's the game and then here's the DLC. Like, bro, if something's DLC should be like, dude, Elden Ring knocked it out of the park. They're like, here's the base game. That's it. There was nothing in the works. Like, okay, we're doing this something. Okay, now we're gonna make extra shit. Like, if something's gonna be added as DLC, make it where you're working it after the game is done. Like, it's something like like. And to me, like, the sad state is it has to be updated. So a lot of this stuff will be technically already done. I'll just choose to release it later and patch it better to make sure it's all good. But I'm giving it for free. But because I have to keep people to come back because people like seeing new shit, right? That's why and like I said, until I see how things are, then I would actually have like DLC what I would charge for if I'm being honest. See, as it should be. Like, no, here's the base thing, here's everything. Some shit, like most of like I said, people bought it day one, they're just getting extra little bells and whistles. Oh, here's like 1,000 XP or some bullshit, right? Because they'll be like an RPG mode or whatever. Like I said, in the process, right? There's a lot of things. Which, by the way, there will be a secret episode, and Kuro will link it to you so you can watch it about me doing some dev stuff. Because you guys already know I have secret dev logs. I need to catch up to them. And also, I mini thing is, have you noticed how have your thoughts been on the editing? Do you feel the pacing is good for the Vibecast? Do you feel like there isn't no big long pauses for you, Kuro?
I would say so. Like, yeah, I didn't notice like anything in terms of the editing. So I think that's a good design, right?
And it's funny because right now actually, because you know how I do AI editing. I lost my subscription, and where I was thinking of getting it back. I've been doing it manually up until Vibecast episode 10. So I've been doing it manually, spending 2 hours, and that's why you've seen the timestamps. If you haven't seen the timestamp as much frequently, you guys have been too busy. But those have been AI edited because I'm using DaVinci Resolve 19 now, which has an AI feature built in. That's why I'm asking now, like, what are your thoughts on the new AI I'm using? Now I'm not paying for a sub. Like, by the way, it's $300, you guys. But it's worth it because now I don't have to spend all this time, dude. Like,
and it's like a one-time purchase, or?
Yeah, one time.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a subscription like I did with the other one with Wisecut.
I'm gonna be honest. I listened just for the audio. I can tell you 100% the audio is clearly fine. There is no long gaps or awkward moments.
And that's the main thing that matters.
Like I said, I literally just I put it on, turn off my phone, continue with my work as I'm hearing it in the background.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry, my inside tangent. But yeah, anyways, looping back to Under Night, what was I getting? Yeah, no, the DLC thing, yeah. And I think Melty Blood did a great job. And again, like we talked before, the price for 50 I feel was super fair for Under Night, but the problem is just the economy. And I don't think we can really fault Under Night for that, But to me personally, I just want to see the game do good, especially if it's like, because I'm gonna say this much, when I looked at the numbers for EVO, I couldn't help but be this, and apparently this is the highest entries. Like I think it's cool, like I said, but I said like esport, like I don't know, maybe I just care too much about numbers. Maybe I've gotten too involved in the esports scene, and like I want to see big numbers, $1 million, this shit. Like I said, and that's why I like say, and at the end of the day, I'm stepping away from this and I'm making my own game, right? So I'm very, I guess, in gaming in general, especially as you see, because I got burned from Street Fighter, but. Yeah, so maybe, like I said, it's not like I place out of it because I want Under Night to do bad, but I'm just like, man, I ain't hype. I don't give a fuck. But glad to see the people like that. At the end of the day, the people at the bottom line, that's what matters more, right? Who gives a shit about one dude's opinion who got fucked over competitive, right? It's all about the people who will grow to be little Carmine players, right? God knows. Anyway, speaking of, how good are your Carmine videos doing? Actually,
I mean, they're doing all right. Like, I think that the most recent one I put out, I put out like a combo video for like Carmine. That's like doing good numbers for me at the moment.
Oh, nice. And by the way, big shout outs to people like Carmine. Like, right now they might not be doing it, but in the future there will always be people that can fall back. Again, like you're looking forward to my Street Fighter videos when you get into Street Fighter 6, are you not?
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what people don't realize. Like these are good like archive things for people, and I'd say they'll blow up in the future for sure. You know, because it's just a very appealing
is
game.
The best tsundere.
You say who?
Carmine is the best tsundere.
Dude, oh, he is. By the way, did you play? I mean, and well, I'll get into that. But yeah, any more thoughts? I guess on internet that you want to go off of? Besides, especially what I was saying, as far as like, it doesn't feel like you said, it's definitely like a Discord fighter of sorts, but it's very healthy for what it is right now. Especially, I think part of it's because of the rollback. Wouldn't you agree? Because it's actually fucking.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like a lot of people actually did come into the game and like get into it just because of the rollback was added.
Yeah, I feel like for sure Under Night's living proof that adding rollback to a game won't make it bigger or better. Well, I mean, definitely better, but it's there to just make the existing community happy, you know. And I think that's always a good thing. It's never a bad thing, you know. But yeah, like I said, we just need that title that can make fighting games. Like I don't think fighting games aren't mainstream. I hate when people say they're niche. Like they're definitely not niche, but they're not as mainstream as they used to be in the 80s and 90s, right? Like why didn't Street Fighter 6 sell as much as Black Ops 2? Like, you gotta say, like, here's the thing. The reason why I want to say fighting games, like, we're lucky. Fighting in itself isn't a niche. You know what is? Like, sports titles. Because I don't count normies and dudes who play NFL and FIFA. Like, you know, we don't really play sports games, right? But all of us at least played the like FIFA Street or NFL Street. Like, or the Mario sports games. Am I not wrong, Kuro? You've played at least one technical sport game, right? Not counting.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't mind playing? Like, oh, it's a cool, fun game. Like, a lot of these games have kind of died down in a sense. And fighting games aren't that. They're not because here's the thing. We're all monkeys. I said it before. We like to, and we have two things. Either blow shit up, go survival mode, that's what we like, open world, or we actually physically beat each other up. Fighting games are the peak of that. We have better combat than Call of Duty knifing, any other third person or even hack and slash games, and they're all popular. Like Devil May Cry sold good. Fucking Assassin's Creed sells good. Am I not wrong? That's primarily a combat game with stealth. Am I not wrong?
To
like
say Dynasty Warriors.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like the core Dynasty. You gonna say? You get what I'm saying, cool, right? Like all of them, as long as a fist is being thrown, boom, fighting. And who doesn't like to beat ass? Fighting games are that, but the peak of that. And somehow they're not getting Black Ops 2 numbers. It doesn't logically make sense. Because Call of Duty is the peak of things go burr. And yet somehow Street Fighter... And again, it's mainly just content. I really think it's purely just content and advertisement. You know, that's... Because, I don't know. Like I said, there's people want to get into fighting games. VTubers, like, come on, bro. If random chicks and VTubers want to get into it, it shows you that it's not a niche topic. Right? It's not... And even, hey, good example, something that people thought were going to be niche was Sims. And no, it has a very big female demographic, really obviously. But same with Animal Crossing. Like, those are technically more niche, but they get a fuck ton of players, you know? But that's what I'm really getting at is I really want fighting games to be, like, mainstream again. You know, because in Japan, it feels... In Japan, fighting games are actually sort of more mainstream than shooters in the main... As far as the gaming community is concerned, not so much the normie community. There is a difference, right? But over here, it's like both gaming and normie community people don't seem to talk about fighting games as much. And it just pisses me off. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bitch. I don't know. I get pissed when fighting games aren't at the forefront. Like, bro, who gives a shit about Call of Duty, bro? I'm going to keep it real. Like, after Black Ops 2, like, who actually cares? Like, that was the last really good COD outside of Cold War, bro. That's just me. And that's, mind you, that's someone who plays everything, right? But, I don't know. I mean, Kuro, your thoughts?
I feel like the example you just gave like kind of showed that there's like the audience out there, that there's like people willing to try fighting games, but the games just have to be there for them. Like there has to be that game that they're having an interest in, or like has like the content that they're interested in, like the first place.
Yeah, no, thank you. Very well put, sir. Like I said, you know, it's not like there's some developer who's seen this and said, "Fuck it, I'll make it myself." There's definitely not someone doing it. And then he's gonna add game modes on the side because, oh God forbid you have more than 2 modes. Oh. And one of them's definitely now the rhythm game mode where you can play the soundtrack of the game and learn combos while you're doing it. No. To emphasize that fighting is rhythm. No, definitely not. No.
Man, this guy sounds like he's a fan of a particular game that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, true. Anyways, yeah, no. But is there anything else that you want to talk about Under Night specifically as far as balancing too?
Not really. Like, there's a bit more like top here, so there's like a lot more complaining about some of the characters now because like overall the cast was like buffed. Some characters like a bit more so than others. So there's like a bit of like volatility in terms of like the characters that are like winning and stuff and doing pretty well. But otherwise, no, I'd say it's like as good as ever. If you look at like the top 8 and stuff like of the Evo tourney for it, like there's a good amount of character variety. There's some surprising like characters that like weren't really up there, like kind of like the top 24, top 48. But otherwise, like I think the game's like very like balance in terms of you could just like literally pick anyone, like win with them.
True, Under Knight's always been one of the more balanced ones next to like I feel like just Under Knight's characters are some of the most balanced without sacrificing. Like the thing is, I'll say this again: balance. Like Street Fighter 4, I forgot which version was one of the most balanced fighting games of all time. Nobody liked it because when you start to balance, you start to homogenize a cast. I know there's a dude who's
right, yeah.
And Tekken is the best example.
Vanilla or super?
No, not vanilla was bad busted. It was one of the super versions, so it was a patch, and then they went to Ultra, they changed everything. Here's a good example of what I mean, you guys. In Tekken 5, Steve Fox had a 9-frame jab. For those who don't know right now, the fastest move you have outside of Yoshi's Parry is a 10-frame jab. Steve Fox got nerfed, and they gave him a 10-frame. Okay, balance him up, but like, doesn't that sound like bullshit to you? Kuro, wouldn't you think the boxer would have the fastest jab in the game, and that's what makes him
I was about to say, yeah, I would think so, right? Yeah.
And this is why I mean Street Fighter is better. Oh, Zangief doesn't have a 3-frame. He has a 4-frame. Like, these unique differences makes it so you can... It's something super small and it only affects high level. But I feel like too many people care way too much about balancing because in the reality it is, and especially Tekken players, you just don't want to admit that either you suck or your character sucks and you don't want to pick a better character for that money, and you want to be a little bitch. Oh, my stupid little Cammy, little bitch. Like, no, shut up. This is why I hate balancing. Balancing is only for like sweats. Real people don't care about balancing. Heck, I play competitive and I don't care about balancing. I'd rather. It's a good example. I feel JoJo's is a really super good fighting game. Not the arcade one's good too.
JoJo's is such a good fighting game.
Here's the thing. Why do I like the PS3 one more than the arcade one? Because that one feels more faithful not only to its IP, but it feels unique. It's actual unique shit. Some of it might not be balanced, but it doesn't matter. That's what video games are supposed to be, unique and different. And my problem with fighting games is they're kind of homogenized, honestly. I feel the inputs should stay. Like, all fighting games should have ABC. Like, that stays, because no one wants to try to relearn controls, right? Call of Duty set that standard. That, sadly, as much as it sucks, every game just has to have ABC now. If you're not Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, have ABC. Please, I'm not trying to relearn a button scheme, dog. So that stays. But make characters different. Like, no one wants to sit here, like... And that's why I say, if you play one anime fighter, you can play literally all of them, and that's a good and a bad thing, in a sense. But anime fighters have the luxury that quarter circle... It's like MVC. Everybody has ABC quarter circle, but it's different for everybody in MVC. You know? Like, quarter circle for Virgil's not the same for quarter circle for Wesker. And then, you're playing the character. Like, I feel like that's a really great approach. And at the end of the day, you're not sacrificing like, oh, this quarter circle for this character is better than this one. Instead of where modern fighting games want to be like, no, everybody gets the same. Oh, no, they're the opposite. Everybody has different inputs and different buttons, but the purpose is the same. It's like, okay, you're doing quarter circle back, you're doing quarter circle forward, but the frame data and everything is exactly the same. Then why am I picking this character? And that's my biggest problem with Tekken. And that's why Korean players are actually the best ones. They're not good players, right? Like, if you get one of the best Lars, especially, or name anybody. I like watching Japanese, and everyone agrees, when you watch Japanese players can play like a lot of players outside of maybe Mexicans, they play the character, and that's why I love Japanese players. They are like me. They love immersion. Like, when you see me play, like, even if you look at my face changes depending who I'm playing. Fun fact. If I'm playing Hugo, I try to make a Hugo face. If I'm playing Lars, I make a Lars face. Japanese players are like that, but they don't show their face. But you can tell it when they're playing. Like, I saw a Lars player, and I was like, he's playing Lars. Like, you can tell he's like, how can I make this character look? Korean players don't play like that. They simply play Tekken. Tekken players will be happy, like, literally, I swear to God, give Tekken players, get rid of the character, make him a blank slate, like literally like a T-pose character, and then, do you want a rushdown character? Okay, give him the rushdown moves, or do you want a mid, or do you want Dragunov? Okay, there you go, that's it. They'll be happy with just 3 characters, they're bland, and then maybe that one dude who actually wants to play real Tekken, and it gets a Mishima that goes, do ya? Oh, do you want fast, do ya? Do you want better health? Because that's all it is. These characters are just fucking, and the craziest thing is the Mishimas are the better ones, because, like, okay, they're more unique, like, good example, fucking Reina has one of the easiest hell sweeps, but it's nowhere near as rewarding as Devil Jin's. Oh, actually, Jin's is kind of ass. I'm not talking about Jin's. Or Kazuya. Like, Kazuya's the better counter hit one, has more rewarding electrics. You don't electric as much with Reina, and Reina has the fastest electric out of everybody. Like, everybody, like, oh, you want speed? Reina. Do you want chunky damage? Kazuya. Do you want a good fucking mix? You go Devil Jin. Like, Devil Jin has the best hell sweep because you can combo from it. Dude, can we talk about why Devil Jin is so fucking sick and bolstered? What? Have you guys seen his hell sweep? A quick question. Have you guys seen Devil Jin's hell sweep in Tekken 8?
Yes.
Kuro?
I'm sure I've seen it, but I haven't seen like much of it, like
when
comboing.
When he does so he has 2 versions. He has again, that's why he has the best hell sweep, right? Like, he doesn't have the best Oki. Like, Kazuya has the best one because he can, like, forward 4, he's plus, and if he presses down 2, he's safe, and if you press button, counter hit, right? Kazuya's the best one for baiting you out of the 3 Mishimas that I can think of because I don't play enough Jin. I play the other 3. But Devil Jin has the best hell sweep. He literally hell sweeps because he has one version where he does the overhead one in case you do block. I think I could be mistaken. And then okay, he's plus. But the other one, if you get the full commitment, you do quarter circle or shoryu, 4 or circle for those you get, and then you do it again, and I think until 1+2, and he does a laser, which is the coolest shit on earth. Like, just, and it launches. It launches, bro. And then my homie busted his nuts when I was hell sweeping. Like, I was like mishima dashing, then I hell sweep, and he's like, God damn it. And then he saw the laser, and then I did rage art. He's like, what, you can combo from that? I'm like, dude, this character's stupid. It's so cool. Like, you know what? Yeah. But look at that. Why do the mishimas, even though clearly they're like, let's just tweak them a little bit, have more creativity and uniqueness than most of the Tekken cast? And that's why, to me, Tekken's so fucking boring. Like, they're all the same character. Like, a good example, here's a situation. In Street Fighter, when people say people don't have good defensive options, in Street Fighter refers to one of two things. Either they don't have a reversible DP, or the reversible super is really bad, whether it has late startup, or it's janky, but primarily it's referring to their normals, and if they have a DP or not. Good example. Ryu is solid, clearly, all shotos, because they have a DP. So if you jump or something, they can invincible. Oh, say if you do a tight string or you try to do a fake meaty, they can jab you. Like, good example, there's a string, right? In Street Fighter 5 when you had strings. You would go up against a character, go in the corner, do like an overhead, and then like if you do it meaty, you're like, oh, you're -4 or -3, for example. And then you could keep pressing your button against the Geef, because Geef has a 4 frame. And you have your jab or your medium, let's say, basically, if you hit them at the same time, you're going to get a counter hit and you could get a combo, or you'll hit them before their jab comes out. But with a shoto, for example, you have to now, oh, do I want to take the risk and DP? And then say, okay, I do it. Well, now you have to either do a jab just to be safe, and your reward isn't that great if press. Like, you get a small combo, or you're going to get a better string. If you go for a medium and they mash jab, he's going to counter hit you, do a la tatu or something, and out of the corner. And that's what we're referring to. These unique ways are why Street Fighter has far more unique approaches than Tekken. Whereas Tekken, it's like, round, start, oh, I got a nice let me wall carry, you're basically dead because it doesn't matter. Everyone has the same shit. And that's really fucking, everyone just has a unique way of getting, like Lars, you have to do silent entry to get his +5 move on Oki. Oh, this character, you have to do down back 4. Like, they're different buttons, but same function. And that's the problem with Tekken. It's the illusion of choice when it's like, homie, you just have to learn a different way. Like, that's why everyone in Tekken, it tells you, like, prioritize footsies and getting used to the game and punishment. Like in Tekken, like no bullshit. When people say you have to look at the movement, no. That's what you need to do. Know the rules of Tekken. That's number 1. 2, then what's your 10 frame, 12 frame, 13 or 14 frame, then your launcher. That's it. And then you're good. Like seriously, you're like, okay, Korean backdash, launch, Korean backdash, punish, and that's it. You don't actually need to know the character in Tekken to be good. And that's something I don't vibe with. Whereas in anime fighters, again, for as more homogenized as they seem on paper, like it's because they have the same combo structure. Quarter circle does something for everybody, but you can vouch, Uni. You do not approach an enkidu or an akatsuki like you do the rest of the cast. You just do not.
Exactly.
You do not. It's a completely, you're playing a different game at that point. And that's what's really great about anime fighters. The fact that they're so approachable, yet they're actually the least homogenized out of all the other fighting games. And even though on paper you think they are. Sorry to go off on that mini tangent about that. I just really hate homogenization.
Well,
in fighting
I
games.
was just going to ask, you kept saying the 3 mishimas, but Heihachi Mishima is dead.
Okay. We're talking about the ones that I play specifically. Jin is also balanced, but he's not as degenerate as Devil Jin. That's the difference. And see, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Because I actually play these fighting games.
Mishima. And he dead?
Whatever, he's back. And dude, can I say this much? Can we let these characters just stay dead? Am I the only one who says that?
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like literally when they were doing the trailer, I said the Tekken project trying to kill Heihachi Mishima, challenge impossible.
Yeah. Kuro,
my god.
Kuro, your thoughts on these characters not staying dead and what I said about homogenization?
In terms of the homogenization you're talking about, I think you have a good point. Like characters like definitely need to be like diverse. They need to be like different. It doesn't matter if like the 9 frame compared to like a 10 framer is like quote unquote like unfair. That needs to just be like a strength or like a difference of that character. Like every character needs to have those kinds of strengths and weaknesses that are like very defined. Even if people say like they're unfair or not.
Yeah, thank you.
So 100% agree with you on that. And in terms of like Heihachi, like yeah, they just like don't let characters like stay dead nowadays.
For real.
Personally, I mean like I don't really mind because like you were talking about, like some characters or some people are like kind of loyal to the character, right? So the Heihachi players like getting their characters back now. So for them, I think it's good. But
and it goes to show you,
I just don't really mind.
And it's funny because literally Reina was supposed to be the replacement, because the way you guys don't know is Heihachi. No, the way this works is Jin is the all-rounder, Kazuya is the defensive, and Heihachi was the offensive. Reina replaced that. She's the new offensive. But at the end of the day, it shows you that people care about character. Don't get me wrong, I love Reina. Like, I already like Heihachi.
No.
It's like, wait, you're telling me I get Heihachi
Bro,
mixed
they're
with Lars and a
making him
waifu?
a paid
Say no
DLC. That's more insulting.
No, I think it was fine. I feel like it was. I feel like normally I would say no, but like Heihachi's like he's so legacy. That I'm like, you know what? No, you should chart. You're like, come on. Then people gotta appreciate it. You know, like come on. That's just me. For once, it's the only time I'm like, no, Eddie Gordon, no, don't chart. But Heihachi is like, well, first of all, he wasn't. I feel like they could have done a better job. They could have like, honorable. Didn't you say they should have done like a whole campaign, done it to the end, and then showed him in 8? Tekken, oh my bad, Tekken 9. I think that would have been a way better build up instead of just here's random. Like, well, that's uncool. And no, Street Fighter 6 did it better. Street Fighter 6 in the story, it builds up to Bison if you actually played World Tour. That's when I see it's like, okay, I'm not that surprised. Like they actually do a good job of like foreshadowing.
My name is JP. I was his assistant, and now I am bad. But just to clarify, I was Bison's assistant.
Right.
Did you hear that? I am Bison.
Or the fact when you did the Ed fucking pro. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Enough said that. I'm not talking about no spoilers here because I know some people haven't gotten that far, and Kuro hasn't even started yet, so no spoils. But yeah, nah, just I got lost my train of thought on my cap. But yeah, nah. And the thing is, here's the other thing. I'd rather a fighting game be imbalanced as fuck but unique as shit than balanced as fuck and not unique. Again, Street Fighter 4 was living proof. A good example, MVC, two of the most unbalanced games. They're the peak of why I love old school arcade games. This is what I've been saying with CVS 2. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. No, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and TVC 2 are the most unbalanced fighting games in a sense. Like they were at the point where like now I hate when people say, oh, these games aren't balanced. Like, homie, you could pick a low tier and actually like try. Like you have a chance. You might not win, but you have a chance. Old school, like, homie, you picked Geef, Roll, and Captain Commando? Homie, are you trying to give this man your money? You're picking Sean 12 against Kuroda's Q? Oh, homie, what are you doing? No, like, literally, they were unwinnable matchups. Actually unwinnable. Like, not even exaggerated as fuck. And in modern fighting games, fighting a 9-1 matchup is nearly impossible. Like, straight up nearly impossible. The only I can think is Happy Chaos fucking Eno, which good, because Eno players are bitches that don't not actually play a fighting game. But, I mean, you know...
Wait, there's Eno players?
Yes, well, that's the only thing is, you might not... How much do you know about Modern Warfare 2? I know this might seem like a side tangent, Kuro, but how much do you know about Modern Warfare 2?
Well, this is a side tangent already, but go on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kuro, sorry.
Not much.
Oh, okay. So, what about you, Honorable? You know about MW2?
No, I am a massive COD fan since the beginning, but I stopped caring at 3.
True, right. So you can attest then, I mean, and Kuro, you may or may not have heard this, that a lot of people say Modern Warfare 2 is one of their favorite CODs of all time, right? You know, right, arguably. Yep. Next to maybe Black Ops or Black Ops 2. And one of the things I love they talk back to, that's why it's saying FPS have the same problem. Overbalancing, this and that. Modern Warfare 2 is one of the most broken COD games of all time.
You know what's the sound I hate?
Oh, like dual wielding shotguns was akimbo shotguns was cancer, noob tombing, scope, like mad actual broken shit. And guess what? It hasn't come in with MVC2 TV, also broken as shit. And it's like I'd rather fighting games be an unbroken fucking mess, but it's so much fun. Like fighting games were more fun when they didn't care about balancing. That's really what I'm trying to say.
You know what? It's also like going back to the Call of Duty topic. I think it's because like people take advantage of like broken shit to the point where it's like unfun instead of like being a fun broken.
True. I feel like MVC
like there was definitely in a time where it was really early in the internet stages where like people played it as a fun game even though they were playing as assholes. But now, like I've mentioned before in the previous podcast, they do this for a living. They don't care how the fuck they play as long as they see you win.
True, yeah. And the thing is, I feel like balancing ruins it because now there's always going to be something broken. But if you make... The thing is, I would say that so much broken shit kind of fixes itself, right? Like, if a dude just simply... Again, modern right now, COD... Oh, SMGs, right? And the same thing is, what's the SMG for fighting games? Rushdown characters. Like, rushdown characters are never low tier. They're always top tier. Because they'll always will be, oh, you know what? The grapplers give them no options. But he has health to compensate. I think that's the stupidest way to balance shit. There's a good video that talks about that meters and bars have ruined balancing because now people don't actually think twice about the moves. That's why, okay, he could die in 2 hits. Homie, I play BB Tag and I switched to Seth and I hate low health, but I came to realize, homie, BB Tag is a game you're not supposed to get hit in anyways. and you get more opportunities to hit with Seth. And then, okay, you hit me. My little ball's still there because, you know, I hate this idea that in fighting games that, oh, just because I hit your character, your fireball has to disappear. I think that's stupid as shit. But in BB Tag, let me send Heart, and then the balls behind me, you can't hit Seth because Heart is cop blocking. So if you hit my Heart, The ball's there, it hits you. GG, shake my hand. I didn't know we were playing Marvel, baby. You know? And yeah, stuff became viable because, and even to someone who doesn't like, I like rushdown characters. I just hate their low health. Like, give me a rushdown with no low health, bro. Like, on God, please. I don't want to die when I get breathed on. But you get what I'm saying? Like, statement that's like the example with COD is that fighting games were more fun when they were more broken, and in a sense, a game being broken kind of patches itself. The only consequence is that, oh, low tiers are just unplayable, but there's always gonna be low tiers, so it doesn't really matter.
I feel like a way to balance, quote unquote, balance a way of an unbalanced thing. It's just making game modes specifically to have fun broken shit.
True, that is also true.
Like you have a standard, a fun quote unquote party mode, and a ranked mode.
True, yeah.
You're tapping into everyone in a quote unquote balanced way, but you should still have, things that plays in all three sides.
True, yeah. Your thoughts, Kuro?
Whether it be like throwing distance for grenades or the equipment options for primaries and perks, even if you want to do perks or not.
Right, true. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, and I love those features like in Blaze Blue where they had that crackhead mode, or and in Accent Core's yeah, we don't have anyways, I want to let Kuro give his thoughts before I elaborate more on that.
Go. I think so. In terms of like balance, yeah, I think it is like more fun when the games and the characters are a bit more crazy, even if they like that means there's a bit of like unbalance like to the characters in the roster. I think that's perfectly fine because it does like make things more fun, more diverse, and more interesting, I would say. Right.
And a good example, there's some characters that just shouldn't be top tier. Like, don't get me wrong, I love grapplers and zoners, but does anybody feel like having to deal with a top tier dude that is a walking gambling machine? And I'm talking about grapplers. And no one wants to sit here and get Sonny boom, ah! And I use Guile. Are you, Kuro, are you in the mood to get zoned by my perfects every 30 seconds?
I thought you were going to talk about Abigail from 5.
Oh, he was just degenerate. We're not going to talk about Abigail. No, I want to this day, I want to say Abigail is one of the most broken top tiers in a modern balance finding game ever. He's nerfed and like, oh, he's not good anymore. Bullshit. Well, welcome, Mar. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late, man. Fucking ring threw everyone off, and I'm cooking tacos.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, anyways, Kuro, you want to elaborate more on what I was saying? I forgot kind of already, though.
I feel like it's more of an issue with like modern games where like we're in kind of like the patch culture now. Like games just nowadays, you have like a patch every once in a while or like an update, right? That like re-changes everything. So that's something that didn't exist back in the day in some of these older games. And I think that kind of like lent itself into like the games just like staying crazy and like being able to go back to them and have like more fun than some of these like newer games.
True. And I guess, is there anything else you want to talk about Under Night that I can think of? Like, if anything, here's a quick question. How do you feel for the future of Under Night? How's it looking for? I mean, I'll say this much. I don't care for the new characters. I guess we'll give it that. Like, I'm going to be honest. Enkidu is the coolest character in Under Night, and they showed him so early. I kind of don't like that he's not top tier, even though canonically I'm going to keep it real. Enkidu is just Akuma Azrael of Under Night. We all know he can beat the entire cast if he really felt like it. Look at him. Am I not wrong? Like, he's just...
I mean, I don't think so. Like, yeah, like the lore, like the chains, he holds himself back, basically.
Exactly. Like, he's so cool. That's why I don't give a shit about anyone they announce. It's like, dude, you already released the coolest character. Like, they have the Akuma problem. That's why I felt like when they released Akuma for 6, I'm like, dude, it's too early. Like, that's why I don't care about the new character. Like, dude, first, look, I love Elena, but I don't care. We have Akuma. Who cares anymore? Like, honest to God, who cares? Who actually cares?
You know what you're gonna care about when they buff him by giving him more HP.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Both characters, Enkidu and Akuma, they deserve to have hella HP. And the other reason I want to say too, why some characters deserve to be low. I feel like a tier list should reflect the lore, because I love being immersed. I do not want to have to see a filthy Chun or a filthy Lily or a filthy Xiao Yu in top 8. I only want to see the cool top tiers, please. That's another. That personally pisses me off. Like, it's at some points like, what is this character like, dude? I just don't like seeing certain characters on the screen. I'm sick of seeing Chun-Li dead ass. I'm so tired of seeing that bitch. That's why I was annoyed too that they brought Mei. I'm like, you Terry, fine, but not Geese, not even Angel, but you got this generic bitch.
I was like, bro, you should have had Geese with Terry. That would have been amazing.
Right, whatever. Or anything.
You would have had Akuma and Geese in the same fucking game
again.
That wasn't I was gonna say that wasn't from 20 years ago.
You know, I'm a cap.
It would have been a fucking amazing event.
All right. But yeah, I mean, Kuro, please tell me you agree that because we already have Best Boy, Carmine, Enkidu, and Akatsuki, who cares about the rest of the cast?
I mean, I'm looking forward to like the DLC character to like drop in like real soon. But other than her, like the other 2 characters, I'm not too interested in.
Right?
I mean, that might change like depending on their gameplay, but like yeah.
I feel like they're good because of the story, right? I know them because of the story. Like I feel like they're a nice addition, right? Like a nice, like they feel like a pad material for the game. I feel like they're an assistant. I'm not saying but like I don't like them. Like let's hype them up, homie. Who gives a shit? Like just we're just dropping this character in a story, whatever. Because I already knew about. I think they did my girl Kaguya weird. Like I don't know why they gave her big ass junks when in the OG she wasn't like that, which I guess fan service, whatever. And I hate character designs like that. And this bitch, I'm like, actually, okay, I don't care just because the way they do it. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't in the game earlier. I'm like, dude, she was in the story and alluded a wee bit ago. That's why again, if you look at the story, Enkidu, he shows up semi early, but like he doesn't do, dude. I don't know if you know. Sorry, do you know much about the Undernight story, Kuro? Have you gone through?
A little bit. Like I know where you're going with this part, so looking like continue, yeah.
Yeah. Like he's there, like he doesn't really do shit, but like that's the whole point. It's like he's just like you could tell, like it's like in Simpsons. You guys remember that one? It's like where the Yakuza and the Mafia are fighting in front of the Simpsons.
Oh,
like,
outside the house, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, but look at that dude. You just know he's gonna do something cool. And he gets it. Yeah. It's like, oh, that's literally Enkidu. He's that dude. He doesn't do anything, but you know he's gonna do something cool. And we know he's gonna fuck shit up. He's like when Akuma as the Easter egg in the Street Fighter 2 film, where he's just in the background and you're like, oh my god, it's him! Oh, you're like pog champing, Luke pog champing, like, oh look, he's there! I don't know. I think it's a pacing thing. Like it's weird, like especially how hyped up he was in the OG. Like he was like a mad mystery. Like, oh yeah, I heard you got Enkidu. That's the motherfucker. And then oh yeah, he's just kind of here. It's like oh. But I mean, that's why I do at least like that he's technically, like, we're having a nerfed Enkidu. Maybe mini thing is, I feel we're going to get an unshackled Enkidu, and he's going to be broken as fuck. And he better be, or I'm going to be tight. Basically, I want Enkidu to be the main character. I don't care about the rest of the cast. Like, I want it to be Enkidu the game. Like, I'm sorry, that's why if a character is just so cool, I don't care about the rest of the cast, bro. Baki's a great example. Like, I don't call this show Baki. I call it Yujiro and Friends. This is about him. Fuck his kid. Do you know about Baki, Kuro?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, no. And guess what? Who's more famous? Who's more memed on? Yujiro.
Yeah.
Fuck his kid. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Especially when you're a fighting game. Am I high for wanting the dude who good example. There's there's a good video of this one black dude who's saying every Undernight character in a nutshell. Oh, like he said, oh, generic anime waifu schoolgirl. Oh, fucking feet. Oh, horny bait. Generic anime protagonist 532. The Claw. Fucking Waldstein. And then he went to Enkidu. This guy looks like he belongs in a Tekken game. I was like, dude. And then another one, he did the same thing. He's like, he looks like he belongs in Street Fighter. I'm like, can we get Enkidu in Street Fighter and Tekken? He would transition seamlessly. Like, I think he'd be perfect for Tekken, actually. And the crazy thing, he doesn't even have projectiles, so who would bitch about him? Am I not wrong? Doesn't he look like he belongs in Tekken, bro?
I mean, I think they could like work his kid in like no problem, really.
Right? That's how you know he's like you know what I'm saying? Like, is it wrong for me to think the character who looks like he belongs in a fighting game to be the main character? That's why I hated some dude who said the most out-of-pocket shit. Oh, I think Enkidu is a boring character. I actually wanted to beat his ass. Like, maybe I'm a dick. I hate people who like fighting games for the wrong reasons. Like people, oh, if a fighting game doesn't have a wife with big titties, I don't play. I'm like, then you're not playing a fighting game, bro. You're just a coomer. Like, to me, I hate this. Like, if you can't even play Ryu, you don't actually play fighting games. Like, how can you unironically hate Ryu? Like, don't get me wrong. I get it if he's not your favorite. Like, okay, he's vanilla shit. But, like, if you can't fun doing Tatsu, Hatos, or simple combos, or his fucking donkey kick, you are not a fighting game player. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you are playing fighting games for all the wrong reasons, bro. That's cap. Also, you suck. By the way, this is an actual fact. If you cannot play a shoto, you low-key suck at fighting games. You just abuse the gimmick of your character. That's cap. I'm gonna die on that hill. Because guess what? Even in Street Fighter, we say...
Maybe they're just a dead or alive fan.
And that's fair. See, at least they're honest. See, I respect them because they're honest. As we've discussed before. But yeah, I mean, your thoughts, Kuro, you agree, right? Everyone should be able to have a pocket shoto?
Probably, yeah. Like, even I enjoy, like, some shotos on the side, yeah.
Right, exactly. My point. And again, there might not be your favorite, Best Boy Carmine's there, I mean, because Hyde's there, but I'm like, dude, I'd rather pick Carmine, But I can play Carmine, he's cool, but I'd just rather pick the edgelord.
Listen. I will never put Hyde and Carmine on the same team together.
Why is that?
Because I have you, Narukami, filling that role.
Oh, you're funny. That's why I like BB Tag, man. BB Tag is the shit. Dude, Carmine, do you know Carmine's actually really good in BB Tag? Fun fact.
Yeah, from what I've seen, he's actually in a high tier, yeah.
And you know what's funny? They nerfed him compared to Undernight, but it makes sense because, like, well, if he could already keep you block string forever, imagine adding an assist. Like, homie, he might as well just be 0 for Mega Man. You're gonna get unblockable.
Dude, I remember, like, this is just a side tangent, but I remember when I did, like, you and Hyde when I played the demo for BB Tag, and that just really became, like, my first and main team.
Dude,
Because
everybody should have shotos as your main.
their selections were just so good.
I mean,
And then when I did Carmine, when I had Carmine, I made my combos. I was like, dude, you ain't getting out of this.
Yeah, no, Carmine's got the sauciest combos in BB Tag, unsurprisingly. But like everybody, that's why there's a reason we say pick a shoto, because like they literally are built to teach you the fucking game, dog. And good example, also in team fighters, for some reason they're always good. Like fucking Jin with anybody, godlike. Oh, Lars with anybody, godlike. Oh, where's one of the top tiers? Ken and Ryu in fucking Street Fighter Cross. And it's harder in tag games. That's why like it makes sense. Like, oh, you hide. Hella fucking good. Like for some reason in tag games, shotos are godlike because they can go with anybody. Like a good example, the meme in Tekken tag was, oh, I have Zhao Yu and Lars. Oh, like all you said is Lars plus anybody. They were godlike.
Dude, you know why they work in team battles? It's because they can work like an anchor.
Or even as a lead, because they're all-rounder. They could work with everybody, you know? And then you bring that uniqueness from the other character part of that. Like, you know what? I'm going to help you with Kazuya, and then do everything else with Ryu. Like,
shotos and team fighters are like the infinite puzzle piece, where you can fit it into any space.
True. That's why, but fun fact, why Yukiko and Azrael aren't that good is they're too catered towards one certain style, and they don't vibe well with teams. What determines a tier list, in my opinion, more in BB Tag, because if you look at it solo, Blake is obviously one of the worst characters. No health, no real mix. The best thing she has. Oh, let me have this long range too. But she's not really. Again, if you play enough games, SNK players know this. Like you said, you got your anchor, your lead, this and that. It's a concept that people don't understand about team fighters. You know, Tekken Tag is probably the least like this actually out of all the duo or three fighters. But yeah, like no, as an assist, she's top tier as fuck. Like you literally like, oh, I use Azrael and Blake. Like Blake is the Lars as an assist. And NBC has the same thing. Captain Commando was one. He's garbage by himself, but as an assist, god like. Yeah. Speaking of, how much experience do you have with tag fighters, Kuro? So sorry if you're a bit out of the loop on this one.
I've been like more of a Marvel player myself, but yeah, I played a bit of everything, like Cross Tekken 2 and everything.
What about you, Mar?
I love Cross Tekken.
What about you, Mar? What's your familiarity with tag fighters?
I love Cross Tekken.
Nice.
Blaze Blue makes my nipples hard. I have not played enough Under Night.
Fair enough. That's why we wanted to get the Under Night conversation out the way before you came.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite interactions with Carmine is Yukiko, where she just straight up just says like, "You attack with your nosebleeds, awesome!"
And he's just like,
he's like full tsundere mode after us. Like, bro, Yukiko gets it. Yeah. She's in his mind already.
And that's why Yukiko's best girl and why she's my chibi. But yeah, my thing is, do you feel like Under Night, outside of me not caring about the characters, do you think Under Night has a bright future ahead of itself, Kuro?
I think it's gonna like stay its course. Like the community is like still gonna play it. They're still gonna keep it alive, and it's we got like things planned in the future. So I think it's gonna go the way it's going at the moment.
All right, cool. Like hopefully it can.
Hopefully, like I'm hoping they'll bring it back for like EVO next year, but that's to be seen, right?
I think it will, because I think it's. I'm gonna be honest. I think Guilty Gear is not as good as a competitive fighter, in my opinion. But by the way, to catch up to speed, Mar, we were talking a bit about Third Strike, and what else did you guys remember? What else we talked about slightly? It was Third Strike and what?
SVC.
It was.
Oh, true. Well, we haven't discovered that completely. But yeah, what were your thoughts on Third Strike, Mar? On EVO?
Third Strike tournament itself, or
in general, like the fact that I'm
not gonna lie, for me, it kind of brought out like the old kid in me, because I used to play a lot of fucking Third Strike back in the day. I legitimately wish I actually went just to have fun at this event. It was actually really fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, you can catch up when I post it later.
Spoilers, I'm an old guy.
I mean, what's up, Honorable?
Well, I was just gonna say the Hugo player that everyone's talking about. It's so funny that he's 42 years old and he's like doing all these stretches that would make everyone's like shrivel and cave.
Dude, when he did like the splits,
he did the splits. Dude, that was so funny.
Wow, I missed that one.
Oh, dude, he did so many poses. Dude, he did like a WWE slam when he did a Hugo super.
Oh damn!
My God,
shit!
Dude.
Oh damn! That was a spectacle. Fuck me! Damn! No.
And there was that one moment where he had a major comeback. That wasn't the clip that everyone's talking about. And he's like doing like a speeder man run style.
Nice. Yeah. And by the way, I also explained it a bit. Would you also agree that fighting games, Mar, have been becoming too homogenized? I was giving the example of Steve Fox's 9-frame jab, and now that everybody in Tekken has a 10-frame, so no one's unique. And I was saying that I feel too many fighting games are going this direction. Would you not agree that they're too homogenized? And that's why Korean players are good. They're good at Tekken. They're not a good Lars or Mishima or this. Like, no, they're just good Tekken players. Whereas Japanese players actually focus on the character over the
honestly, yeah.
And he's a Tekken player, by the way. He's a Tekken expert. I agree with that.
Bring it up.
Yeah, so that's why.
Glad you bring it up. Like it flew over my head. Like, you're actually right.
Yeah, no. Even Kuro was a good. And I was even saying too, like, good example, like how would G has a 5-frame jab. That's why he has no defensive options, because people either have 4 or 3 frames. So you can't just mash out of a pressure string with G. You have to eat that mix. Whereas in Tekken, oh, did you get knocked out? No, everybody has the same shit. Like, oh, like I said, Tekken basically like, oh, everybody gets a plus or a mid move. Like, good example, large silent entry 3. Oh, you're +5 and it's a mid. It's just a different input. But with Brian, it's back 1 or back 2. Like, it's different inputs, same function. And that's why, to me, Tekken is very homogenized outside of, like, Mishimas. And Mishimas are more diverse because, again, we got Reina. She's the faster one. Like, just the hell sweeps and Godfist alone. Like, Reina has the fastest Godfist. It's 14 frames. Oh, Kazuya's is the most has the most utility out of the 3. I only say because I don't play enough Jin, right? And Jin has, like, the best hell sweep because it fucking launches for no reason, right? Whereas Reina's is the fastest as well and has the best reach and easiest to do, but it's nowhere near as rewarding as the other two. And then if you want to counter hit, you know, Kazuya, down forward 2, baby. None of them got a down forward 2. I wish they did. And
listen. When that Tekken 8 patch comes out, the last thing I want to hear is a Doria. Doria.
Yeah, speaking of, what are your thoughts on Heihachi coming back? I said they need to let Bison and Heihachi just stay dead, bro. What are your thoughts on this, Mar?
So they brought back Old Man Heihachi. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, the trailer was kind of lit, but I kind of do wish that he wasn't really there. Oh, I feel like that could have been another spot that could have been filled for another character. And it's kind of weird with Bison for me because I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Bison. Like, I feel like not having Bison in this game kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say it feels empty, but like, it would be noticeable if he just stayed missing this entire time.
And the thing is, too, is that fucking, at least with Bison, it was built up if you played World Tour. But I believe with Heihachi said, he's resurrected, right? And I was like, you know what? Tekken's as goofy as it is. And I feel the story's kind of lost the plot. Like, to me, I feel like I love how 4 and 5 were more serious, and there was more, again, going back to, we were talking about characters, and anime fighters have better waifus. Like, there was far more of a character focus from Tekken 4 and 5, and they were deeper. Like, good example, like that one, I don't know if you know this, a mini spoiler, where King beats the shit out of fucking Marduk, right? Because he beat his former mentor, and you see him going to the hospital with the fly, and he's going there to kill, like, dude, it's dark as shit. And then he sees the picture of, like, his family, and it's just like, damn, that kind of hits. Like, what the fuck? You know, and then, like, why don't we have shit like that anymore? And now it's like, only the... And it's funny, I love Tekken 6. I think it has one of the best campaigns out of all the Tekkens. But we can see the degradation of the story, because it was purely about the Mishimas. It wasn't about the characters anymore, right? Like, Steve, Paul, and Law Law always was a joke character, right? But, like, there was no real president. Like, all their... Like, I like the buddy component. I feel that could stay, but, like, why don't we get anything more like what Paul had in, like, Tekken 5 or 4, right? You know? Tekken's just kind of lost the plot at this point. And, I mean, it's fine. I think Honorable said it best. It's going more to the spectacular than anything.
You know, you brought up an interesting thing with trailers, specifically, what Mar did. How does Street Fighter was... Okay, granted, it was expected to be, like, the most entry game. How do you have the weakest trailer game ever?
Damn, and it's crazy.
Listen. I say this with no disrespect to any of these fighting games, but Under Night had like a somewhat alright, okay trailer, and that's to be expected. How do you do worse than that? That is beyond me.
Are we talking about the Terry trailer? I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine.
The Terry teaser, it's fine, but it looks like something you see at the World Tour when you're playing it, like. That's not unique. That's not trailer made.
True, right? I agree.
I would have been satisfied if they just showed like one combo, because then you would have people from everywhere trying to analyze the shit.
Oh, see, you're one of those. See, okay, this is why you prefer like.
No. I'm just saying you had a really weak sauce trailer. And I'm just saying, doing the bare minimum of just, like, you could have shown, like, a trailer exclusive thing. Or maybe you should have shown gameplay, a teaser gameplay.
I mean, to me, here's my thing.
To be fair, yeah, you go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, because what I was going to end up saying, because, mind you, I'm a variety gamer. Like, I love fucking trailers, and the main thing I love about trailers is gameplay. If you're going to show me a video game, show me gameplay of said video game. We can watch the cinematics later. However, when it comes to games like fighting games, for example, I thought the Terry trailer was fine. I didn't think it was bad.
Right.
It's serviceable. It did exactly what it do because it's fucking fire. They could really have like a secret.
Oh god, he's breaking.
Oh, this connection.
Oh no, it broke up, didn't it? Oh yeah. No, am I dying?
Yeah, you're good now. Oddly.
Oh, okay.
So back in.
Oh, you know what? Just hold your thought. Oh yeah, you're breaking up.
Listen. I'm not gonna say like as a teaser trailer, it's fine. I actually don't have a problem with it. I thought it was really cute that they actually had like SNK character references in it. I thought that was really cute. I'm just saying you're expected to be shown at the biggest event for this Olympic style FGC, and you kind of just were very lukewarm about it.
Yeah. Kuro,
I think that's like a fair take. Like, I see what you're saying, and I think I actually would have been more hyped to show off gameplay because like it's a guest character, and we have like all these questions about how Terry's gonna play as a guest character. Like, is he gonna keep any of his like SNK mechanics? Is he gonna have like max mode? Like, how is he gonna play in a Street Fighter game, right? So I think it's like a very fair take. But that said, like I didn't mind the trailer. I thought it was like fine because I feel like at this point I'm kind of used to like them just being teasers as opposed to like gameplay, like
right. And to me,
footage.
Why I feel like I'm okay with it more is because first of all, I feel like I agree with Mark. Gameplay first over everything, but when you're trying to tease or something. I think cinematics are fine. Like, oh, okay, like, oh god, Terry, we already knew, but like having a like, oh, I liked it because it shows he's gonna be in World Tour. Like, oh my god, he's gonna be in World Tour. Like, they're pulling a Tekken. Like, that's hype. Like, we didn't see we barely saw. Oh no, Xbox Daily. Like, we saw he was in the story and they showed gameplay. I think that's peak, right? Like that was Akuma is one of the best trailers ever. We can all agree with that as a guest character for.
That is definitely true
because it did both. Everyone was happy,
Agreed.
But I feel like for the average normie, like I hate when I see good example. I think Guilty Gear did. They just show like, oh my, here's a character. I think Street Fighter 5 did it good and bad. Like. Kage was one of the best ones, right? Because he was super unique. You could tell he's different. But when they show G, you're like, you see the combos, but you don't get it. I don't think combos doesn't appeal to the average person. But you're like, oh my god, he's in the story mode. Everybody gets that, right? That's why I feel like combo trailers are terrible. They're only there for people who like really. I feel like they're good. Like I feel like keeping people speculating is still good, and then you can show some stuff, but don't show too much. That way people can still guess. Right? Because look at how many people thought Dawson was going to be broken top tier. Because like, oh, imagine Dawson would drive rush normals, Like, that speculation will keep people excited.
Bro, that was so funny.
Yeah, so no, Mar was definitely, I was absolutely agreeing with Mar on that one, for sure. But I think it was perfectly fine. But,
Listen, I said as a trailer itself, it's fine. But, like, as the lineup for EVO, it was definitely the weakest sauce out of all of them.
Fair enough.
Like I said, no disrespect to Uni Bros. I'm with you on there.
I say Guilty Gear's the weakest just because I hate Guilty Gear and I'm a hating ass bitch, but that's aside. I mean, yeah, Kuro, any thoughts for yourself, sir, or anything else?
I think I kind of said what I wanted to say. Like, I think that's like a fair take. Like, it's completely like understandable there.
All right, is there anything else we want to talk about EVO that we want to get off our chest? Like right now, I guess.
Guilty Gear.
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, that guest character.
Oh, how about this? How was the finals for Under Night and the pools for Under Night since you watched it, Kuro? What was your thoughts?
Oh, dude, it was great. No, I was like mad hyped for it. I am like very, very happy to see like a Carmine get third, right? Like,
oh wait, Carmine got third?
Yeah.
Okay, here's a better question.
The best Carmine player in the world like got third.
So you did? You got third?
No.
You're the best Carmine because you're in this podcast. That is the rule. Anyways, what about Enkidu and Akatsuki? Those are the only ones I really care about. I'm keeping it above 50 besides.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, there's like one Akatsuki up there. Yeah, Squish.
Yeah, that's the boy. But no Enkidu. Enkidu's best boy. I think he's made it every time, at least in top 8, last I checked. But there's always like the best Enkidu, and I think he's from Canada, right? I could be wrong. Or am I thinking of Squish?
I don't think, not this time though. Like in like top 8 there was like no Enkidu.
Whack, lame. 0. Well, yeah, Squish. So it's not a 0 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10. Well, actually, Carmine was there, so we'll give it 8 out of 10. But what? Okay, Mar. Okay, I guess if you want, we can talk more about Tekken. Mar, did you see Tackland? Did you hate on it like I hate Tekken 8? I still hate Tekken, but I just play because I got nothing better to do. Oh God.
Okay, talking about Tekken a little bit. No. I'm actually gonna say it was actually really fun. It was really hype. I love watching the community itself more so than the game because obviously the fucking community can get hype as fuck. So seeing that a lot of people were enjoying everything that was going on, and the fucking finals was nuts.
Oh, who was in finals? Did Kuro Core make it a finals?
Shout outs to all of Pakistan.
Oh yeah, no, Pakistan. Yeah, no. Oh God.
But no, like you shout out to the community for fucking out and actually showing like, hey man, we're not Street Fighter, but we're here. We're definitely fucking here. And we're fucking loud, and we're getting obnoxious as fuck.
I don't know if I mentioned this before,
but yeah, it was a good time watching that.
I'm sorry to cut you off a bit before I forget. Did you guys ever hear about what happened at Combo Breaker when I went 2 years ago with Tekken?
What happened?
Kuro, did you hear or no?
I don't think so.
So I'll say this much: like Tekken. Okay, this is clearly a very good example. That's why I know more. But I'll tell you this much: Tekken is definitely one of the most toxic. Go check out Juna's video on why Tekken is one of the most toxic. Like, no, there's cool people, not everybody, but it has a huge bunch of bad apples. I'll say this much: have a lot of racist and sexist people, like a huge ton, and they're also in considered ass wipes. I seen it firsthand. I was playing Street Fighter, Guilty Gear with my boys, and a rando with some Dan. And there's the Dead Fighting Games aisle, right? It's over to the left. Even I know, like, you don't go and play Street Fighter or whatever on the SoulCal or the Virtual Fighter fucking setup. The Tekken players, for whatever reason, they weren't. I don't know if they didn't have the balls to tell someone, oh, I want next or something. You know, common currency in the FGC. Instead, they were going over to the other setups and taking. Because I was even like, I was like, wait, why are there two dudes playing Tekken here? Like, this is the Virtual Fighter setup. You know, and then I seen fucking Ernesto Lopez talk about it on a button check, and I was like, I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, what the fuck were Tekken players doing in dead fighting? Like, hey, home, like that's just such a dick move. Would you not agree? It's like, dude, no one plays these games. A lot of people do play Tekken. Like, leave their poor little setups alone. Like, I don't care if no one showed up in an hour. Leave it alone, dude. It's not your setup.
That sounds kind of messed up there.
Like, you know, like that's why I want to say that I feel like I would say Tekken to me are like the smashers of the FGC. They are technically FGC, kind of like Mortal Kombat, but they're definitely on the outskirts. Good example, they bitch too much about Akuma and Geese because they don't actually play other fighting games but Tekken. That's what I noticed with Tekken players. They don't really play other fighting games. It's specifically even 3D fighters. Like there's some intermingling, but like I feel 3D fighter players are too ignorant for the most part, and they're not real fighting game players. Like even at least an anime player can be like, oh, I play Street Fighter 2. You go to a Tekken player like Street Fighter 2, I never touched it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like so big, like hey, you guys need to do better. You need to play actual other fighting games, dog. You know, don't be afraid to step out of your zone and like. And like I said, it's not everybody, but like I feel like they're the least FGC. And a good example, just look at their attitude. They care too much about homogenization. That's just me, and even for like some of their higher players, they can't be as involved in the conversation as the rest of the FGC. Kind of like MK. That's why they got booty hurt when Snake Eyes said facts that, oh yeah, no, Street Fighter has some of the highest competition and it competed in all of these fighting games. And I agree, getting bronze in Street Fighter 5 was harder than probably getting top 8 for any of these fighting games. I'm not exaggerating, bro. Like these motherfuckers ain't playing. Like, Tekken players are free as fuck. That's the other thing, too, with Tekken players. Like, they're dumb as shit. Like, I told Lar the other day that, like, most of them will be like, oh, you don't need Korean back. That shouldn't be good at Tekken. It's like, I'm sorry, what? You're a scrub? Is that what I just heard? But yeah, no, that was living proof that how, again, there's really, really cool Tekken players. I don't want to say, oh, everybody, but, like, you can, like, I noticed that it tends to be a lot of the higher players, clearly. And these even super normies, right? It's not a representative. I'm not going to say, oh, Tekken player, right? Like, but no, Elon, when it comes to a good, I would say 50% of the community, maybe, it's a bit, you know, like, they don't feel FGC, and then some of them are kind of toxic. I just want to, again, I've talked about why I quit Tekken. But yeah, I mean, you guys can see, like, they don't even know about the common courtesy about, like, homie, you leave the dead fighting games alone. Like, you just leave them alone. Everybody knows this. You just leave them alone. And Tekken's like, no,
that
Tekken.
Really... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was like, oh, Tekken's like, oh, we're Tekken. We're definitely big. Like, homie, you don't even get Street Fighter 6 prize pools. Shut up. But anyways, you're saying honorable?
That just weirdly reminded me about like people discussing about this year's Evo, how like a lot of people were not able to show up to their events, and the people that were just straight up not allowed to come back, like some controversial players, I have no idea. But aside from controversial players, there was also like players who were just straight up don't exist in the scene anymore because they were like arrested. Ooh. I was like, what is all this shit about that? I didn't hear.
Me either. What the fuck? I didn't hear this one. Sorry to make the conversation from Tekken to this shit more. Yeah, did you guys?
That's like news to me too.
Yeah, no. I did know about the thing because some people are coming late, and this even happened last year. By the way, shout outs to Microsoft. Hey, by the way, it wasn't Microsoft. You guys hear about that outage that happened? That a lot of Windows.
It was just CloudStrike, not Microsoft specific.
Exactly. Yeah. You heard about that, right, Kuro? That a lot of flights got deleted and shit. Yeah, that was a motherfucker. But that happened after Evo, right? I'm not mistaken, or did it happen during? I'm curious.
It happened while Evo.
It happened
while Evo was going on.
Oh, yeah. So I guess a lot of people who already got there, they were fine because I think it happened over the weekend now, and most people got there on Thursday, so they barely avoided it then. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is.
But hey, go ahead.
Didn't Infiltration actually get a lot into Evo this year? I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he was not.
What? Oh, I thought he was.
There was also, I think it was. Oh no! Why am I blank on his name? No. Infiltration. I think it was Infiltration who said he couldn't come as well because he was having severe neck pains.
Oh, so it wasn't
on top of his drama as well.
I could have sworn he was allowed back in. Whatever, regardless, because people were talking about that they seen him.
But no, but the thing is, like, I wish I could remember the people that they were talking about, but like players being arrested before this competition, I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
I guess they ain't that.
I will need to make an update and probably post it in the comment section.
For sure. But yeah, Kuro, you guys agree, right? Like Mar and Kuro, you guys agree that's out of pocket as fuck, right? For like, oh, let me steal your dead. That's like, bro, going to Under Night. No one cares about Under Night. Let's use this for Tekken. Dick ass move.
To be fair,
they're taking away my space.
I was gonna say I'd rather take that 50% of Tekken players versus the champion of Mortal Kombat. The way how all this shit's been going, but that's just me.
Yeah, let's take the controversy. Let's talk about that. Yeah, Mark, get your thoughts off on a certain someone and why you're not a fan.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of
Something
debating.
Smells furry in here.
Yeah.
No. It's even more worse than that. Like, I didn't really want to talk about this yet because I'm running on shit internet right now, and I'm hoping I don't break up as I say this.
You're good.
So let me go ahead and sit down and pray.
Did you pray today?
Damn straight. Don't worry, you're good, bro. You're not breaking.
Because I legitimately thought about this over the past couple days. I did mention it to Greatest Gamer on how I felt about Sonic Fox after his win. Don't get me wrong. It was a phenomenal tournament. Awesome job. Congratulations. That's your 7th win, Sonic Fox. Great. But that also means that is the 7th time you're literally reminding everyone that you're gay, that you're a furry, and that you're black. Now, the thing that bothered me, more or less, was the interview that he had afterwards, where he was bringing up that he is gay and a furry and black, and how he's doing all this for all the minorities to show them that they can do it too. And that kind of struck a chord with me because I'm like, what? Does he not know just how colorful EVO is when it comes to their champions?
Yeah.
Like, does he just see all? Does he see all white people winning only? Like, it's bothersome because I get it. You win, and you want to say your piece. But like, if you're consistently pushing an objective that is false, it starts to bother me. But I don't care if you're gay. You don't have to constantly remind everyone that you are gay. That's fine. Be gay. You don't have to remind everyone you're a furry. You literally wear a fucking helmet all the damn time looking like a dweeb. We get it. You're a furry. We know you're black. Hey, guess what? When we see your skin, we can tell. Like, we don't think, oh, man, this is the most beautiful Caucasian we've ever seen. Like, you don't have to state the obvious to us. And like I said, again, this is the 7th time. And this isn't counting all the Streamy Awards or the awards you win from the Game Awards. Like, every chance you get, the first 2 things that come out of your mouth, I'm gay and I'm a furry. No one cares. It's 2024, guys. It's perfectly fine. If you want to do that, do that. Don't shove it in people's face. How much of an asshole would I would look like Luege here, God, if I did this. How would I look if I fucking went around constantly telling everyone that I like eating pussy? By the way, guys, like I like to think.
Hey guys, I'd like to thank the big beautiful woman I met the other night. She was playing EVO, she lost her pools, and guess what? I ate that shit up before I won.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have that because of how funny that is.
Dude, he's gonna get fucking walked off the stage and banned.
Oh yeah, they'll ban him, but now the other dude who's being annoying. Okay, yeah, you know, you're not even wrong, bro. I can see that.
It's gonna be like that one guy with Chris.
It just gets to the point where, like, hey man, just say your piece. Like, I'd rather hear more about, like, you know, if he struggled to like get to the point where he's at.
Like Snake Eyes.
Let's be honest, he's playing Mortal Kombat, so there was really no struggle.
Exactly.
And like, I'd rather hear about him as a person. I don't care about how much dick he had up his ass and through his mouth. Like, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, because obviously, when you hear the word gay, what do you think? A male liking another male sexually. So what does your sexual preference have to do with your skill in the game? Are you telling us that you have to be gay in order for you to be good at the game?
That.
Right? If so, Kuro,
like, you have to be gay and a furry and black and a minority. It's like that's such a double. That's a stupid thing to say. You can't say you're black and you're a minority because you already said you're black, and then you're gonna say you're a minority. Like, how are you adding that together? Like, that's like a double negative, basically. Right. Like, why are you doing that? And like, that was just my one big gripe I had with all of EVO.
Fair
because,
enough.
Like, I get it. You're a champion. You win. Cool.
Oh, God. You're breaking up again.
Oh, great. I'll wait.
No, you're good.
Okay, we got you.
All right. No, because I started doing my music.
God damn.
I was really good. But watching him play his games. He's really good at what he does. But I do not appreciate the amount of spoon feeding when it comes to constantly telling everyone what we already know. It's like, if I literally took the chance from this point forward, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it every podcast. I'm gonna let you guys know that my Xbox turns on, and I'm just gonna continue on the conversation like nothing happened.
Dude, yeah, please, dude. That's great. Oh, that's good.
Because it's
the same shit.
Again, it's just in his position, and you know what? I don't know if you guys feel like maybe I'm being a fucking prick about it. Maybe I'm being a fucking racist. Apparently, like who knows?
I would like
to hear your take.
It's just creating an invoking image that has no purpose, no meaning to the current event, and
True.
he is. I don't understand what he's trying to do other than just propaganda at this point. You don't get special treatment. You're a player, and you win by skill. Whatever you do outside of the game is not related to your skill level. You are just saying what you are, and you're trying to invoke a message from other people to like get people to stir up and talk about, or whatever it is you're trying to engage. You're not fucking special, bro.
Definitely not.
It's 2024. You are not fucking special.
If anything, I want
get in line with the next furry.
Like, look. Okay, fine. If you want to play that whole thing, like I'm gay, I'm black, and okay, fine. We'll just stick with those two. I'm gay and black. There's an entire Tekken community in Atlanta, and there's a lot of gay black people in Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure a good amount of them play Tekken.
And they're good.
So again, just off of that merit alone, you are not special. Like, what are we doing here? And I'm not even making fun of it. Like, hey man, do you Google if you into that, cool. But these guys are fucking players as well. They know what they like. They like the game. They play the game. A lot of them are good. A lot of them are ass. A lot of them are literally what they eat. But at the same time, they don't shove it in everyone's face all the damn time. They just are who they are. Like, who goes to a tournament to sit down next to somebody and like, all right, then, so what's your sexual preference before I press the start button? Like, no one does that. Nobody does that. So, like, why do you constantly do it every time when you're getting an interview? Like, oh, yeah, I just beat Waka Flocka. By the way, I'm gay and I'm furry and I'm black. Yeah, but so is Waka Flocka. But you don't hear him fucking complaining about it all the time. Like, Jesus Christ, like, it literally seems like you're just insuring yourself over and over just so you can get brownie points where brownie points have already been given to you from that position. Like, okay?
And to me,
also, wait, I gotta get this out. A missed opportunity from Mar to say like, oh, you're not any special than the next gay black Tekken player who likes dicks, playing as a dick and getting dicked down by the next Zayu man.
It's funny.
Yeah, they play Zayu, but then, they cosplay as King in the bed, Like,
oh my god. Anyways, what I want to get at, firstly, like, okay, yeah, that to me is like something I never personally care. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just ignore it, honestly. And I think Kuro's in the same boat. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Are you like me? Do you kind of just ignore? I'm like, I don't care, but whatever. Power to you, dude. Yeah. Oh, Kuro? Can you hear me?
Kuro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry. No, but I was so the main thing I was questioning is, I feel like for you might be in the same position as me. Like, you don't really care too much about. I mean, if you want to add more thoughts onto what they were saying, you're like, oh, you agree or whatever. You don't have to say anything. But the main thing I was getting is that, don't you feel like it's definitely out of pocket when he said about the minorities thing? Because it's like, if any, like, the one thing I wanted to say, I was like, bro, I won't be wrong. Has a single white person ever won EVO? Because I think by his definition, minorities have won EVO far more than. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, at least, Kuro? Like,
yes, white people have won EVO.
I mean, obviously, I don't mind that he's like any of those things, right? I get he's like expressing himself and like got on him for that. But like, I do understand the sentiment that it gets like kind of tiring to hear him like repeat himself every single time, like during his speeches, right?
Yeah. No, but more so, like, don't you think that's definitely out of pocket? That's the main thing I was gonna. You can agree is that saying that that I could do it, you can do it too. When that's like, I feel that's the thing that bothered me the most, right? Like, wouldn't you say?
Personally, I don't really mind, but like,
really, okay, all right. No, I'm only saying this because like the getting from us, like, is obviously we're minorities. I mean, I don't know what you are, by the way. No apologies or anything, right? I don't want to be presumptuous, but like, it just feels out of pocket because, again, a good example, like, deadass Kuro, can you name a single white person that's won EVO? I'm gonna be honest.
Like, not off the top of my head.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's just objectively wrong.
Like, I'm sure someone has one, but like, not off the top of my head, I can't.
Right. Like, and here's to me what it really is, and you can see this, Kuro, is that who's one of the most notorious, like fucking Snake Eyes. Like, that dude actually had a story and everything, a struggle. He came from a bad neighborhood. He was poor, and now look at him. Or even one of the best Tekken players. He was also poor. Like his story just feels like it just feels like wouldn't you agree that feels like a spit on the face to actual people who actually did work?
His story sounds like AI generated.
Also, didn't that dude get born in a rich white neighborhood, if I'm not mistaken?
I have no idea.
I feel like he has 100. He talks like it.
But what I want to say, like to clarify, it's just that I'm in the same boat where I don't mind, but it gets to a point where like it just becomes more than a bothersome.
Nah.
Like this continued pattern, it's just gonna keep showing until someone makes him shut the fuck up and actually have a real story.
True. I mean, it's at the end of the day, I think the most.
So then you're essentially telling me I have to get good at Mortal Kombat to beat him, so then I can go up and be like,
dude,
all right, guys,
if I actually gave a fuck, I would throw away like 2 years of my life, beat his ass, and then say, I'm not gay, I'm straight as fuck, I'm brown, I'm not black, I'm still a minority. You can choose to win if you actually put your fucking foot in it.
Yeah, and here's the thing I think Kuro could get to is that my personal gripe I have with Fox is that people think he's really good when he's not. Like, he's honestly mediocre. Like, he's average at best. Like, you've seen, Kuro, you might have seen. Have you seen when he tried playing Under Night or BB Tag, and then he dipped hard because he realized, oh, these people actually know how to play the fighting. It is funny. I respect him why he left Mortal Kombat in the first place. He's like, oh, you guys low-key suck. Because Mortal Kombat players do suck. He knows that they don't lab or anything, right? And I like that speech he gave. That shout outs to that one. But like, yeah, I saw him get cooked in BB Tag. Like, don't get me wrong, he got a lot of pools. Like, well, yeah, because he actually knows how to play. Like, he's definitely a solid player, but that's it. He's not Daigo. He's not Tokido. He's not Dogura. You know, and then, oh, the only game he could actually play outside of Mortal Kombat. Oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Oh, that weak-ass fighting game? Like, I mean, would you not agree on that, Kuro? You feel like, for me, like, that's where you more so, like he really ain't that good. Like, homie, you play Mortal Kombat. Like,
yeah, let me get back to you on that one. I gotta take the car real quick, so I'm gonna dip out, but I'm gonna come back in.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be back.
Yeah, give me a minute, I'll be back.
No problem.
We're gonna enter a break.
Yeah, it's fine. Is there anything else you wanted to go off on, Mar?
oh yeah, we're gonna break into the cheeks and talk deep dive on Street Fighter 6. I'm just joking.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Like, the dude's mid as fuck. Dude, if he tried, I think he might have tried Tekken, and he also got clapped in that too. Like, you know, he's mid as fuck. I saw him play Street Fighter 5 at one point and trying to, and he got platinum, not bad, but bro, he was everyone's bitch. That was like, I want to play the pros, homie. They made him look like he's never touched a fighting game in his life.
Here's my thing with him. I don't necessarily think that he's mid as a player versus in other games. I don't think he has the capacity to be able to play that many games. But I think there's a certain limit, and he ended up wasting a lot of his limits on other games in order for him to just, you know, to continue on growing his legacy as a person who's able to play whatever the fuck he wants. And he went from Skullgirls to Mortal Kombat, and obviously NRS games are basically the same. So he jumped between that and Injustice, and then, you know, he tried to go through Tekken, he tried Street Fighter, like he tries too many games, and I feel like the main reason why it doesn't seem like that he's good is because he's putting way too much resources in all these different games, and he cannot handle it all at once.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Why I don't think he's one of the best, because there are people who did. Like, Daigo did a bunch of fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a common trend. Like, good fighting game players can actually switch. He's not one of those guys, you know? And at the end of the day, like, from a strategic standpoint...
Daigo was actually born with the arcade stick, though.
Oh, yeah. But, and here's the thing, too. Like, the reason is I respect it, because it makes sense. Like, yeah, no, grow your legacy. Stick to what you're good at. Like, I respect the decision-making, but don't sit here and tell me, oh, you're one of those fighting games. Because if you were, you would still do it, right? Like, Tokido is godlike at Tekken. I didn't even know he played Tekken, but he even said, I quote, oh, I'm going to play the one that has money. That's why he doesn't play Tekken. He's like, no, I'm here for money. Street Fighter, baby. Like, and dude, I seen him be like, no, he knows how to play Tekken. I was like, what the fuck? Like, damn. Like, he can play
Tekken. You know, which didn't Tokido get 16th place?
Oh, did he? Oh, shit. I can see that, though. Like, I can see, like, okay, he definitely has something he can do better, but, like, again, getting good at Tekken is, like, no, that's different. Like I think I might have seen, I don't think I ever seen Sonaflex play Tekken. But, like, you could be like, no, you got a lot left, right? But, like, no, Tokido, like, you would be convinced he played Tekken competitively, bro. Like, holy shit, he's actually really good.
Listen. Whatever I will say about Tekken, wherever Negan goes, I follow.
Fair enough.
Negan is just too good of a fighting game character. Guest character.
Yeah, sorry about that. Carry on. Oh, you guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, that someone knocked for some reason.
Oh, I did.
Oh, god damn it. You threw me off, dude.
I'm joking. I didn't knock. I did that time.
I'm the one who knocks.
Yeah. So, like I said, again, what, mini break while we wait for Kuro, or you guys anything else you got to say about that? Because I just want to get his thoughts about the whole ML. As I said, like, just for that one, then we can move on to the next subject. Because I think we lasted on this one for a good minute for some reason.
I have nothing on Tekken.
No, not Tekken. I meant, like, Sonic bitch. I guess to me, I just hate him more because I think he's mid as fuck. That's my complete. Like, yeah, that is annoying. Don't get me wrong, but I just kind of ignore it. That's why I was like, you know, I feel like me and Kuro are on the same boat, so like, it just who cares, you know, like whatever. But I think no, that shit was out of pocket though. I don't like that. Like, dude, what we have Snake Eyes. What about all the Asian players that win? They're definitely minorities. You're not gonna sit here and tell me they're not minorities, all right?
I really feel like he just does that just to like have like little quick clips that he can have so he can edit it himself or have an editor just make something for him to make it seem like he's like the like main minority quote unquote that's like winning all the time. And even that is kind of like a very untrue statement to really go off by because like again, bro, this is literally an entire melting pot. You're making it seem like there's very few of other ethnicities besides white.
You
and
sound like you're only
barely
two
even
existing players that is bisexual or even gay.
Right.
Nah, and you know what? To me, like I said, the thing is, like, dude, and it's fine. Oh, he wants to pop off at a game that has one of the worst launches and one of the worst player base numbers ever. Wow, good for you. Like, I was gonna compete MK1, I probably would have won that shit. Maybe gotten second. Like, who gives a fuck? And I would have been out there, but like, bro, they botched it so much. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. Like, I don't. And Takeda came out today, and I don't even feel like playing, bro. It's like, what?
You know what? Maybe if you took a pink dildo and put it right in front of the screen right before the match starts, if he's distracted enough, he could just simply just win right there.
Hell nah. But like, nah, bro. Like, I ain't even being realistic. I want to put that much time and effort in MK. I just like, dude, literally from the little effort I put, which is basic frame data, I was destroying rank, dude. Destroying. Shit was free as fuck. Like, bro, they were not like, dude, if you want to see what's one of the easiest and freest fighting game communities, it's Mortal Kombat, dude. Like I thought Tekken players were free, bro. Mortal Kombat players are even more free. Like, holy shit. I'm talking about on average, right? Because we're talking about
struggling more on the AI than the players.
Dude, deadass, yes. Yes, actually. For sure.
Damn you, Ed Boon.
I love Ed for that shit.
Oh, wait, what do you do?
What doesn't he do? Let's be on this question. What doesn't Ed Boon do? Like, and as a matter of fact, if he wasn't around, I don't really think Mortal Kombat would be as entertaining as it is now. Like, he is literally the Harada of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Honestly.
He really is. He's a goat.
And like, I love the way how he talks to people, how he interacts with people online. I love his Twitter handle. I love the way how he teases things. I like how he literally throws up random polls to like, oh, maybe these characters are going to come out, and then later on it's like, oh, by the way, none of these characters are going to be in the game. I'm just asking. Like,
he's a troll.
Like, yeah, man, like a true Chicagoan. So yeah, huge shout out to Ed Boon.
What is it with some Chicago FGC stuff? We got fucking KI and fucking Ed Boon. Like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, there was KOF, but I didn't really watch it except for the one match.
We're talking about Street Fighter?
No, not even.
No, we're saving that one for last, right?
Maybe, yeah, probably. Like I said, I guess for now we'll just wait for Kuro to show up. Like,
I mean, does Kuro really say anything about Guilty Gear? Because I only have just a few things about Guilty Gear.
He definitely talks more about Axe and Core. So, like I said, he's here for the whole thing, so it's no biggie.
Oh yeah, I'll wait for him.
As a player, right? That's what I was getting at. Do you think?
I mean, like, clearly he's like one of the goats. Like, I don't think anyone can like really dispute that. Like the number of like wins he's had and like the championships he's like played in. Yeah, I would say so. Like, he's one of the goats. But like, I think it's like also fair to say that like, yeah, he tends to play the games he's like the most familiar with, like the MK, like Skullgirls, right?
Yeah, Mar was saying.
And like whenever he does like kind of dip into other games, he doesn't stick around for too long, unfortunately.
Right. No, again, I respect it from a business decision because I do the same shit, right? Stick with what you're good at. But I don't want to call him a goat because, dude, if Tokido doesn't play Tekken and I've seen him play Tekken and he looks godlike, like holy shit, right? And he even said, I quote, I play Street Fighter because of the money. And then he plays in any other fighting game where the competition is stiffer or the game actually requires more execution. That's why I said, what are the main ones he does? First of all, no one cares about Skullgirls, who cares? Dragon Ball FighterZ and MK, and I played ranked, and it's free as fuck for MK, and I'm assuming same for Dragon Ball. Can you really? I don't. Like I said, he's definitely good. Like I said, I even like the way he plays. I like his playstyle. I actually relate. When I saw him play Dragon Ball, I was like, I knew exactly what he's doing. I respect how he plays. If anything, me, him, and LTG have a lot of similarities. He's the difference, though. I'm better than both of them. And no one's going to sit here and deny that one either. Homie, can you place top 100 for GG and not play GG ever? You understand? That's the difference between me and Sonic Fox. I don't play some shit. I'll hop in and be like, all right, the rest of you, unless you're the best of this game, you're my bitch for the next fucking pools. He can't do that. That's why, to me, he's definitely a good player. I'm put money where my mouth is, right? That's why I said even for MK, if I was going to compete in it, I did it because it had a shitty launch and all this other shit. I'd be like, yeah, I could reasonably get like top 8 or second place, right? But that's me not putting that much effort, even like just basic labbing and shit. Oh, let me pick top tier. I'm on my frame data. All right, and I'm going to just pretend like I'm playing Guilty Gear or some bullshit, right? And you know, whatever. But he can't do the same, right? That's my main thing. I don't think he's a GOAT at all, but he's definitely a good player. I want to understand, like, I'm not saying, oh, he sucks or some bullshit. Because LTG's problem is that he is talented, but he's not a good player because of his ignorance. He doesn't lab. Sonic Fox actually labs. Like, he puts in the effort. Like, money where his mouth is. He puts it. Like, to me, Sonic Fox is like where everyone actually could be. Like, to me, he is like average as fuck. Like, he is, if a person who has mid talent just put in effort and like, okay, cool, you could get top 8 in Mortal Kombat. Because like, and that's the best way to put it for me. Like, I don't say he's definitely not a bad player. He's good, but he ain't Daigo, Tokita, Doguro kind of shit. That's my statement, right? As a player, that's where I'm more focused when it comes to the conversation, right? Generally. But I mean, would you at least agree with that sense? Like, he's definitely not bad. I cannot stress that enough. Like, oh, because too many people say, oh, just because you say someone isn't the best, oh, that makes him bad. Like, no, that's a completely different. You know, it's like when someone says, oh, I hate pancakes, or no, says, oh, I love pancakes. Does that mean you hate waffles? Like, no, I just like pancakes. You know, the Twitter thing, right? But yeah, Kuro, any statements for that, or?
I mean, I guess like that's her take. It's a whole different realm to compare him to like some of these other players, right? Like Daigos and stuff.
Yeah. But what was the thing we wanted to transition to? You guys were saying? I forgot already. Cause I'm a dum. Kuro, anything you got? Any thoughts you want to try? Yeah, because it's all Evo talk. So if there's anything you guys really, I guess because KOF. You want to transition to KOF to CVS? That seemed good with you guys?
Yep, that's fine.
Mar?
Let's dive right in.
So KOF actually did really good. Actually, I was super happy to see a lot of the obviously the Mexican community primarily, right? And big shout outs again the Middle Eastern community and kind of some of the Asian community. Like that was really good. They had a really good show. But most importantly, as we all know, I think they had the hypest thing trailer hands down because you guys saw right that CVS Chaos was announced and released on Steam, right? We
like that right after you know.
Yep.
Yeah, and then it was.
I was half a day late to it.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, Marvel, what was your thoughts on that?
Fuck yes. I need a PC.
Kuro, your thoughts?
I mean, it's great. I think like more of these older games like need to get like another re-release with rollback and all these added features.
Right. And you know what? To me, it's a good indicator that we're probably definitely gonna get a CVS 3, and I'm really fucking hyped for that. And even the director himself for SF said he wants an MVC 4 and CVS 3, right?
Yep.
Right, and I'm hoping for me personally that we get it after SF6 or somewhere like maybe 3/4 through SF's life cycle. Like if anything, peak would be don't make another SF, don't make another KOF, so they don't eat into Street Fighter cross TV.
Exactly, yeah.
You know that's my thought. You know, and the thing is, I'll say this much. So is everyone here curious on my thoughts on CVS? As I am the only one who currently owns it and is playing it. Yes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Mar. I gotta make sure he's.
Well, I thought you were gonna ask me how I think about it.
Well, I mean, I know you're there. I can hear you. I just can't hear Mark because you know his mic and shit, internet.
I'm here. Okay.
Okay. Making sure again. But so I'll tell you this much: CVS Chaos. There is one thing I learned about. So it's super fun. It's weird. It's a weird janky port because the controller is weird. But mind you, I use a Hori, right? But it's actually coming to Switch and PlayStation. So it just came to Steam early. I didn't know that. And I was so impatient I got it, right? And the reason I put in money quick is so then companies can... like the Capcom test I was telling Kuro earlier. Like, and even Mario, you remember the last Vibecast? I was even saying, like, bro, no, if randomly SNK versus Capcom sold more than Black Ops 2, are you really telling me Capcom and SNK were like, fuck everything? Capcom versus SNK. Only Capcom versus SNK, right? You gotta put your money where your mouth is. And that's what I did. And also, the community's doing really, really good. I don't say it's accent core numbers. Like, remember when accent core first popped off, Kuro, right? Like, how super pop. And now it's okay. Like, I think accent core's in a healthy spot right now. Wouldn't you agree, Kuro? It's probably one of the better dead games in a sense, to the point where it doesn't feel
like
dead.
At any point in the day, like literally any time of the day, you hop onto like a lobby and you'll see like a ton of players.
Yeah, I would say CVS is like half of that level, right? And mind you, there are people who are slowly getting back in. I even noticed, and yeah, decent hours, you know, but obviously there's peak hours, but no, it's doing really decent. And here's the reason that it clicked to me why this game is doing, because let's be real, CVS is niche as fuck. Like, we all know it's probably one of the nichest old arcade titles. Could we not agree? Like,
absolutely.
And I didn't even know it had an Xbox port. I thought it only was on Dreamcast, and it only had like the Neo Geo version or some bullshit.
Yeah, I forgot about that, and that seems to be the reason why like they didn't release it on Xbox this time.
That seems to be it, but I think just Japanese companies in general don't care for the Xbox, which I've noticed. Like, and people kind of don't. But that could be it. I feel like that isn't it. And at the end of the day, it's not the creators. They said, "Oh, that's talk to the publisher," right? So that's what that's. Fair enough. Your thoughts on that, Kuro, on the Xbox situation? As a quickie.
Not much. I think it's just like unfortunate for them.
Yeah. I mean, at least Melting Blood's on it and BB Tag. So hey, let's go. And Guilty Gear.
You can play it on your TV without the console.
Oh, dude, that's so weird. But the main thing I want to get at with CVS, I'm pretty sure is I'm most curious. So, yeah, it's janky as shit. I'm a cat. There is some jank. Like, dude, the hitboxes are weird. It's fuck. Like, bro, tell me why Sagat.
The hitboxes are so whack.
And okay, so we already know. You guys know. I mean, Kuro, are you aware? Same with Mar. Are you guys aware that in KOF they don't have invincible supers? Like, if you do a super and someone does a meaty punch, like you're gonna get hit and lose all your meter, right? KOF does not believe in invincible supers.
Yeah, that I do.
What about you, Kuro? Were you aware of that?
Yeah, I actually played like some of the the original like console version of the game, so I have like I'm familiar with a little bit of like jank in there.
Right. Yeah, no, but SNK, that's so this you don't know. But the funny thing is about CVS is that it has the layout of a KOF button or KOF game, right? So there is no fear. So if you're Street Fighter, like CVS, I think was easier because if I'm not mistaken, or Capcom vs SNK, Mark of the Millennium too, right? I believe KOF players play like KOF and Capcom play like Capcom, right? Or am I mistaken? Because I always pick Capcom characters, so I don't know. Am I correct, Kuro? You can correct me on this one.
It just depends on like what groove you picked. So if you wanted to play like a Capcom character, you just pick the Capcom groove. If you wanted SNK, you pick one of the other ones.
Right. Yeah, the grooves is what makes it very confusing. But to me, I feel like I can hop in, play a Capcom character, and my muscle memory would kick in. Whereas you're a Capcom player, you go to CVS or one of the other ones, like, no, you have to rearrange your muscle memory, right? So that's weird. And so button layout is very the same, and apparently it's a precursor, I think, to 2003, or I forget, like, there's too many KOFs, right? But even then, it isn't really a KOF game, because there's no rolls, like, there's actually, like, you know what I'm saying? It has the button scheme and some of the stuff of KOF, the meter management, but the way neutral and everything is Street Fighter as fuck. So it's like a weird compromise. But what I'm getting at, so again, it includes the meter thing, but what I mean is, Jank, bro, tell me why you could do a level 1 super right in front of someone as Sagat, and the fireball goes behind them, and you cannot get grabbed during that animation. So even if you do Hugo's level fucking 3 super, it just, oh, I whiffed. It's like, what the fuck? And another, dude, there are some weird like, I can't describe the jankiness, bro. It's like MKVDC levels of jank. But the thing is, everyone who's playing, I love that everyone who's playing CBS knows that, homie, everybody knows this is like a jank fighting game, but it's like the old school kind of good jank, right? Like, oh, similar to what we were talking about MVC2, but like, no, it's more jank than both, like, for sure. But yeah, no, it's not for everybody. Like, don't come into this game trying to think you're gonna play honest. It's weird because you can play oddly pretty good honest footsies, but it's a very weird. Here's another thing about it is that it has a Mortal Kombat Tekken system where like, what? Here's this weird. You guys just think this is weird. Mars is a Tekken player, so he's used to this in a sense, but he knows how 2D fighters. Kuro, would you not think it's weird just because someone's ducking, they can just avoid all grabs, including command grabs?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there is some weird rules, and you get also the combos, dude. We have it so fucking good these days. The combos are unironically hard as shit. And Kuro, you already know I'm still doing my video about the combo trials thing. Dude, it's actually up there. Like, it's if it had trials, it would be at the top, dude. I'm not bullshitting you.
That's not because we have 3 frame links instead of 1 frame links now. Yippee!
And it's funny because its links are actually really hard, but it has a weird buffer system. So in case if anyone is struggling, here's a bit of an advice. Same for you, Kuro, when you're gonna hop into it. The way this game works is the way it detects input. So when you press a button, there's actually a 4-frame buffer. It won't come out until 4 frames later. And if you press any direction during those 4 frames, it will go to that direction. So do you know what that means, Kuro? Just by what I'm saying from that.
Oh, God.
Really? No.
Okay, right? So I'm saying that. So what this means is, if, say, you press jab, and I noticed this is why my execution was tweaked. I would either get accidental hotos, or I'd be like, wait, I did this. So say you're pressing jab, right, Kuro? You press jab, and then you immediately press down to go into down jab, or to, like, link into something. Because you press down, within 4 frames after you press jab, you'll get a down jab instead.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
So it feels really, and I thought it was to the point when I was doing some of my combos, I would purposely, like, what I used to do, right, when I went in practice my execution, I would hold down, right? Say I would hold down, press jab, and after I let go of jab, then I would do the motion. That's what I'd have to do to make sure I'm super. And I thought, the game was just super strict and precise. Like, no, it's because of that weird buffer window. So now I know, if I want to do down, like, say, light, medium into hado, don't do the hado motion until after you let go of the button, because I'm super fast. And then once I do that, I get it. But it's weird. It's really weird. And if you try to do it the Street Fighter way, this is the thing about a KOF, or that game specifically, if you try to do them the Street Fighter way, you can. It's just going to be 10 times harder than it needs to be. And there's actually, like, auto combos that are target combos that everybody has that are way easier, and you could actually confirm off those, which are way better, and you can't get a misinput because they're target combos, right? But I was doing some, and they're saucy. Like they're still hard. I'll say this, like, good example I have to do. One of them is, like, you do a jump in. Also, jump ins is like Street Fighter 3, where you have to do deep jump ins to get any good combos, man. And dude, for sure, like, trying to do combos outside of 3 hits, like, dude, it's weird because some of the crazy CVS combos you see, like, they're buck wild. But if you play Third Strike, like, dude, trying to do those combos is insane. And I was trying to do that with Ryu. What you do is you do a jump in medium, and you do either a light or his target medium, and then you link it. Or you cancel. And here's the thing, here's what's super weird because of that input system. So say you jump in, right? You do a medium. You have to do it. And remember, you can't press forward anything within 4 frames. And then I'm talking about actually insanely fast. Input a DP. and then after the DP, I thought it was Tatsu, I got it wrong, and then put forward heavy. It's so fucking tight, and you have to be precise. It's in fucking insane, dude. Like, and that's what I mean. Like that's like, okay, the combo, and then once you could do that, you could loop it into itself to some stupid broken shit. But just doing that stupid broken shit is mad tight. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Kuro? Are you looking forward to this? And by the way, these are the optional harder combos. There are easier combos you can do that aren't this stupid. I will see.
I mean, it sounds like the reputation of the game kind of like precedes itself. Like, yeah, I've known this game is like supposed to be some jank. I know for a fact, like apparently in that game, if you like whiff a throw, you lose meter.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is like a prime example of just like jank where they're like, why would you ever do that, right?
Right. I know I'm talking about it. And you might need to get reminded. So I'm looking forward to when we play it. And like I said, I've been practicing and playing a lot. So hopefully I got you, dog. Don't worry. You're not coming into the ocean because I came in. I didn't know shit, and I was just having fun, right? Then when I finally sat down and tried learning combos, I'm like, oh, because I was trying to. I was playing Ryu, and then I would notice sometimes like, why would I get a Hado? I was getting pissed. I was like, oh, because I let go of down forward, and it must have mistook me letting go at some point as a forward, and I got Hado. So now I know I hold down forward when I commit to the DP. I just have to make that as a habit, right? And I normally let go because I like to go back to neutral to do other. Like it's because I'm used to like when I do it in combos, right? Good example when I use mishimas and sit. It's just, yeah, you have to rewire your brain a bit. That for sure. It's a learning curve, but it's very fun. It's very fun. I cannot deny that. And I mean, I don't know. Outside of it's something you definitely have to play. I honestly think it might be one of the more popular dead fighting games. And one of the reasons I wanted to loop back to is that the fact that I didn't click to me that the fact that you're getting Capcom and SNK players playing, dude. I was like, holy shit, we're getting all the Mexicans in this bitch. I mean, yeah. So hopefully you can get it. I mean, I don't think it's gonna die off any soon. It's weird because it's such a niche fighting game. Like it's definitely niche as like even arguably more niche than Third Strike. Yet it's popping off. Though, like I said before, I think we're in a good era where any fighting game can pop. Especially once they said rollback. Like this is how you know rollback's like. Did you not hear in the announcement like in the background? Because I watched Max react when they said rollback. People were like, woo! Like, dude, rollback is a hype feature, bro. But yeah, your thoughts, Kuro?
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna pick up the game, so I'm interested to see how like I feel about it, like as an anime player, and seeing how like the info buffer and everything like works out for me. So
yeah, I will say
if anything, yeah, I'm 100% gonna pick it up to support SNK, support these like re-releases with rollback and all these like extra features, right? So
yeah. And the other thing is the pacing is really fast, so I think you'll like that. But it's also like Third Strike, like you have to like really get your footsies and dashing down. But last thing is you can dash and you can cancel the dash with the jump, and if you do that, it becomes a super jump. And once you get used to it, it's very intuitive. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. Honorable. Any more thoughts on CVS? Or are you good? Ooh.
My impressions on it? Resurrection.
Oh, dude, I wish they had Gil. Dude. Also, I mean,
this is an absolute resurrection of an old title that we are begging for, and we need more ports of.
Yeah.
Just as long as they keep good on their promises. All we want is just the same fucking game. Better, it's optional, but better graphics, better training mode options, rollback netcode. Those are the 3 to 4 things we want from these ports. Do that, we will buy your fucking game 3 times.
And I guess one of the other things people were saying,
we will buy it for ourselves, our friends, and that one online dude who said, "Hey, bro, I want to get into a fighting game."
Yeah, literally. No, but one of the things that people were saying is apparently they wanted this is kind of sad. It shows you how the state of the publishments are. Like the people who make this, it's the developers are on the front lines and they're getting fucked over. The publisher, because when they were releasing it, they literally said, nah, don't. They wanted to actually fix some of the actual legit bugs that were in the game. But the publisher said, nah, it doesn't matter, just release it. Like this is apparently I heard somewhere like someone talked about it. I was in Discord and they said it was in some Reddit or something. I was like, no, it sounds kind of legit actually, because there was some controversy where they censored the art because they had
yeah.
Like to me, I'm gonna be honest. You probably agree with me, Kuro, that like it's like a whatever kind of censorship. And at the end of the day, as long as the main game isn't touched, like I think it's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. But it does show you how the companies are kind of like, okay, so it's not out of pocket.
I mean, we already saw this with the port of the original Star Wars Battlefront, and that was a fucking disaster.
Oh, that's a whole nother story. Jesus Christ.
And dude, the funniest part about that, I will talk about it at some point other time, but just dead ass. I didn't even care about the pricing, what they were going to do. I just wanted to play the single player campaign again. Right. They ruined that somehow.
They did, right. How'd you get rid of
when you do that,
It's just what the fuck
And
are
that's
you
what I
even
was
doing?
gonna mention a bit earlier. Sorry, mini side tangent, but I'm glad that most modern, again, we've seen it under night. It's great. Like, oh, they actually launched in a good state. People are sticking around more than Uniquely. Like, I'm glad that people are fed up. Like, no one's gonna wait for a patch for a game to get better. Like, we're all beyond that. Wouldn't you agree, Kuro? Like, most people like, oh, Unis didn't run much for rollback. Like, okay, well, I guess we're not gonna care. Oh, Battlefront. Like right now, Battlefront has lowered its memory. It's 25 gigs. It actually is playable online. The servers, like, no one cares anymore. Like, because of how bad the launch was. Like Nintendo said it best. I'd rather a game launch in a good state, because if it launches at a bad game, it's always known as a bad game. And guess what? We see that with No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk. They're much better games now. But how many people do you know still don't even want to try playing those games because of how bad notoriously the launch was, you know?
Dude, I always have to argue with people. It's like, no, it's not a bad game anymore.
Right? And it's hard to convince people, bro. You know, I mean, Kuro, your thoughts on that actually?
Dude, I just send them an hour YouTube link of like how No Man's Sky was saved. I say, I'm not gonna fucking argue with you. You watch this, you either do or you don't. Fuck you.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Kuro?
I feel like I'm a prime example of that. Like both of those games, I have like yet to play, like yet to play myself or like buy, because I heard like the initial like launches were just like awful. So that literally turned me away from like picking up the games. And now for me, it's like kind of like too late. So I'll probably get them eventually. But
Right,
like
right.
I am in no rush to
It's
get
never
it.
too late.
Right.
Those two games specifically, you're never too late.
I mean, I don't care for No Man's Sky. I always thought that shit was overhyped. So when it did bad, I'm like, wow, you guys were overhyped for Space Minecraft. Cool. But yeah, no, thank you, Kuro. Thank you for adding to that. Yeah, like it
was accidental overhype.
Like, I think a bad launch sours the game for a lot of people more than, oh my god, the game's better now, you know? Because now you got to convince someone to get it, right? And don't you think that's kind of similar?
Listen, I'll still pick it up if it's like on sale for like $5,
right?
Which should be like the normal price.
Right,
oh, okay.
Exactly. But you think fighting games kind of suffer this to a degree too? Like, I feel some games, I mean, you see, especially with rollback.
Any game ever would suffer from that.
True. I mean, but before, remember, people would make a good example. Even Halo Infinite, like, too many games, especially publishers, think you could just patch it. Like, oh, fake. Too many people, I think, just have gotten tired and burned out. Like, let me ask you this, Kuro. Why have you reached that statement, or is it just, or have you feel like you got burned out from your personal experience with games that already do this, or is it a combination of that, or just if a launch is that bad, it doesn't matter how much they fix? I mean, I don't know. I want your thoughts on that at least.
I mean, I feel like for the games I do pick up that do launch badly, like as long as it gets better, I will play it. But like it really hurts like the longevity of like how much time I like put into the game and how long I play it for.
Okay. And you feel like that for sure? Definitely. For me personally, it's burned me. Like, now I look at any games like, dude, I've been through their Siege, this and that. Oh, it gets better, and it never. The only one that was 100% worth it was Street Fighter 5. And see, oh, look at that, Kuro. How many people do you still hear shit on Street Fighter 5 to this day?
A lot.
Yep. And dude, I'm gonna be honest. This is something I want to talk. I mean, maybe hopefully, I want to talk about it a bit, but I guess he might hear it in the end. But one thing maybe, Kuro, you can agree is, don't you feel like some games, right when they get at their peak of their competitive level, or people like the meta has kind of stabilized, and now we can really see how this game is played at a stable, then the new one comes out or something. I feel it happens too much. Tekken 7, like, okay, fine. In Street Fighter 5, like, we had the peak. Luke was nerfed a bit. You actually saw, like, people really get the hang of the meta. No, because that was a problem with Street Fighter 5. Like, oh, man, I'm playing Rashid one season. They changed this, and now you have to play a different play style. Like, I feel that happens too much in fighting games. Like, can we let the game sit for, like, a year without any balances or anything before you switch on to the next one or announce anything? Like, because then I want to see how this game is actually played once the meta has, like, solidified, right? Because we think about it, even old fighting games have been brought new life because of new tech they discovered from something that's stale, you know? I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Kuro?
No, I'd agree, and I feel like a prime example of that is like in Granblue. Recently, they like dropped Beatrix, one of like the like new DLC characters, right? And like not even a month after her release, they just like nerfed her, dude. yeah.
Fair enough. And you guys already know I hate Granblue, so I got no thoughts.
Hey, what's that thing you said about Granblue?
It looks like a game.
Just want to make sure it's heard again.
AI. Like, anyone who knows me, I fucking hate Granblue. And if you guys are wondering why I hate games and I keep saying don't play that, here's the thing. Maybe, Kuro, you don't have to agree that you can like Granblue, same with both of you, but you can agree that this is how the entertainment industry works. There's a great professor who said he's seen it that video games are going to be the new industry, right? When people have a limited free time, when they do something, that clock blocks from something else. That's a universal rule. He's seen it with carnivals and shit. Like, they started dying down. Why? Movies started beating them. Movies, why are they getting cut? Same with even anime, why they're starting. Video games, I could get way more entertainment from $60 than I could from 20 minutes. And guess what? I hate when people say, even some people in Kuro's channels, like, they clearly don't understand. Like, oh, Tekken and Under Night, like, dude, they're both, ignore the fact they're both fighting games. They're both video games, and they're both something that appeals to people. You're telling me if someone like they have to pick between COD, Tekken, and you really don't think that's gonna affect someone, especially in this economy? That's idiotic. I don't care if it doesn't have, like, to me, this is why to me that it matters a lot. It's like every person matters, and I think wouldn't you agree? Like, isn't that someone you'd want to be behind, a company or a person that you know that values every single last customer? And guess what? That can get you more. How many times have we seen when someone has a base? Like, good example, someone is making their own Battlefield, and a lot of people are getting it. Like, someone says a base thing, like, you know what? I'm a firm believer. I don't care about anti-cheats and stuff. I'm here for the people. Like, I've seen people buy games from indie studios just because of the statements they make. You know, that alone is going to get you more people. Like, you know what? I don't even play fighting games, but this developer's so based, I'm buying this game just to support it, right? Just that kind of mentality alone. And to me, it feels really asinine and stupid to think that just because they're not even in the same genre, that a game isn't competing for that same time. It's like, good example. You could say this, Kuro. Wouldn't you think we'd get cucked if Grand Theft Auto 6 came out the same day Under Night did? Like,
I mean, yeah, that would be like unfortunate.
Exactly. Sure. Even though clearly, let's be honest, 90% of GTA players won't touch Under Night. But what about those 10%? Every percent matters, you know? And that's why Diablo got fucked. Diablo is the best example. They released the same day as Street Fighter 6. Again, most Diablo players are idiots and wouldn't play a real game. But what about those that actually would? You know, what about them? And on top of that, their marketing was trash too. But you know, it didn't matter because everyone was more hyped for Street Fighter 6 anyways. That's a good example. Like Diablo 4 was so far.
If you beat the game on hardcore, you get your name scribbled on front of our what was it called?
Right.
Office. If you get your name scribbled on front of our office.
Like, don't get me wrong. If we were to pick, like, it is that better for Uni. Like, it is better for Uni to release around Tekken than obviously like Call of Duty or something like that. Makes sense. But at the end of the day, there's still more. I hate it when people, like I said, I'm not gonna specifically say, I don't remember anything. But some people, like, not even Kuro chat, but in Discord, they were saying like, oh, like, dude, it is still better than Tekken over COD or Grand Theft Auto, for example. But like, dude, it's closer. They're both fighting games. Yeah, they're, again, I agree. Maybe let's say 1% of Tekken players. But what about, like, there are people even in Kuro chat I seen. I'm like, I had to be like, damn, am I getting Tekken on? And guess what? I don't have Under Night. And be real with me, Kuro. Don't you feel a little bit upset? Like, fuck, I could be playing with Greatest right now, but he bought Tekken instead of Under Night because it was just a better offer.
Because like everyone that like plays their games and has their community, like they want that like support from other players, like new players and all that.
Exactly.
Right? So it is unfortunate when like they have to compete within like the same players too, like the same player base.
Exactly. And that's what I can't stand is when people want to ignore, like, oh, it's not a big deal. Dude, it's a very big deal. And a good example, you can agree. For some people can make a break. Good example, like what is it? Like, so the best thing is you can even agree that, oh, if you have a rival, that can make you stick around in fighting games way more. Nihongo Gamer said it himself, right? And to me, I'm not like bro, maybe outside of playing you, I wouldn't mind, but like, I mean, like I said, given the choice, I was gonna pick Tekken. It was a better product, and I just enjoyed competitive Tekken more than Under Night, even though I still hate Tekken. So let that sink in, you know. And then now I'm like, I almost feel so late out of the loop. I see. Look at this. I don't even feel like getting back into Under Night. If I'm being honest, I'm like, it's too late. I need like a super, you know, like look at that. Like you have to force me to buy Under Night, and you've seen how excited I was to try to get it. Like, you remember, right, Kuro?
From like our discussion, yeah,
and I looked at the numbers, but hearing this actually makes me better. Like, okay, at least I can find matches. But like at the end of the year, know me, I need to find people who suck as much as I do. I don't like actually trying and finding games that I don't compete in. I'm sorry, that's just how I am. I might be a bitch, but I just don't care to try, and I don't want to learn the mechanics. I just want to press buttons, dog. You know?
Yeah, it's a little sad for me to hear that, but like, you know, I get you, man. Like, I feel you. I understand.
Right, and
like
that's the thing. Like, we all feel like, I feel bad when people didn't play BB Type. I was like, you know, I respect it. Like, that's why I respect that.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, go for it. You talk about BB Type then.
It makes me depressed that like I can't have fun in BB Tag the way I used to anymore. And the online scene is completely dead. Bandai, as always, abandons a promising thing with just a little bit of effort.
Right, and that's what I mean. That's why,
especially when a shit ton of effort was already put into it, licensing and gameplay wise.
See, and this is what I'm getting at too, Kuro. I would rather Tekken die and Under Night flourish. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you wish Granblue didn't exist so Under Night could thrive? Don't you might think, oh, like, no, it's one dude. Granblue is eating some of the anime players. Do you not agree with this?
I mean, for sure, yeah. There's like that overlap between the player base,
and that's why I hate when people say, "Oh, why can't you just play your game and hate on?" Like, dude, no, I want to hate on the other one so people play my game. Is it selfish? Yes, but I'm sorry, I fucking hate Granblue. That shit is garbage, trash. Please play Under Night. Like, if you understand, like, look, I'm gonna say this much: if Granblue can die again, dude, I'll buy Under Night for sure, hands down. Because like, I'll keep that as a promise to you, Kuro, because I hate Granblue with a passion. And part of it because
sign into Granblue tomorrow. There's gonna be a strange IP hack. I have no idea how that's gonna happen.
But you get my sense.
I'm making that up.
Oh, fuck you. But you get what I'm saying though, right, Kuro? Like, I look at every other game as a competition, and that's why, like, for me, what I'm doing as a flex. Oh, is GTA 6 releasing? I'm releasing my ripoff GTA as a flex because I know I'm confident in my product. That like, nah, I'm here to eat. your player base. Because I have that confidence. Same like, look, if I wanted to be a dick, say this. You've seen my ideas. If let's say the game comes out, what if I released it the same day as Under Night 3? Would Under Night 3 not get fucked? Like, oh, I could just play Under Night with actual offline content. And that's why, to me, I'm confident. Is like, they're the only people who kind of like GTA doesn't care. Like, oh, is Black Ops releasing the same day? Like, yeah, people are gonna pick and choose, but like, dude, like either pick. Oh, let me pick Call of Duty, but they're gonna eventually pick Grand Theft Auto, right? Because it's just that big of an IP, and they have confidence, right? That's like, to me, I hate when companies say, oh, you see, the game's more expensive, so you gotta put more money. No, that's an investment. People don't realize that gaming is an investment. When someone charges you a certain amount, it's like Grand Theft Auto to this day is one of the most expensive games of all time. They only charge 60 because they knew it was gonna sell that much. And that's why they gotta realize with fighting games, they gotta charge, like, let's be real, $50 is too much for basically most fighting games. You're not being charged $50 for the product. You're being charged $50 to keep the product alive, or the series alive. That's the difference between fighting games that people don't realize about these. They're all at best $20, $15, honest to God. Even Under Night, they're $15, $20 games. But you're paying $50 so you can keep supporting the developers. That's the difference, right? Whereas, honestly, it's funny because it's ironic. If anything, the way it should be, games like Under Night, BB Tag, they should be like $100 to really support the developers, if we're being fair. And then you should only pay $10 for GTA or COD. Oh, but even though there was more budget, but here's the thing. It's going to sell 20 million times more than Under Night ever will. $1 out of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can charge $1 and they'll still make more money than Under Night. You know, but that's not the way it works. That's what I hate when people bring in economic, like, they don't actually understand the economics of it. That's why I want to go free to play. I think having a fighting game to be accessible to as many people as possible is the way, and then having consumer friendly microtransactions is the way to go. Plus, I already know I'm not looking forward to the fucking League fighting game. I hope it dies and burns because I hate League and everything it stands for. You guys like I hate other things because it's eating into better fighting games. The only reason I don't completely hate on even Grand Blue and the League, it's like, the only saving grace is that they're good entryways. Like, you know, there's this, and let me go try this out, right? So that's the only saving grace for those, is that, like, my cousin, for example, he now wants to get into the FGC because of the League Fighter. That's all I know. Once you get at that, you come play a real fighting game. Come play Street Fighter and Under Night. You know, I feel like he'd like Under Night. So that's the only saving grace.
I thought you were gonna say, like, play the fantasy one. No, it's like the super basic one, Fantasy Strike.
Oh, dude, I love Fantasy Strike, low-key. But I feel like too many people...
No, it's like the joke is like you play a joke game, now you play a real fighting game, then you dip your toes in the real fighting game.
True, I get what you're saying. But you get me right, Kuro.
The thing back to BlazBlue that I want to talk about with Cross Tag is that because the Ruby IP was recently acquired again by Viz Media, there's the potential fear of Cross Tag actually getting delisted because they are taking down everything.
Interesting. I feel like that'd be more.
They are making waves right now of like taking down like Clips channels. They're taking down, or like not even Clips channels, just anything Ruby Media related.
I did hear that.
And IPs they are taking down.
Well, I've heard mainly it comes to that stuff.
Arrowfell, I think it's a mobile game that's also getting taken down. I'm not entirely sure.
BB Tag might be safe purely because of the complications of it. I'm gonna be honest.
But like I said, there is the potential fear that Cross Tag is gonna get delisted. If you see that motherfucker on a sale, you buy that.
Yeah, so heads up. But I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I'm not as worried is like I hate to admit it, but BB Tag's never making the comeback, so
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's gonna make a comeback. I'm saying if you see that thing at a sale, you get it before it's gone.
Yeah, for sure. So heads up to everybody. Did you know about this, Kuro? Curious?
No, that's like news to me.
Yeah.
A really funny thing that actually did come out of it though is the voice actor for Ruby. Big shout outs to her. She accidentally destroyed the company microwave on day one of recording.
Wow.
It was so funny. Everyone memed the shit out of it. Even the people at the company themselves. It was so funny.
Quick question, Kuro. I know a bit side tangent. What are your thoughts on Booty Water Ruby?
I've never seen the series, never gotten into it, so I don't really mind it.
Good. It's Booty Water. I don't care. I don't know how that shit ever popped off. It's mid as fuck. The only good thing Ruby has is Ruby Chibi. Dead ass.
Listen. Ruby Chibi wouldn't exist without the great animation god himself, Monty-Ohm. You have to give respect for that.
Hell no, I ain't respecting shit.
You can't respect Ruby Chibi without the creator, man.
Hell no, I don't give a fuck. Dude, he died way before that shit came out, so that's further proof that Ruby was Booty Water, and Chibi is an ungodly parody. By the way, everyone, please, I don't know when, Kuro, you need to sign that petition. I want to be the sole owner of Ruby Chibi and all the rights, and we will fund money to give to Viz Media. Be like, here's $1,000. Give me the rights to Ruby Chibi. Come on, I know how to use Unreal Engine. I have Blender. I can make the chibis and make them work. Give me. Right, Kuro? You know of my obsession with chibis, right?
Give it to me. It belongs to me now.
Yeah, but outside of that, is there any more Evo topics you would like to think of, Kuro, that came up to the top of your head? Because if anything, what about the side games? I forgot. If we didn't talk about the main titles, was there anything happening with the side titles?
I'm gonna be honest. I heard absolutely nothing.
Kuro, your thoughts?
I mean, there's like some of the stuff about like other games. Like there's like a bit of grapples, but their DLC. There's like stuff about like the other SNK. Actually, we didn't talk about this one, like Garo, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, not announcements much, but like as far as did anything happen? I mean, personally, here's the other question: did you watch anything besides Undernight? I'm curious.
I watched Undernight and Third Strike so far.
Oh, that was it.
I
Yeah,
watched
so
Third. So what I did was I watched Third Strike. I watched the last bits of Uni. I saw a little bit of pools from 6. I did not care about Tekken or Mortal Kombat, and there was no streams from the side tournament from the official people, so I couldn't really see anything that way either. So the only way I could find anything about side tournaments was just Twitter, but even then, I heard nothing.
By the way, big shout outs to the dude who died of a heart attack. It's a year anniversary now. Who was the idol? He got 3rd place in Idol Showdown. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
Yo, rest in peace, man. You know, shout outs and respect to him. But yeah, sad time. So I mean, I'm pretty sure there was an Idol Showdown. Did Idol Showdown have any announcements? Because I know they
Nope.
probably would have.
I don't think so. No.
Interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, look forward. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. No, see. No, I almost spoiled the surprise.
I was curious though, if anyone knew any information about the panels and exclusive games that they were shown at EVO.
How are you?
Sorry, guys, message.
You don't have to take me to the airport tomorrow.
Do you know anything, Kuro, about like any like company reveals or like demos that they were having there?
The only one I remember off the top of my head is that I had a demo for like the Leaf Fighter. That was kind of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no.
right, yeah, they did have booths
that was
for
the only one I heard about too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if anything, another thing, Kuro, are you excited for the MVC collection?
Yeah, actually, kind of like something that this reminded me of, like this discussion was like that in terms of like kind of looping back to like picking up stuff up before it's gone and like delisted. I know that's something I'm gonna do for like Marvel for sure, like the collection. I'm gonna pick up like the digital version on Steam, and then I'm gonna buy like physical copies of it.
Right, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah. Because
Right.
like Marvel specifically, like it already has the history of like the game being delisted like multiple times, and then like the games themselves become like so expensive, like it's like not even worth getting.
Yeah. True. Also, what about the Xbox store closing down soon? What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
PlayStation Store Rise Up.
Right, Kuro.
Kind of the same feeling. I've always been like a PS dude over Xbox.
Right, but like, dude, PlayStation's gonna be the last standing
You're talking to
store.
a PlayStation guy, man. I have nothing to say.
But again, at the end of the day, it loops back into what Kuro was saying. Like, dude, like, fuck, dude, Xbox games are rising up in price. I mean, dude, right now, Street Fighter Cross Tekken's $1, bro, and I'm trying to get that, but the 360 is being stupid. So it's like shit, you know. But I mean, quick question: did you guys at least watch Guilty Gear or anything about Guilty Gear? Or what's up with that?
I wanted to see all the announcements though. Yeah.
Okay, well, quick, let's go with the announcements. Kuro, what was your thoughts? I mean, I really don't care, so.
So they announced like the next like season pass of characters and like having a guest character and anime like exclusive character, one straight from like their anime that hasn't even come out yet, and then 2 returning characters, right? So
right.
as someone who has like not seen like Cyberpunk yet, I'm behind like a lot of this stuff. Really,
I already know I'm a Guilty Gear Strive hater, so fuck them.
I'm not. I don't play. I'm more of a plus R guy, but like the guest character goes like out of nowhere.
The only way I'll care about Guilty Gear is if they bring Raven back. I'm gonna be honest. That's it.
That's like the kind of thing. Like some people were complaining, like, yeah, the guest character, which was a weird addition to them because like this is a series that has never had guest characters.
True,
and like her spot kind of does take away from like a return character.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that much. To me, guest characters is always a good thing because they bring. I mean, some guest characters are always good. I seen a discussion in this Discord that again, we never KO players came to Tekken. I'm not gonna lie, the guest characters helped a fuck ton for Tekken, so living proof. And even that's why it was controversial if Street Fighter Hood. I'm like, no, I think it is good. Guest characters are better, arguably, than maybe some legacy characters. Because at the end of the day, it's the same people. If anything, it's just gonna make maybe, like I said, my bitches, Raven players, all 12 of us, you know. Whereas people were like, oh man, people who've never played. Again, good example. Look at how it's mainstream. Everybody's seen the Cyberpunk anime, and guess what? Cyberpunk are GTA players, right? They're normies, and now they're gonna try a fighting game because there's a character from the anime from the game that they play. You know, like arguably, I don't disagree with I just don't care. I feel like why her? I don't care. I would have rather someone else from Cyberpunk. Maybe V from the actual game. I think that would have been way better. But I mean, at the end of the day, I hate Guilty Gear Strive more than anything. So I just want the game to die and burn for booty hurting me as a Potemkin player. You know, I'm big Ditful. You guys can see this. That's part of the reason why you guys are seeing the trend of me not watching anything. I am a very big Ditful person. Like I will do my best to make sure you go to the ground as humanly possible because I am booty hurt.
I learned that day 2 of hanging out with you.
Kuro, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, like I said, I have not seen like the show itself, so like her addition just like doesn't really do anything for me, and the other characters like are unfortunately not gonna get me back to like go back and like play Strive really.
Yeah, I'm curious, what character would get you to go play? And even then, casually, obviously, I'm never gonna back and play it competitive, but at least just like play it more casually. What would be a character that would get you to go play it back?
I mean, like I'm like very biased in this. Like you already know, it's gonna be like.
Oh, Robokai?
For me, yeah, it'd be Robokai or like Kumheyu.
Nah, Robokai would, dude. I'm surprised. Well, I mean, I guess story wise it makes sense because he's just a head now, right? That's
yeah.
I'm glad. Is Venom coming back? Is Venom? I mean, I know he's retired.
Venom is coming back. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dizzy. I don't know why
it was a funny thing. It's a funny thing.
So annoying. I don't know why they brought that bitch back.
Listen. It was either Dizzy or Jam, and I'm still laughing.
Yeah, no.
I'm still laughing at the Jam fans,
dude.
Look, I'm a little bit of a Jam fan, but I'm not like, dude, bring her back or I'll never play your game again. No, I'm not that.
I mean,
I'd rather her just be in a mod.
I've been having more fun with Rev than Strive. Like, Strive's such an unplayable state right now. Like, what happened to the online? It had really good rollback. Now that it's hard to connect to the lobbies and the Habbo Hotel shit ain't working. I mean, Kuro, what's your experience with Strive last time you played? I'm curious.
From the last time I played, which was like a long time ago, yeah, I still like had issues with the lobbies, like with connecting and all like the R code stuff, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that partly outside of like the gameplay, like not vibing with me, like yeah, it did sour me on the game a bit.
Yeah, no, dude. For me, I like I said, I love. To me, everyone says Strive is the Street Fighter of Guilty Gear, and like, oh my god, they're so right. Or the Street Fighter 5, you know how they changed, they dumbed them down, they're too focused on. And like, yeah, no, I can agree. That's probably why I like it. 'Cause I like Street Fighter 5. But like to me, it's just the balancing decisions that soured me away competitively wise, because they nerfed Potemkin for no. Dude, Beta Potemkin was the best. I don't know why they ruined him, right? But outside of that, like I just think the director's an asswipe. He can go fuck himself. He's just a piece of shit, lying motherfucker. But outside of that, like the other thing is for me is that like no, for sure the number one thing that made me stop me playing casually like for fun. The lobbies were actually pissing me out. Like it's so, and then coming from Street Fighter 6 ruined me. I'm gonna be honest. Being able to get into matches so fast, back to back, good lobbies, you know, and it just works, bro. He put Todd Howard to shame, dude. Like now I'm spoiled. Like even other games, bro. If I have to wait more than a second, I don't want to play the game anymore. I'm gonna be honest. That's how bad Street Fighter 6 spoiled me, dude. I cannot wait anymore. It's made me impatient. Which, by the way, Kuro, is Uni matchmaking actually working? Is it good? Is it? It might not be Street Fighter 6. I know for sure.
I was gonna say Guilty Gear Strive servers are working better than they were last time that I was using online.
Yeah, whatever. Last time I tried playing with one of my boys, it was like.
But Uni.
Yeah, Uni.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine at the moment. They fixed like any kind of issues they had with connecting and all that. So like yeah, it's like perfectly fine.
Yeah, good example. If you press like, how is it when you get in a match? Like, explain to me the process right now, and I will be counting in seconds how long this is taking as you're explaining. Go.
You just go into like either rank or player match, get into like the list there, and like yeah, that's it. Like, you just like connect, and it directly connects you to the person. Like you don't have to go to like a cab or like way or connect to like a lobby, anything like that.
Like the cab. The cabs are great. Carry on though.
I mean, I like him too, but like yeah, you don't have to do any of that. It just connects you directly.
Right. I know that, but like, and then like as soon as the lobby's up, you can just join in. There's no issues, and then you press X. Let me ask you, how quick do you get into a match after you press X?
Like very fast. Like the loading screen like doesn't even take long at all.
Perfect. Then there we go. That's all. I feel like with those kinds of games, because no, wasn't Under Night Eunice on PS5 super fast? Like didn't the Japanese show off? Like with everyone PS5 look at the graphics, whereas Japanese players are like, yo, how fast can you load into fighting games? Wasn't you seen that on Twitter, Kuro?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, did you see that trend, Kuro, of Japanese?
Yeah, they're
players?
comparing it to like Strive, right? Because like with Strive, you had to go like try to get into like the lobby first. You had to read your R code, and then you had to try to get it into a cab and like make sure the cab worked, because some of the cabs were just like break and didn't work. So then you had to move to a different cab and then like load into a match.
Right, yeah, but good to hear that Under Night is not gonna drive my patience. Which, by the way, CVS is also the same. Except its lobby system is weird as fuck. But yeah, no, you just go online, you see the lobbies right, you hop in, you click, and then I love that you could. It did the Under Night thing. You could choose your rollback before you even start, and it shows you in bars, and it shows you the recommended against the person you're showing. I'm like, dude, that's good as fuck. I like that. I think it's a step above Under Night because it clearly shows you like the ping and very clear as a bar, and it even shows you their rollback, what they're choosing. I was like, what? That's neat.
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, can I go back to the Guilty Gear conversation?
Oh yeah, no, we're still technically on it.
Oh yeah. There's this one interesting thing that my friend told me who was watching it from day 1 to 3. Tempest, the Leo main that made it to #1 in EVO Japan, didn't break top 6, or like he was barely top 6. I thought that was very confusing when he told me that.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Guilty Gear Strive is a very volatile. I mean, in general, Guilty Gear is, but like specifically, I feel Strive more. It's a very volatile kind of game. And I feel like you can get way too lucky in Strive, which is saying something because it's a Guilty Gear series. I mean, I don't know, Kuro, you want to get more thoughts specifically about Strive? I feel like you know more about Guilty Gear than I do. I just played Strive competitive, and I just option selected everybody up to top 100. That's literally how I got a top 100. I just option selected my ass off.
I don't think I can say like too much else to like about Strive. Though. I'm obviously like more of a plus R guy. I don't keep up with Strive like too much nowadays.
Right, but just in general, as far as the gameplay from what little, like clearly everyone got nerfed in Street Fighter 5, right? But you would agree that you feel like people can get way more lucky, and there's kind of like all Guilty Gears have bullshit, but you feel like the specific kind of bullshit about Strive that makes it that you can win neutral off bullshit compared to the other Guilty Gears. Like I feel like in Guilty Gear Okazumi was more bullshit in Rev and Exencore, but you earned it more than in Strive, if you get what I'm saying.
I can definitely tell you that in the grand finals for Strive with Soul and Jacko, they were so fucking lucky. The Soul player was so fucking lucky.
Well, you know what? Soul gets away with being lucky because it's funny. But yeah, your thoughts, Kuro, on what I was saying? Do you agree with that statement, or what do you feel?
I would say so. Yeah, it probably is like a bit more like volatile, especially since they're having to like do these changes. Like the recent pack is like straight up removed like DPRCs apparently. That is just something that like does not exist anymore.
Interesting. See, this is why I'm gonna buy a physical copy of Guilty Gear and never update it because that's my favorite version. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with my top tier pop bitch and none of your DLC characters like my left nut. That's the only version.
Anyways, my final thoughts on the Guilty Gear news is. Oh, Lucy! I have to pick Lucy because Rebecca is tiny, and I don't vibe with that.
Dude, actually, I wish we had Rebecca.
I would pick Rebecca if she wasn't tiny.
Nah, she's fine.
But
give her a big
in terms of character, Lucy is a very strange choice in Guilty Gear lore-wise. Because she's more of a science and technology-focused person in a world that gave it up for magic.
All true.
Science.
Right, true.
But but technically there still is like a faction or civilization that still believes in what they call in the lore black tech.
I mean, so aesthetically, I think it's the same. The way the robots look and the magic
if anything, the season 4 has me excited for the 3v3 game mode, which is just 1 and 2 assist mechanic. Like just having that is like already like really cool.
Yeah, I feel like
they already did
the game. I would play that.
Yeah, right.
And the update that happened the day after the Evo, which was basically the season 4 balance patch. Yeah, so they already are giving us ahead of time the balance patch before these characters start releasing.
So look at that. I think for sure, fuck legacy characters. Like if we can bring guest character or something like I said, like I thought they were gonna have a 2v2 mode in Guilty Gear, but if we're gonna have a 3, then all right, I'll fucks with it, right? See, like look at that, something new. All right, well we'll fuck with it. Proving my point back that we need more shit like that. That'll get people to fucking play some shit.
Yeah, this season 4 lineup definitely has me excited for playing Guilty Gear again, though. I did have to like sleep on it after Slayer's drop because I was like, all right, I'm dandy. Now I'm not dandy.
Bro, I was sleeping once after they did my boy pot dirty, and it just kept getting worse from there. Everything like just kept getting worse. Happy Chaos, and the whole controversy with the director and the fans were totally in the right, and he was just being a jackass. I'm like, you know what? Nah, fuck you. No wonder this game's trash. You're a prick.
Interesting choice to have the new character be the girl from the anime, and I'm not entirely sure of this. I don't know if she's releasing around the same time as the anime or before the anime.
Oh, true. I mean, it's whatever.
So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, but
that is my closing thoughts. Lucy.
Oh, funny. What about you, Kuro? Any closing thoughts for GG?
No, I think just going on a little bit more on that character, it's like a big question as to whether like they designed her for the game first and then like put her into the anime, or made her like for the anime first and then are like putting her into the game.
Right, true.
You know, I don't care about Lucy. I care about Negan. Not even being anime-ized. He's just straight up a 3D model.
Can we have Cav? Can we have Negan in every fighting game? He's unironically the funnest character I've ever played.
He's just a perfect guest character. He has legacy. He has insane lore. He has the gameplay mechanics in his character.
He's just fun.
And his voice. Yeah, his whole character persona is just perfect.
He's a fighting game. You know what? The problem is they put a fighting game character in The Walking Dead.
And as a person who grew up with family members who liked Walking Dead and didn't even watch a single episode of it myself, even I was hyped as fuck.
I just thought like,
yo, that's the dude.
Let's be real. Tekken had some of the best crossovers. Like again, Geese, Akuma, Noctis. Dude, when I see Noctis, I thought that shit was a mod. I was like, this is a mod, and I was like, wait, is this real? Like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't believe it, right? But, okay, that's enough. Oh, wait, actually, was Exencore a side tournament at EVO? Kuro?
Probably. I have
Yeah, it
no
was
idea.
side. It was on side. Yeah.
No, was it
Oh,
streamed as well or no?
Yeah, I was out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you see any of that?
Wait, where was the stream?
Yeah, I don't remember what channel it is. I follow like too many like a few channels, but it was on one of them, right? I watched some of it. I gotta go finish watching it, but yeah, I only watched like all of Uni and like Plus R, or not Plus R, but Third Strike.
Wait, did Rev also have a side tournament? I feel like it probably did next to Street Fighter 4 because I feel like those are in the same boat in a sense as far as player base at least.
I would say probably. Like I don't know about that one for sure.
Right. Oh, any other thoughts that you have about Evo? I thought the venue looked really great, and especially where they put Maximilian. Your thoughts, Kuro? You see where they put Maximilian?
Oh
right
my
there?
god, Maximilian! I was hoping we would talk about that.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Kuro. Thoughts on our favorite FGC boy of the world?
I mean, I was good to see him there, so like that was pretty hype, like pretty interesting too. And I really like love how he's like doing at the moment, like how he's like super hyped for like the Marvel vs. Capcom collection and all that.
Right, of course. Dude,
Dude, the motherfucker has the cabinet himself in his back room.
True. I mean, dude, actually, he helped me get into MVC. Fun fact, like a lot. I watched his videos on like the old school skits he used to do.
Oh yeah. Assist me and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love Assist Me, dude. That's actually what got me into his channel. So like, no. If anything, he's a huge reason I'm here today. So shout outs to Max, dog. Next to Lord Diego. No, but no, the CBS announcement I saw when he was watching that too. I was like, oh shit. We were both like, what the fuck, really? CBS? I was like, oh shit. Like, damn. But no, you guys saw when he was looking over everybody. Did you see? Oh, did you guys see the meme?
That's the perfect meme post. He did that knowing that was going to be a meme. It's like, all right, I need to give people material during the 3 days I'm here. Let's make Evo some money, or let's make me some money.
I like this. He's looking. My favorite one's when they put the music from Yakuza, and then they put like, oh, Maximilian dude, head of the dude family, and he's looking over and like with his head,
the
and
YVG.
Yeah, and he's just looking over. I'm like, dude, this is perfect. But
oh
yeah.
my god, dude, there's this one photo I saw where someone did Sajim so dirty. They made him bald and put Heihachi's hair on.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Oh, that was.
Bro, they did him so dirty.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Evo that was also a funny note, Kuro, that you can think of, memes and such, and Max?
I think we kind of already talked about. Like we talked about the Third Strike ones with like Hugo and all that.
No, just even memes, but I mean, the venue looked nice. Oh, did you guys hear about the controversy about the sign that they said, oh, no this, no that, no running,
Oh, the sign, yes!
Yeah.
What about that? Man, these motherfuckers can't even have a family here.
Yeah. So that was in reference to the main stage. It wasn't about like the stadium. So that's what was taken out.
It was just clearly like not thoroughly explained. It was just generally explained without context.
Yeah, but people were going in like, what? No one can't have kids no more. Someone said, "Damn, can't have no fun." They were looking at the no running. Yeah, that was a funny one. Like, okay, cool, it got cleared out, but that was a pretty funny one. Like to me, like, what is this? Like, I was like, dude, what? And it goes to loop back why me personally I'm not hyped for Evo anymore. You guys might be upset. Like, it's for 3 reasons. Like, I feel like Evo lost its notoriety after like what happened with Wizard, and it kind of exposed that Evo's just nothing more than just some
quick synopsis for people who don't know the Wizards game.
Oh, Wizard got accused of being a pedo. Long story short, and he's one of the founding members of Evo. And the main dudes who worked on Evo, they don't really work there. They work for League. And to me, what always struck me bad is that they let Smash in. Like, Smash is not a fighting game, nor is it part of the FGC. This is not a secret, and it's like stone. This is not special to anybody. No one disagrees with it. That's in the FGC.
Well, what do you think a pedo does? They are friends with other pedos.
Right, true. But the main thing I was getting is that's why I was happy that Undernight cucked Smash as it should have, because Undernight deserves to be over it. And guess what? That's how you know Smash players, again, like I said, Tekken players are kind of Smashers. They didn't know or care shit about Undernight, whereas every other FGC, even Street Fighter players, like, hell yeah, Undernight, yeah, let's fucking go. Like, every other community was supportive, but the Smashers. They were mad booty hurt.
Dude, I remember
they don't play anything but Smash.
I remember the day that they announced that Undernight Clear or Eunice was like going to be main stage, and I was like,
right? Like, everyone was happy, bro. Even Tekken players were like, I bet, but the Smash, because they don't play anything with Smash, further proving, like, see, it's like Smash players always shoot themselves in the foot when they get an opportunity to prove they're part of the FGC. Like, when Terry came, they're like, who's Terry? Meanwhile, everybody and their mom were like, dude, you don't know who Terry is? Like, look, none of us play KOF, really. But we know who it's like Morrigan. None of us play Darkstalkers. We all know who Morrigan is, dog. But that's why
Tekken players don't play Street Fighter 5, but they know who Alot is.
Okay, but you get what I'm saying, though, right? The main thing I'm getting at is that you can clearly see that Evo wasn't actually really FGC. It lost a lot of its grassroots feeling. They cared too much about money, and it's not the prestigious event. And then when Evo Japan came, like, you know, to me, I always seen Evo like I was disillusioned thinking it's the real Olympics, but it really isn't. Like the real Olympics is Street Fighter and a specific Capcom Cup, whereas everything is just a little small community and they play if they can, right? Like there's no Uni World Cup that we can think of, right? So like that, and then we have many venues like CEO, Combo Breaker. It's not like we have all the Under Night players in one spot together. So now I don't look at Evo as that big event. I just look at it as an event, right? Like, it's not a bad event. Like, if you can go to a happy for you, whatever. But to me, it lost that prestige that I thought it had, right? That's why, to me, I don't care about Evo as much. And especially as a competitor. Why I don't care about watching them is because, remember, I am making my own fighting game for a reason. Kuro, you already know this. I'm fed up with just most modern fighting games. I am tired of these low-ass fucking numbers. I'm tired walking around and nobody knows that there's a tournament happening right now. I'm sorry, maybe I'm too much of a normie and a mainstream, but personally, to me, it pisses me the fuck off. And even sjam, I was talking with Majin Bomb, and it's like, I just want the people who put in this effort and work to get rewarded properly. And to me, at least, is it too much to ask to actually be famous? Like, can we at least have most Street Fighter players be more famous than Sonic Fox? Because, like I said, we're talking about Sonic Fox. Say what you will, he's oddly more famous than most FGC players. And at the end of the day, Kuro, I wish Kuro was more famous.
It's
Kuro's
because
a way
the
better
attention
player.
for infamy. Like saying
and
that
MK.
he's gay,
It's mainly
furry,
MK
and black.
Not even
and
that.
Minority.
It's mainly because of MK. That's the main reason. Because he consistently wins MK and it's MK and everyone plays MK and on Dragon Ball. That's literally it. It's not about all that other shit. It's purely because the game. And can we please get that? That's why I'm glad Mortal Kombat's no longer the big three. Fun fact. Actually, Strive kind of took its place because it just failed miserably. And that's why, I mean, Kuro, do you kind of get what I'm coming at? Why I just don't really care for tournaments anymore and I'm not hype. And part of it too, the last reason is when you play these games at high level, you see the bullshit. Like when I saw the Evos last time, I literally could tell that dude had a misinput and he lost because of a misinput. Does that seem hype to you? And even Undernight has the same problem and no one's going to tell me otherwise. I mash DP with fucking Akatsuki and it's just down and it doesn't come out. How can I as a competitor be hype when I know your game doesn't even work? Forget the content. Forget the people. Your game's dread ass don't work. Like the honest man didn't win. I mean, Kuro, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like maybe I'm just being a bitch? Like, do you at least like could see where I'm coming from as someone who's actually played all of these games competitively at one point? Why
I suppose like the thing with me though is like I'm in terms of like Evo no longer being like kind of like the premier event for you. Like I think I'm a little worried in terms of how it's gonna be like diluted. Because do you guys hear about how there's gonna be like more Evos next year now?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, they're doing that. They have a thing called Evo Awards as well.
Yeah, like what is that gonna be about? Like I'm a little worried that they're kind of like stretching themselves out like too much.
Exactly.
Like I'm pretty sure like Japan and like the Vegas one are still gonna be like the big main ones, but like. Yeah, I'm not sure about all these.
Now you have
Evos.
like all these smaller tournaments happening, kind of like a world tour mode in real life.
and like I said, we're losing a lot of the grassroots. But at the end of the day, like again, people will still like we have our Undernight locals out here, and people are still holding strong. Like that's the thing about the FGC I love is that nothing. That's why even if there is a dead fighting game, it will never truly be dead. I absolutely agree with that. Fighting game community members or something. We're like roaches. We refuse to fucking die straight up, right? But it's just I would like those roaches to grow into like a fucking majestic dragon, right? That's what I like. I clearly love the FGC. I really do. I speak of this from someone who I think fighting games are some of the best games in video gaming. Period. Like there's a reason I can't play other games. I was even gonna say the thing maybe in the next Vibecast. I was like Star Wars Battlefront proved to me why COD and other games, especially FPSs, aren't fun on multiplayer. Why do I mainly play fighting games? Most games aren't meant for you to be good and play online. They're meant for you to suck dick and play. But the problem is people have actually gotten good because they play these games enough. And Battlefront, bro, matches would end in literally less than a minute because people know how to play. These games were never designed for you to actually be able to aim or know how to play. Whereas fighting games actually are. And there's definitely, oh, do you suck? Here's a match bracket for you. Here's bronze. Are you okay? Silver, gold. Fighting games have this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like more people switch from those booty water games and then play fighting games, they'd be more happy because they would always have people in the skill bracket. And then they would realize it's actually fair in that skill bracket because there's always something like they're just actually meant to be played and be good at. Most games aren't. I mean, Kuro, what's the last game you played? A good example, like Dark Souls PvP. That shit's jank as shit. No one's playing that shit serious. Kuro, your thoughts on that? Could you vouch me on this one?
I think so. Like, yeah, there's definitely some other games I feel that I hear like that are just like straight up like jank or like people aren't really playing like that.
Right. Or a good example, I think any game that unironically plays a BR or the survival games is a competitive. I remember they had it for the AT&T Cup. I started laughing. I'm like, dude, those games aren't competitive. You know, like they're jank as shit. Like. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying though, right? Like it's just a lot of dilution, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to say too grassroots. Like I'm okay with some esportsification, right? Like I don't mind if you have to be PG for kids. I mean, I commentated for fucking God's sakes, you know. But like it's to the point, like you said, they're diluting and they're kind of losing the purpose. And at the end of the day, they don't really care. That's what I'm really seeing. Like you can feel they don't actually care. And again, the best example with Evo is Why Smash here. Like I said, I ignored it for the longest, but it's like no, like me, if I had like I'm to the point. Kuro, do I have to host my own tournament now? Do I have to fly out and pay people like you? Like, oh, you know what? Let's get this content creator. Like, I would get all the content creators. That's how I would do it if I ran my rip-off Evo. Who are all the big names? I don't care if they're not even pro. We're flying them out to Japan if they can't make it or some bullshit like that. Oh, Kuro's a well-known country. He's not the... I don't care. We're flying him out to Japan. Like, I would put in my... And I feel that's what's not happening. And that's why, to me, Saudi Arabia is the future for FGC.
That sounds like you're doing your own makeshift invitations tournament.
And no, it would still be open. But I feel people who need to be there, I would like, fuck it, I'm paying you for your company. You know what I'm saying? Like, invitation, I think still exists. Like, you could do those online if anything. But I think part of the appeal, that's why I do. I think there's a time and place for invitationals and obviously open bracket, because that's the beauty. Anybody can show up and be good, right? You can never get rid of that. That's what makes them. That's why to me is the appeal of fighting games, why they're better as an esport than every other one. You show up, did you win? Here you go, bro. You're not one of the best. Not through this weird loophole bullshit that you got to do with like COD and shit, right? Like it's some kind of sports league. But yeah, I mean, your thoughts, Kuro? So I can breathe.
I feel like what you mean. Yeah, like if you want to have like a true competition, you got to have like people that actually like could compete there, right?
Right. And yeah, I feel like a lot of these companies don't actually care. And right now, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I said Evo is fine, so then people can have. Like, to me, they're just events. They're like an anime convention. That's how I see them more. I think they're fine. So
I was just going to say that
that's a good comparison.
I see Evo in a different light than I did a few years ago, where I see it as just like a place that I can just lose myself for a couple of days and just have a fucking blast playing video games. Even though I'm not gonna be taking it seriously, I'm not gonna make fucking top 6, top 10. Or even 1. I'm just there to play pools, fucking lose, have fun, chat shit up with some other people, probably buy shit.
Right, and to me at the end
I see it as a similar experience as Anime X, as like an anime convention.
True.
I just absolutely lose myself in those few days, and then I come back to the real world.
Right. Kuro, your thoughts?
I think it's like a really good comparison. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, when I'm hoping I go like eventually, yeah, I'm probably might feel that way about it.
Right.
I'm gonna play pools, and you're gonna be in my pool.
Oh,
an accent R.
Yeah, and the best way to put it is like I feel like the pro players being there. It's like outside of like I feel if you're not Street Fighter, everyone you're there for fun. Let's be real, you're there for fun. You're not there for money because that's what if you were, you'd be there for Street Fighter. That's just honest cap. Let's be real. And at the end of the day, I feel like finals exist. Like if the R pro player, example Kuro, he's an entertainer. Kuro's job there is him for his fun in Asen, right? Or like that's why I go to Asen, right? I go for fun. But when you go for your main title, your job, they even said this is how I see it, I feel pro players are, right? It's a good FGC. You're not there to win. You're not there for this, that, whatever. You're here to entertain the people. That is your job as a competitor.
That was the Hugo player. He was the showman.
Exactly, and that's something I love leaning into, right? That's why I mean, you guys know me as a person, right? But you guys, even Kuro, have you seen some of my clips when I pop off a Street Fighter or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And how I go full monkey. That's my persona, like when I go. Are you excited, Kuro? I hope to God we meet at an Under Night tournament. And I pop off so hard, and I didn't get a single match off of you, but I still pop off anyways. Like, see, look, he's laughing. Like, that's what the FGC is about. We're supposed to entertain. That's why, to me, I feel like when you go to these conventions, like you said, you're not there with us here. Even if Kuro's gonna go there with the right? But that's his own personal growth, right? Like to him as a player, whatever. But that's not like okay, cool. And if he does whatever, right? But it's not there for the money, this or that. Like, no, that's the same thing, right? But for most people, if you are there, like I said, you're the top player, and specifically Evo and Street Fighter. Oh, you're there to entertain, right? Or you're there, oh, this is just one stepping stone. Okay, I gotta win an Evo. Like, it's different. Like, I know, because I competed in CPT Tour. I didn't qualify because of bullshit. I have to, this online, this and that. Oh, can I make it to Evo? And I have to literally consider, can I do this? And at that point, no, it's just one stepping stone. Like, you win Evo, it's like, okay, cool. I'm like a quarter of the way there, right? And that's the thing. That's why, like, I feel like these things, like, because now we know. Because the thing is, when you were early on, even with me, like esports bubble, you're thinking, oh, I can play any fighting game. And like, no, if it's not Street Fighter, who cares? That's the sad reality. And Mortal Kombat, but not really anymore, because that shit got fucked. And it's like, well, if you're money, Street Fighter, everything else, you're 100% for fun. And if you're a top player, it's because you just love the game. Like even that's why I like playing like CVS. Like it's just fun. You just get good and you get fun. And now you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. You go to an anime convention. Hey, let's just host a tournament. That's basically what it is. It's someone hosted the tournament ahead for you guys and got everything set up so you don't have to. Because let's be honest, I was down as fuck. Someone said, "Yo, can anyone help us TO this?" I was so down, but I wasn't. I think there or something. I don't know if it was Combo Breaker or something. And I was like, dude, I have copies of BB Tag for days. I even have the Switch. I could show up and like, I was down as fuck because you gotta say I do for BB Tag. I will still do tournaments. BB Tag as a competitive fighter is dead. It's never happening. That's the reality. But I do it because I fucking love it, and that's why the FGC still prevails and why things like these events still matter. Like I'm not trying to be down or they shouldn't exist, but that's like what the fun of this shit is, right? It's not about the money. It's not about winning. It's about the fun. Oh god, I broke my shit. That's how I get to the conversation I got. Right?
Honestly, a huge goal of mine for if I ever do attend Evo is to play as many tournaments as I possibly can.
Dude, I already did that a fuck ton at anime convention, so I think I got my goal there. Kuro, your thoughts and your goals?
Dude, the fucking one I went to had nothing. I was so sad.
Yeah, but yeah, Kuro, your thoughts and goals?
I probably wanted to do the same thing, just like compete as many games like as I could, right? Like even though they're like not gonna be like my main games or anything like that, I think it'd just be for fun.
Right. And no, if anything, only reason I want to go to Evo so I can see all the homies, right? Like like, oh shit, yo, this Kuro is my boy. You know, it's like I feel like that's to me the most exciting.
Dude, yeah,
part
the
about
meetups,
Evo.
yeah.
And I think that's why these events like didn't need to be around, so like we have all the reason to play offline, right? And I feel like to a degree that's why it sucks. Like we don't know to a degree we know who are some of the best. That's why Arcade Era was the best. I agree with James Chen in this because everyone was playing locally. Whereas now thanks to rollback, I feel like. If fucking Kuro could like, maybe I could take a trip to Cali or some bullshit, hang out, and then the Japanese could be in Japan, and you guys could just play and then net play, but who's the best Carmine player, or some bullshit like that, right? As an example, because I think Kuro's the best Carmine only because he's my friend. That's it. Fuck everyone else, right, Kuro? That's how this works. Because we never.
I like the headphone girl.
Well, she is fine, but that's aside the point. Headphone girl. But you gotta say though. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I forgot her name. I'm sorry.
Phone on.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like, in a sense, like? It's harder because I know a lot of people do shit on online, and I agree. I feel like for big events, but I feel like for the average, undernight action core player, like people can still prove their mettle through online. What are your thoughts on that personally?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like I feel like whenever I enter tourneys, it's always like online essentially. So I feel like I'm an example of that right there. But yeah, like rollback 100% has like in a way like kind of lessen like actual like offline play, but. And the greater like aspect of it, I think it's like for the better because like people like we can all just like play like whenever with each other now.
Right. I think rollback has been a great, especially I think like for high level people to see who's really the best. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much because it's not money on the line. I feel like when there's money on the line, please do not be CPT and force me to play online tournaments. I fucking hate you. And the rest of you know, you guys are friends. Because there's no money on the line. That's the thing. Like once money's on the line, then okay. And at the end of the day, it's a tight knit community. So like, oh man, there's some like you guys can come to an agreement or this, but it's harder when it's like 1,000 people to manage, right? Like I said, good shout outs to the dude who was handling our pools over from Mexico CPT, muchas gracias, hombre. Yeah, no, dude, I had really good matches. Like, man, dude, Kuro, did I ever tell you how I lost the chance to win $1 million for CPT? Did I ever tell you that story?
Oh my god.
No.
So clearly, as I was competing for CPT Mexico, because I have to, because that's where I'm from, right? And did my thing, make sure I'm there. Imagine taking the whole trip to your home country to make sure you can compete online. And I missed the first one because Capcom didn't advertise their timestamps correctly, so I already missed the first one, so here was my first points. Second one, okay, I was a bit wrong. I could have done whatever. I didn't even get place. The next one, I did a lot better, and I was okay. I didn't place, but I was super close so I can get my points. So, man, this is the point system, right? As long as and I was like, okay, third one, I was so close. I was about to clap this fucking Manon. I lost. I was like, okay, that was kind of fair. Like, I didn't even knew I needed. My biggest thing is I think I need more practice against fellow master rank players, right? And again, I didn't get my third master rank by that point, I think. Oh no, I did. But my thing is, I was clearly adjusting like really well and getting fine, right? And don't get me wrong, I love Mexico, but our player, Kuro, that we're more renowned for KOF, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. The only person I was worried about is Kusanagi.
Dude.
Kusanagi is a really good Street Fighter. He has a really good Ken. Outside of that, like I was thinking CPT MX was gonna be me and Kuso. That I was very set on that. But because Street Fighter 6 has an input problem, when you try to do full DP EX, it thinks you want to do Lariat. So imagine in slow-mo, imagine the dramatic music. You see the memes, right, Kuro, where they go, oh, dramatic. That's what happened. It was literally, I saw in slow motion, like, Keith just do a Lariat, and I'm like, I'm really about to lose the chance to win $1 million. Wow, that's nice. Thanks, Capcom. So yeah, that's the story how I lost the chance. Like, and by the way, do you know even if you qualify, you get like $1,400 or I think $14,000 just for qualifying?
Oh, seriously?
Like, and I knew, again, I love my country. But it is kind of, like I said, most of it was issues. Not one of them, I didn't get enough sleep,
It should have gave you 1,000,000% less.
And again, clearly I was adjusting. And like I said, I've proven before I can get it because of Strive, right? Like I said, I just need to get more used to more, like I said, I wanted to play extra tournaments and then get more used to Master and do more. I think I would have been ready. If not, it's a lesson learned. Like I was thinking maybe to try it again this year, see how Akuma is. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to invest that much time because like, they still haven't fixed their input issue. Like, I literally primarily lost because, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes me demoralized. Like, imagine me putting all this effort, and these games have all input issues. All of them, dude. Tekken, Undernight, Street Fighter. Oh, do you want to DP in Undernight? Fuck you. Oh, do you want to do anything in Oki in Street Fighter? Fuck you. Oh, do you want to do Rage Art at a tight moment, and you clearly mashed it? Fuck you. Like, that is why I'm making my own fighting game. All of you cannot. Like, why are your inputs so bad? Yes, you too, Undernight. Why? Holy shit. Like, what, am I too fast or something? Shit. You know, fuck. I mean, Kuro, I know you've definitely had to at least have an issue or two before, right? You're a Carmine player.
Yeah,
right?
with other not, yeah, like it was a bit more problematic in the last game. They did fix some things between like the sequel, but yeah, there's still like definitely some input issues.
And like I said, I think part of the problem is just because of the way inherent. As a developer, I can tell you why there's actually input delay now. Like, no bullshit, it's just the way modern rendering is done. Like, no bullshit. So you guys are curious about input delay? It's unavoidable. It really, really fucking is. Like, if we want those visuals, man, we have to deal with at least a minimum of one input delay of lag. As far as the input problems, even Unreal themselves has actually been looking into that. Which, believe it or not, a lot of engines are using. Curious, what is Uni using? Do you know, Kuro, if I'm curious? No idea?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
I
think it's like their own like kind of thing, like its own like their own like in-house like develop thing from like Frank's Red.
And that thing is, don't get me wrong, everyone says I'll make it, but there's a reason people don't make their own engines. It's a motherfucker, you know. And the funny thing is, you want to know why Street Fighter 6 has specifically a huge input issue, and it might lean into Under Night actually. Kuro, are you curious? Yes.
Yeah.
So it's because of the fact they've made input so lenient that because we do them so fast, it thinks we're trying to do something else. It's the reverse problem of CVS. Like, there has to be a fine line. You can't make an input too strict or too lenient.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Like, again, that's why I would get a hot, like, oh, I wanted to do, say, a quarter circle one, but because of the huge window it has, it detected the quarter circle I did. Or no, it thought me doing a shimmy or walking back and down. Oh, he's trying to do a quarter circle. We're just going to, like, no, I wanted Hato, not CA. You know, shit like that. Whereas the other one's like, oh, did you press down just one frame? No, fuck you. You know, like, you know, see in Street Fighter 4, they did the shortcut, right? You don't have to do a full circle. You could just do the, like, 3/4 and it'll give it to you for a command grab. That's actually hurting because, again, because it's not, oh, you press 2 buttons, you want it lariat. It's like, no. Did you not see the full circle? What full circle? And have you seen actually the clip I posted, Kuro, from Twitter where the dude literally was mashing heavy and it gave him light instead to try to drift impact back? And he's like, Capcom! So, like, I know I'm not tripping, dude. So that's a good reason why I just can't, you know what I'm saying? That's the final reason why I can't get hyped. Like, because me watching Squish, I'm like, I know he parried that. The game fucked him. You know, I can't get hyped. It's just impossible to get hyped. Sorry if I'm frustrated, but I am, dude. That's why I literally pulled the bender, dude. Fuck it, I'll make my own game with blackjack and hookers and Kuros. You know, forget the blackjack. Forget the hookers. We'll keep Kuro, though. You stay. Right, you know that meme where the with
SpongeBob one, right?
Yeah,
Mr. Krabs the Clown. Yeah.
It's like you say. Oh, did you see the one for Smash where Kazi was telling him to leave? It's at the Pac-Man because like he technically is boss. Like except you.
Oh
you
yeah.
But that's me. Anything else you want to add to that or say, Kuro?
Not much. I think you kind of covered everything. I mostly like agree. Yeah.
No. Okay. I think we're kind of running out here as far as the Evo talk. Is there anything else we can think of? Because I think we can wrap it. I mean, if you feel comfortable, Kuro, or if you can think of anything else, like we might linger on for 30 minutes at best.
I mean, we only touched a little bit about Street Fighter 6.
Oh, I mean, yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
But we were just talking about it.
True. Fair enough. I mean, if anything, you're excited. I mean, I guess Kuro, I'm pretty sure you're excited because Terry and we're
100%. Yeah.
Right,
like, whenever they drop, like if I'm
Terry Bogard.
If I'm not into the game by that point, I'm 100% like jumping in at that point.
Yeah, dude, and you already know your homie will be there, dog, for sure. Don't worry though, I'll go easy. Don't bully you, because then you're gonna bully me in Under Night. So this is fair.
I did have one. Okay, side topic. Back to Under Night. What is the point of Under Night 2? I have to be honest, man. When they announced it, I said this is the exact same fucking game.
Damn. Dan, look at that, Kuro. What are your thoughts hearing it from a normie? I'm curious.
I mean, it's a fair take. Like, it's mostly the same game. They just like changed some stuff, but like compared to like a lot of these other like newer games where they were just a whole different game, like I appreciate the fact that they kept like the core mechanics, kept the same game essentially, just like updated it. And I understand like your take on that.
Very, very little difference.
I mean,
yeah, it felt to me like okay, you already have like 3 versions of Uni, which could have just been patches. But you know, that's like unfair of me to say because it was like during the 3rd generation of gaming.
Right, and Arxis is all about that.
But Uni 2, and then Uni 2, whatever it's called now. What was it called? Crace?
It's like Sicilas, yeah.
Sicila. It's like, why are you keep doing this?
Like I said, that's a fair take. Like, it's more of an update to the previous game as opposed to like a sequel or a new game.
But you're buying a whole fucking game again.
No, here's the thing. I could actually put in defense on it. Like, I think it's a bigger difference than any of the other. Just here's Ist and Claire. Like, no, it's clearly its own sequel. There's a lot of new things, like new moves and shit, and even visually,
older games.
Like, it actually is. It's better than a good example. Look at Dengeki Bunko, like where it's like basically here's 1, here's 2. Like, we just have more characters, and it's basically the same.
Yeah.
Whereas Under Night 2, like no, there is a clear like Eunice, the unit clear. Oh, here's a new character. That's really about. And then Eunice from old unit, like not the biggest difference. You know,
Well,
but
I
like
feel
there's
like
way
they
more of
even
a
need to
difference.
do that from Unis to Uniclear. I feel like they could have just had that as an update.
No, they should.
And then did Uni 2.
To be fair, Unis got the got a free Uniclear update. You just had to pay if you wanted like Landrakia. So I think
DLC,
yeah. But no, Uni 2 100% was warranted as a sequel for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
No.
keep going, Kuro.
Yeah, that's like my take on it. And like, there's like enough time between that one and like the last like version of the game to where like it warranted like having to like rebuy the game, I would say. So yeah, I don't mind it. Like I said, I just like appreciate the gameplay like being mostly the same. I don't have to worry about like not liking it anymore or something like that.
And on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, they actually did work. Well, I mean, obviously not completely, but they did work from the ground up. That's why they were. That's part of the reason they did that, so they can implement rollback. Because believe it or not, for rollbacking,
that was by far the biggest thing.
You
too,
have to. Even Mortal Kombat developers said it the best. Shout outs to them. Is that when making rollback, you have to think of the game with rollback in mind before you start.
In mind, yep.
Yeah, and they basically like obviously again, I don't know if they use the same engine or not, but they basically said we're not doing anything from the old. We're starting from scratch. Obviously, still use the same. Like a lot of the content still there, right? Like the folders for the sprites and everything. Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't a lot of the sprites redrawn in a sense, or am I tripping?
Yeah, actually, the artwork. Yeah.
Oh, so no, they 100% started from scratch. Like 100%, it's a fully new ass game. Then yeah, then no, they started fresh. Like they have the template.
That is very warranted. I just think like, I just see these other versions of Uni, and I'm like, is it worth spending another $40 when they could? When in my eyes, it could have just been a big patch.
And at that point,
I mean that's fair. Yeah, like,
and
I
it's
don't think like really blame you for that.
At that point, it's perception because the funny thing is, I think Under Night did it better. So it's not even bad because clearly, it's Unis, Uniclear, but then Under Night too. So now you know it's a full sequel. But I think part of the problem with anime games where they're harder to sell is visually, it's like people don't look at the art as much as they do like graphics in a sense, right? I feel like that's what might be the problem here.
I'm actually on the opposite. I'm very focused on the art.
And you would have noticed
because you know, like Footsie's game is way more important because they're smaller sprites compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, you remember Kuro when there were some people saying that objectively the art was worse in the new Under Night?
Oh yeah,
I didn't hear anyone say that.
Yeah, I guess
there's definitely some people who are saying that.
And I can see
like
why.
You heard me. I said it looked very like minimal difference.
Right, and again, that's the thing about art subject. And again, when you're trying to be faithful and it's hard. And no, the graphics are definitely better. I think the line art is cleaner, but I felt like my person's like I think it's. See, to me, again, I'm not a person. I feel like objective is better because it's clearer. It's a lot sharper, darker lines, and I think that's objectively better. But I feel like a lot of the art was lost in the new Under Night in a sense, right? Like I feel they were definitely more expressive.
Yeah, something like soul is what I see like people say about that. Yeah, like some characters lost like personality, some like soul to like their designs, like the artwork for them. But I don't really mind it.
Right, to me neither. But I can see why, and like I said, to me, I had a bigger problem with the voice work than I did the artwork, honestly.
What happened with the voice work?
Enkidu does not sound the same. Some of the now that you played enough Kuro, what are your thoughts on Carmine? Does he still sound like Carmine to you?
He does. Like it's the same voice actor and everything, but like his performance on some delivery is like not as like harsh or like
that's
cool to me. So
thank you.
Bro, it's his like drop dead, and I'm like drop dead.
Well,
it's still like it's just like not as heavy anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something going on in the Japanese industry about voice. I know it's not just me. Like I'm noticing. I noticed it in Tekken.
No.
And in
The English side is just weak game.
Oh yeah,
it's
because no one cares about English.
The voice directors for this is a whole other thing. But what I will say right now, just like the voice direction between like people in the US, how they're trained versus Japan.
Oh,
it's like
9 day difference. 9 day difference.
It's not even night and day. It's like a life cycle of a difference.
Yeah. So people are wondering
because your Japanese voice actors are trained to literally sound like they are not a fucking human being.
Yeah.
They are trying to sound like they are enveloped in a character. And I still say this sometimes with English voice actors. It's just like they sound like they are a character, not they are the definitive version of the character.
Exactly.
You cannot hear any other voice other than them.
Yeah.
Everyone else will sound like an imposter.
Yeah, and there's exceptions. A good example of Itachi's voice actor, even though it is, but like it's Itachi's voice actor. Or again, Luke, you know Luke's voice actor, right, Kuro? Like he's a meme lord.
Yeah.
He single-handedly saved Luke. We have very few people that are as good a voice, and part of it, again, he's clearly a good voice actor, right? It's just a shame, like, and it's funny because I heard the dub for one of the anime I like, the Misfit of Demon Kid Academy, and I was like, damn, this is good. And another one, and he voice acted both. I was like, who would have thought that he would have voice acted I feel like I said, it's the direction. Of course, the voice acting industry is too cliquey here. That's why I'm trying to get a lot of indie work for mine. But also in Japan, like, bro, people go to school and dedicate it's like in Japan's philosophy is, well, if you do anything, I don't have asset. They don't care. And here in the West, animation is just not taken as serious as in Japan. That's the core of the issue. Why the voice acting is so much better. Clearly, right now we have a new generation.
But this is another topic. This is another topic. We're already stretching out this episode.
I mean, it's fair enough. But Kuro, your thoughts on that?
Nah, I mean, I agree. I tend to play with the JP voices on like every game, like every fighting game I play. So yeah, I understand. Like I noticed like the huge difference between the two, right?
Right. And again, no hate on some of the dub actors. You know, you do it with your game.
Absolutely no hate on them. Absolute love for people who actually put in the effort to do these things and actually have their voice out there. I'm just saying the voice directions and you know how to portray the character really needs to up their game by like a century ago.
But yeah, I mean, if anything, have you guys heard anything about the voice directing in Japan? Has something happened? Has been a strut or something? Because like, why have two big major fighting games, Tekken and Under Night, and with the characters like, dude, we have our crazy characters. How do you fuck up Brian and Carmine's most iconic lines? Like, what happened here? Like, who's in charge? What's going on? You know?
I'm not sure.
I thought you were gonna talk about how like some voice actors are like getting reprimanded.
Oh, that's different.
Mostly from like Honkai and other games like that. But it's like most like what is it? International voice actors are just straight up getting arrested.
Oh, I think that's something we'd have to be more prepared for. Well, all I know is that apparently there's a voice act. What happened is some voice actors are being booty hurt in the West about, oh, we don't believe in the philosophy of this, and then the developer said, fuck it, we're only gonna do Japanese, and the fans were like, nah, we're fine. We only put like who listens to the dub anyways, because some dub actors think they're the hot shit. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation about the dub industry here in the West being super
that's like
toxic.
The saddest part about wanting to do voice acting. No one's gonna give a shit about English.
Yeah. I mean, look, if this is Kuro, are you happy that I'm doing the Tekken approach for my fighting game? How about that?
I would say so, yeah.
Do you know what I mean by Tekken? Like, in a sense? Do you know? I'm curious.
I think... Can you like elaborate on that? Yeah, like...
Yeah, okay.
I know
so what I mean is everybody speaks their native tongue.
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like, to me, it's super immersive.
They magically understand each other.
Yeah, they won't have that. They either do speak more than one language, or they have a translator with them. Or they have to, like, if it's a situation where it's a German and someone who speaks English, they kind of, like, say, oh, there's a bomb or something. They will try to, like... You know,
that
how
is
IRL.
The bum.
That's an example, by the way. I don't. But again, it's because I like it's immersive. Like one of my biggest features is immersion in my video game. Right? I like that. I hate being taken out of the experience. You know, stupid shit. But anyways, and we're not getting into too many details about that. But yeah, I mean, I just hopefully they do something. What's going on with the Japanese voice acting industry as far as video games? Because anime seems to be fine for the most part. But I haven't watched a lot of anime. Curious, Kuro, have you watched any anime recently besides the greatest one being Spy X Family?
Not in recent years, not in recent. Mostly like read stuff nowadays.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I had that stage at one point too. I was reading a fuck ton of manga and shit.
My good friend, who's like a manga and anime enthusiast, or he's very picky about his choices, but he just told me like the lineup is just gonna be like weak sauce. Don't give it a try. Don't give it a shot unless you're like there to just watch it out of boredom.
True. Yeah, because dude, what?
I said, Isekai? That's fair, but the VTuber one sounds that one's also.
Yeah, a good example. Isekai after Isekai after Isekai. Kuro, are you excited for the next Isekai?
Dude, Isekai number 40, number 37? Absolutely.
Oh my god. But yeah, is there any more Evo topics? Is that pretty much everything as far as announcements? I mean, I feel like it's weird. I feel like that'd be something more.
Punk the choke.
Oh right.
Did not choke the time.
Yeah, did you hear about that, Kuro? That Punk actually won Evo now?
Yeah, he actually won for like Street Fighter. Yep.
Good for again. I also, you know, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I feel like, look, I like Mena, I like Punk. I think they're good, but I don't think they're the goats as well. Like, dude, I have very high standards to who I consider the goat. I'm sorry, maybe because I also compete too.
I was watching the whole like finals 6, and I just had to say Punk was choking the entire fucking time.
Dude, because it's not a secret. Us Mexican, or me being part of the Mexican community.
It's like so funny, like seeing like the amount of like biased people in the chat. It's like, Punk, what are you doing? Punk, fucking flop.
You know,
it's so funny. And as soon as he went, bro, it was so easy. It was so free. He was always gonna win. And it's like, bro, shut the hell up. Even the dude I was in the voice call with, he was like, you know, second place isn't that bad.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Vile. It was this other guy that I was hanging out with. I mean, and then when he won, it was like, Punk, you did it, man. You did it. I knew you could do it. It's like, dude, weren't you fucking saying second place wasn't that bad? Shut up.
All right. No, a good example, Kuro, you could probably get this. You played enough fighting games at a decent level where you know people have their strengths, like in a psychological sense. Like some people are really good in the clutch kind of thing, right? Or some people are good at
Dude, I already know what he's going to tell you.
Yeah, no, every Punk is notorious. Like Japanese players, like, wait, they figured out, what's his weakness? He cannot clutch. Like, he is not good in the clutch. He's the opposite of me. Like, bro, like, he's seen it firsthand. Like, bro, I had literally a pixel. Like, he did anything, and I was burnt out. I was like, nah, I got this. Got this, bro. He went from 75 to 0. Like, that's part of the clutch factor, you know? And Punk doesn't and again, he's again, same with Sonic, if anything, I think he's way better. No, Punk is clearly fucking good. He's definitely one of the best, especially like modern Street Fighter players. I think someone said that, same with Mena. But to me, they're not Daigo and Tokido, right? That's all I'm saying. They're clearly good and he deserves his wins, right? And of course, he was pretty decent in Street Fighter 5. But, I mean, if anything, I'm curious, Kuro, what are your some, like, do you know, at least you feel like you've grown enough as yourself as a player? Do you know what some of your strengths and weaknesses are in fighting games?
I would say so. Like, I would, like, give an example of that, of me being, like, unable to, like, really, like, notice adaptations in the opponent. Unless it's like very, very clear, like I have to have it pointed out to me as opposed to me just like noticing it.
Oh no! Do I really have to point out that a dude is not playing as flowchart can style?
I mean, no, but like
and this is like obvious, yeah. Like
good example. I feel like something here's a good one. Like I can be this sometimes, but like say someone starts maybe walking back more instead of like doing something, and it just completely throws you off, and you're not noticing why you're losing that interaction in a sense, right? Is that what you would say, Kuro? Like yeah, no, I get it, micro ones, but no, I'm actually decently good at seeing when people change. Like for me, it's harder to adapt. Like it's weird because I mean, we already know I'm a well-rounded kind of person. I guess it makes sense in a kind of sense. If anything, what kind of this is a good way to end out for the talk about our weakness. But you Borderlands are honorable. What do you think you know is a weakness for you? Like?
Oh, I absolutely know it. It's no secret that I love playing risky. It's a good and a bad thing, but mostly bad because I lose more. But the riskiness is part of like the showman thing that I do. It creates really fun moments like the matches that we have. Even though I am losing, it is always fun and it's sometimes always close.
So you're close. Yeah, it's funny because they basically have the same mentality as grapplers or even like Itabashi. Snake Eyes plays a bit more serious compared to most, but like you've seen it, right, Kuro? Or like they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for the anti-air anyways because like if I drop, okay, I lose, but if I get it, everyone's gonna lose their shit.
Yeah,
right?
They like risky the gamble.
I can already name 2 moments, like when I was in Burnout as Zangief and he had me in this really nice block string that to follow into what was it? Drive impact. But because I was in that block string, for some reason I did not collapse on the wall. I just took it normally, and we were both perplexed by that. And then there was a really funny moment that happened too recently, where I just straight up grabbed him out of Akuma 3.
Oh my, dude! Yeah, that was bullshit. That was mad bullshit. I mean, here's another thing. But Kuro, do you know what some of your like? If anything, here's another thing. Like for me. Like, oh, do you know about that video, that Kuro gaming video? I mean, Kuro, the one where he says the mind, the body, and the heart. You know that video, right?
Yes.
Oh, the type of player one?
Yeah. What would you consider yourself? I'm curious. Let me guess, actually. If anything, you know what?
I'm guessing he is the body.
I feel like he's maybe body a bit. Definitely a bit of... I feel like maybe he's a semi-balanced. Maybe he leans more towards... I don't know, actually. I feel like you're fairly balanced, but maybe I would say you're probably like maybe 2 or 3 at heart. Then I think you're more of a brains and I think you're more of a brains and a body player, but I don't know if you're brains more or body. But I want to say brains because you actually upload videos and you really like tech. That's my thought process.
I think I would consider myself like more body with like a bit of heart in there.
Really interesting. So you don't consider yourself much of like a lab or
guess who's got more read?
Interesting.
Nah, like, it just like depends on the game. But like for Carmine specifically, I feel like I can like lab out his stuff. Like that's what I've been putting videos out for, just like Carmine combos, right? Because like with him specifically, I feel like I can like learn that kind of stuff and like be able to show that off. But for other characters and like other games, not as much.
You know, it's funny because I was thinking, I feel like it also your chart can vary depending who you're using. I was literally just thinking that.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's at least
for
a
me,
baseline.
I have a consistent fighting style where I am very consistently a body and a heart with like a little bit of the mind, because I do lab a little bit to like understand my frame data as the characters I'm playing.
Right, I think everybody does.
And you know, it's like I at least want to know like a 1 or 2 true combo.
Right, but I think the main thing is we can all agree one of the key things about the 3, right, is that body is like clearly they're super either reaction or execution focus, right? That's the easiest. And then mind is like, do you love like option selects? Are you all about the frame data? Are you purely like, do you think about your fight 10 years in advance before it happens, right? Like there's a clear distinction, right? And then the read is like, do you play in the moment kind of shit, right? You know, and then there's a mix and match between who you play. And the thing is, if anything, what do you think is your base though, Kuro? What would you say? Clearly you fluctuate depending, like with Carmine you feel more definitely. Like, see, it's funny because you play Carmine, but even the way it's like I never seen you outside of Carmine more inclined. That's why I was like, okay, so that's kind of right. Like, what would you say is your base? And clearly, obviously, Carmine's your more body. And see, I was thinking body because you play Carmine.
Yeah.
Like, Carmine's an execution-heavy character. That's why I was thinking that. And people who have the heart or body will always lean towards hard execution characters. That's just the fact, right?
I think an example, I feel like I'm always playing a hybrid character.
Mm.
It's never like a true shoto. It's never a true mix-up. I always feel like I'm in like a mix-up a character.
And if anything, another. But yeah, what would you say is your stats, Kuro? If you could.
So for like a base point, like not going on character specific, I would probably go with brains on this one actually. Like I want to find a game plan, like something that just works, and just like stick with it, and like make sure I can always like go for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. No, nah, true. Yeah, no, I'm definitely like that. And it's one. Here's a question to you, Kuro. Which one do you think? And by the way, I always tell people like it basically rounds around to the stats to 9, and it doesn't matter what. What do you think I am? Am I a brains, a body, or a heart player?
Don't even bullshit us. We already know. It's just like it's a game of trying to not get you angry, because when you get angry, you are locked in more easily.
Fair enough. But Kuro, what are your thoughts? And I'm curious, what would you think of me? And you've seen me and everything. Hint, one of them is a 1. I'll say that much. So which one do you think is my weakest one, and which one's my
bullshit? There is only one.
But yeah.
For you, I think your one would be like probably like brain maybe.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I would have easily said the heart. He doesn't need.
I was thinking hard. Yeah, I was thinking hard, but.
Oh, there you go. That's yeah. So you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess mini split. But yeah, no. I'm 100%. Like I guess mine's easy. But you know why I'm a body player though. Clearly, right?
For the most part, yeah, from what I've seen of your Street Fighter gameplay and all that, yeah.
Exactly. But see, the brains, I guess I don't speak. No, you know how you shouldn't give. Wait, because I had this with my nooblets. They thought I was heart because I was a good teacher. I'm like, you don't necessarily have to have like good reading to be able to teach. You just have to be patient.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe you're playing into the same boat, but like, see, because you got the same thing as the videos. But if you really think about it, look at how technical I am, how much I cover frame data and shit like that. That was a dead giveaway that I was 100. No, remember how I told you I'd been here, dude? 90% of it was all pre-calculated. I didn't really have to go off the heart of it. I was just like, okay, option select down, all this, they jumped, okay, anti-air, up, Okazemi, Kara, up, okay, this, okay, final round, I know exactly what they're gonna do, command grab, GG, shake my hand, move on to the next person. Like, it was the least effort I've ever had to do for a tournament, bro. And that's what I realized, dude, I need to lab way more. And because we're the most consistent, we actually have the biggest high win ratio, I found out, because in the Kuro video. He's right, dude. I have a 75%.
Obviously.
I have a 75% win ratio on everything now. Like, if I were to hop on uni right now, too, I would have 75% win ratio. Because I just lab too much. I just have too much fun labbing shit. To me, that is the fun. Like, I even realized it in Street Fighter 5 when I first hopped on, dude. I remember I was still basically, like, barely a silver. Bro, I spent, like, 100 hours labbing over playing the goddamn game. But, yeah, I think that's a super important thing to know. I say this, I like doing this, so then that way when you go into a match, I mean, good question. When you do some matches, do you go in intentively trying to figure out your opponent? Like, what are they reaction heavy? Are they read focused? Like, do you do that, Kuro?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say like I don't think so. That's kind of what I meant. Like by one of my weaknesses, like I'm not like noticing that kind of stuff. With what I do when I try to go into a match is like try to do new stuff, like if I like develop anything like in my game plan or something like that, I try to like implement that. Yeah.
Right. No, that's fine. That's normal. That's something we all should be doing, right? But sometimes we get, and I think that's fine. It's still a good way to learn because you're focusing on yourself, right? But it's different when you're trying to improve. Daigo said it best, right? Tournaments are just the fruits of the labor, and I agree. I do that same, right? I feel like the fine case because like you're trying to improve yourself and see it in practical situations while facing an actual live opponent, right? Whereas adapting to the person could do, because even in Mortal Kombat, like my friend was doing it, like I was learning as I was going, but because Mortal Kombat players don't adapt too well, it was easy for me to pick up on stuff like, oh, I could just read them, right? And, you know, also I studied psychology to help me with that, like human tendencies. One of them, by the way, could trick Kuro. It says you're more or less the same as me. Your stats are basically close to mine. But is that people don't like to fall for the same shit 3 times in a row. It's the monkey brain, you know, fool me once, fool me twice, not 3 times. Like, they would rather not get thrown a 3rd time. They will eat the combo because they don't feel like getting humiliated by the 3rd throw. That is, like, a pretty decent rule. And you know what? That's true even for me. I do not feel like thrown 3 times in a row. Unless it's money's on the line, then I'll take the throw. See, that's, you know, Street Fighter mean, take the throw.
Take the throw.
Only exception, I'm a cap. That's why in Street Fighter, we get thrown. Like, you see us get thrown, like, dude, we're okay with getting thrown because we know, like, you know what? As long as I have a pixel, I can make the comeback. I can't make the comeback if he combos me. That's the only reason we take the throw. We can deal with the humiliation of getting grabbed 3 times in a row. Just ask Daimo. No, didn't he get grabbed like 5 times in a row?
He got grabbed in Street Fighter 5 tournament, right?
Yep. With Nakali.
He was like, 1, I
don't blame
2,
him.
Don't make it 3. He's going for 4. He's going 5.
It was a scary situation. If he got hit, he was gonna kill anyways. That's why he took the throw low key. Like, people don't look at that. Like, oh, it's like, dude, if Nakali hit him once, he was gonna die. But he died anyway. So what's up, Vile?
What's up?
But yeah, Kuro, I mean, if anything, where do you think your execution? Do you think it's peak or at least semi-peak? What about your reactions? A better question. How are your reactions, Kuro? What are your reactions?
I mean, they get once again, it depends on the game. Like, I think in something like a Street Fighter, I can like anti-air like consistent. Like, if you jump on me, I'm gonna anti-air you. But in something like Under Night, especially like in the sequel and 2 right now, if they go for like a throw on me, I'm like free. I just can't react to the throw fast enough. I can't like tech it fast enough.
Really? Oh,
like I could read it, I could see the throw's coming, but like I just can't like react to it and like press fast enough there.
Ah, okay. Well, fair enough. Okay. Yeah,
Wait, hold on. Side question, Kuro, do you want to throw down in 5 after this?
5 what?
I mean, like I'd have to re-download it, but.
Nah, fuck.
Yeah. But it's an interesting conversation about the mind, body, and the heart, and I think it really helps to elevate the gameplay and realize you're.
Bro, easily my weakest thing, even though like I still consistently have like pretty good reaction times. For whatever reason, whenever I'm just focused on the footsies, it's like the invisible gorilla theory. It's just like I'm too focused in the middle game to just like see the anti-air.
Yeah. That I can have that happen for sure. I have to divide my attention when it comes to the foot, and especially when I come from Tekken because nobody jumps in there. That's something.
No. It's especially weird because I have ADHD, so like my attention is like sometimes centered and sometimes all over the place.
Right. Yeah.
So like sometimes I can see it and I'm like, okay, easy anti-air, and then other times, huh?
Yeah,
I do like to look up and go, huh?
Yeah, no, I have ADD too, so I can. And the thing is, and I have another quick question for both of you, because I would say, what type of archetypes do you not play, Kuro? Like, do you not play grapplers because they're too slow or something?
Yeah, I don't play grapplers. I don't play charge characters.
Oh, really interesting. Honorable.
Wait, this dude doesn't play charge characters. Must have watched that LTG video.
Shut up. But anyways, what about you, Honorable? What archetypes do you not touch?
There isn't an archetype I don't touch.
So you're definitely jack of all trades. Fair enough. I guess one for me, I don't tend to like puppet characters. Well, I can fuck with puppet characters. I just like they're really hard and that's something else. Some certain trap characters, I don't mind. Like, I can play everybody. This clearly, looping back is like playstyle. Like, I'm clearly an aggressive. I seem patient, but only because I have to. But I am a very fast-paced, aggressive kind of person. I'm a very option select, reaction-heavy, aggressive person. I can also be defensive if I want to, but clearly because of Kazuya, I like aggressive offense. That's why I literally pick Kazuya and Guile, the most oppressive defensive characters in fighting game history. So
wait,
Kuro,
speaking of trap-oriented characters, sorry to cut you off. I remember when I was playing the Power Rangers fighting game. There's a gun character that's a zoner and a trap character.
Yeah, he's cool.
And that just messes with my head.
I love it. He's so cool. Like, I love characters like that. I love mixed characters like that. But yeah, Kuro, answer. Would you consider yourself a offensive player, a defensive player, or like somewhere in between? Clearly, like I said, you vary from character to character. Clearly.
Considering I play like mostly like set play, I like looping stuff on the opponent and just like not letting them play. I think I'm more offensive based.
There's a satisfaction to that for sure. I get that a bit, but I don't mind having to play neutral every now and then, right?
Yeah, I don't mind either. Yeah.
But no, I guess it's like, you know what? Fair enough. You play Carmine. That should have been a given. And do you definitely say you like speed characters more than anything? Like, do you like rushdowns, ninjas, and
absolutely, yeah. Like a lot of the older games, I always play the ninja characters, and they tended to be kind of like those lower health but like faster characters.
And the good
extra movement on that stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely like to me it's like, especially like that's like, if you notice, to me my favorite characters are jack of all trades, master of none. But I'm okay. Like, good example, Gil is a good example. He can set up traps, but it's super situational and not broken. It's like you've seen with his icicles. I still have the zone. I have good neutral footsies. Like, I hate short. If anything, here's another thing. What's something? So you would say you're definitely offense then, right? You're definitely offense in a sense, but you could definitely go like to neutral, right? I don't like being defensive. I get impatient. I don't know about you. Do you get impatient trying to play defense too much, Kuro?
Not so much. I don't think it's like I get impatient. I just like get stuck because a lot of the characters I play like tend to be like weaker on the defensive side. That's how they're balanced out, right?
Right, like I like having good defensive mechanics. Like, I can play footsies good as fuck. I'm not gonna bullshit that. I just like always having be able to do something. So for me, if a character doesn't, I like having projectiles, right? But I like all rounder. Like, I like having everything. Like, please give me a command grab, give me zoning. Like, I like having all the tools, but all the tools don't have to be broken. Yes, I like to mix, but don't give me the most brain dead 50-50 mixes when I have a command grab kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with balancing, right? Yeah, give me some traps, but don't give me the most busted trap shit on earth. Yeah, let me be a zoner, but don't give me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with having weaknesses, right? Like, I can see that, right? If anything, I'm a good example. It's like, I can sacrifice things. Like, I'm okay with not having super long range normals. I just like good mid range numbers. I don't have to have the best zoning as long as I can't get out zone or I have a good tool to deal with zoning. I can have a command grab, but it doesn't have to have the best range in the world nor the worst, and it doesn't have the most damage, and I don't have to combo from it. I just like having it as an option. As like, fuck you, you know, just because it's fun to me, right? Like, I like being a decent all rounder in a sense, right? That's why I like characters like Gil and shit. And even rip off Enkidu and Melty Blood. I forgot his name already. Like, he's literally my perfect character. Like, he has a command grab. The only thing he's missing is a projectile. And I was like, okay, cool, perfect. Same with Enkidu. Like, he has a parry. He doesn't have a command grab, though, nor a projectile. That's the only two things that make Enkidu perfect. Like, there's yet to be the perfect character outside of Gil for me. It's like, oh, he's got long buttons. You can confirm. You know, I just like, to me, I'm like, exactly. Another thing I noticed, my #1 trait I lean more towards to kind of compliment you is I like characters that say fuck you and everything around you. And you notice some of my favorite mains. Look at Azro, look at Sol and Potemkin. I like if we both press a button, it's my game. Like, I get the counter hit. I like having more speed in you. I like having more range. I like being able to do things you can't, or doing the things you can, but better. So that's top tier. Yeah, that's why I picked top tier characters.
So you like characters where the opponent is like, I am always losing until your health bar is actually 0.
Pretty much, right? Like, again, makes sense. But at the end of the day, guess what? At the end of the day, am I a trap character? No. Am I a set play? Like, I'm not, like, I'm overall really good, and generally, again, like, a good, basically not a jack of all trades, but a god of some trades, if that makes sense, right? Like, instead of having all the tools, I like the few tools that I do like to be strong. And even then, they don't have to be the strongest. Because at the end of the day, you know, if I try to out-grapple the grappler, he's going to win me. See, like, again, that's why when I played Potemkin against Sol was one of the characters I actually protect or respect in Guilty Gear. Because his counter would beat my counter. But we have both, like, it's weird. Because Sol players don't have to respect anybody. But as a Potemkin, you know, it's a gorilla versus another gorilla. Like, oh, you know, like, wait, we're both gorilla. But that's why I like that, like, I have to respect a fellow gorilla. But if you're a Eno or a Chip, no, fuck you. I press triangle, lick my left nut. Right, like I like that again, like the uniqueness that I was talking about. Like there is still clearly weaknesses. Like if I try to outspeed, you know, any of Kuro's characters, that's not happening. But I can do it and have fun. Like I don't mind. Like, oh man, I want to run against like Kuro's ninja character. Like I'm gonna lose, but it's something I find fun. That's why I like facing Chip a lot actually in Guilty Gear, even as a Sol player. Like we're both just moving around the screen. The thing is, he can hit me more consistently. I hit him one time, he's getting a fat counter hit, and that's like the meta. That's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like again, I could do the same thing. Again, I'll beat you at everything else, but when it comes to, I shouldn't beat the specialist at his specialism, right? Like I shouldn't outzone the zoner, you know? That's what I'm getting at, right? Like I like having all these good tools, and the only time I should worry, like again, Urian, if I can zone against Gaia, but I'm not gonna win. Like we're at a even pace, but I can lose the zoning battle. But I have better normals than him. I can do fierce, other shit like that. You know, it's like I like that I can be better than all the other tools than you. But the tool that you're specialist at, that's still your specialty, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then,
and even
then I have some weaknesses. Like, good example, like with charge characters, like, oh, I have to think of charge or something. And to me, these characters are clearly overpowered. Clearly. Also, make them hard as shit to use. Make them hard as fuck to use. Make them not easy to use, like Abigail. To me, that just makes it stupid. You know, like give me like a, you know what I'm saying? Like make them like I like top tier characters for a reason. I don't like being cucked out of options, but don't make me super overpowered where it's boring, right? Like I want an honest top tier. That's where I'm at, right? An honest top tier. I like earning my footsies. I like earning my because I mean I like earning everything. That's why I like having all those tools. Like, oh, you have all these tools, yeah, but you notice none of them are super cheap. I'm not gonna be as cheap as a mix-up as Carmine or your mix-up characters. Like, I can mix, but they're honest mixes. Kind of like, it's funny, like Enkidu. Enkidu doesn't have to work for his pressure. He has to work to get in. That's why I like Enkidu. Like, oh, I can pressure and he has his parry and all this other cool shit, right? I just wish he didn't have to struggle again. Like, Enkidu would be better if he just didn't have, I hate, by the way, my biggest pet peeve, I don't like bad matchups, period. I just don't. I like every matchup just being either even or in my favor. Maybe I'm a predict, but at the end of the day, I like being able to approach them different. Like if I don't play this matchup different, then again, because you character uniqueness. And again, like I said, my weaknesses could be like, okay, yeah, I have more range, but my medium, like, for example, Urian's medium, oh, it's not going to be as good as, you know what I'm saying? You could look at all the moves and be like, someone else can do that specifically better. Because then what would be the purpose of the other character?
To be fair, Urian has crouching medium kick.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but let's ignore that it's stupid broken, right? Let's assume it's actually not as broken. My point stands, though, right? You're going to say, like, if you think about it, like, yeah, I actually just want honest top tiers. You know, I hate when it becomes a one-sided fight, in a sense, right? Like, I like earning my mix, if that makes sense. But yeah, sorry I went off too much about my playstyle and shit and stuff like that. And clearly, like I said, one of the main things outside of option selecting, I'm super reaction focused. Have you seen that, Kuro? Have you seen some of my clips? Have you seen my reactions when I just wait and I'm like, they're gonna do something and then just react?
Oh, dude, yeah, your Street Fighter clips, yeah.
Dude, oh yeah, no, I had in the other one. Like, no, I pride myself in my reaction. Oh, and my execution. Have you seen? No, did you see my Reina clip where do ya?
Oh yeah, the one you posted like not too long ago. Yeah.
So to me, that's the fun, right? I pride myself in finessing my opponent, right? But my other thing is to use and I play every archetype, like I said, just some, not as much. Some, I care more by character than anything. I play everybody. But one thing I can't stand, my pet peeve, is I hate stubby normals, bro. I'd rather play a fucking shitty zoner, grappler, charge, rushdown shoto or some bullshit that's unfunctional as fuck. Basically, Kyosuke from Capcom vs SNK. Over someone with stubby normals. That's my pet peeve. What is your pet peeve, Kuro? And then to you, Honorable.
I think that was probably one of them too, because like I love moves that like move you forward or kind of like a slide kick or something like that. Anything that either has like decent range or like moves you forward. If it just keeps you in place, I'm not kind of exactly a fan of that. That's something that
I agree with you. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, it's something I noticed about like myself in some of the more recent games I've been playing.
Yeah, I hate that. It doesn't feel right. Like you just feel like you're stiff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when you're trying to do something, you're like, oh, bro, just let me fucking like. I'm okay if some moves are like that, right? But give me like again like a guile back kick to like, okay, let me move forward while I'm attacking kind of shit, right? Honorable, what's your pet peeve for any character that you can't stand?
I think a small pet peeve of mine is like having to time correctly, not exactly a 1 frame input, but like juggling a character in the air like with precise timing. Especially if it's like a net-based connection where it doesn't have rollback, because when you're trying to do a combo like just a normal combo and requires you to have a specific timing when you're juggling, it could just be thrown off because of lag, like that 2 or 5 frames of lag.
Yeah.
So a good example is is that why you wouldn't use a Mishima in Tekken 7 because of its bad netcode? I didn't, because I'm like, I'm not trying to do electrics in this lag.
I said it's a small pet peeve because it's just like, I just gotta practice it more, and hopefully I will get it more consistently, even in online.
Right, no, I agree with you. I've seen those characters too that you say. I think Bullet's kind of like that with the weird air shit, but like I don't like using this character specifically because online can ruin it. But now that we have rollback, I am again. Look at me, I actually play Mishimas now because oh my god, the online's good where I can do this. Because to me, I know I can do it, and I know it takes time, but like I don't want to get cooked because of the online. It's just gonna make me sour, and I don't want to play the game anymore, right? But with rollback, a lot of that's been fixed in a sense. Yeah, but I guess another one thing I want to say, why specifically do you not like grapplers? I want to emphasize on that a bit more. Is it because purely they're too slow, or does it follow the rule? Because they do have moves that move them forward, right? I'm not mistaken. Kuro?
Yeah, a lot of them do, yeah.
Not quite like Potemkin.
True. But yeah, like, I mean... Yeah, go ahead, Kuro.
Yeah, I want to say, like, yeah, Potemkin's kind of like the only like grappler I really like.
Oh, yeah.
And part of it, the reason is too, so like I don't like doing 360s, but like Potemkin only has a half circle, so I could 100% like do his grab.
Oh, so it's because of the motion input, right?
Part of that, and yeah, they're just like slow.
Yeah,
I don't like playing like a character that feels like I'm playing with like built-in lag.
Again.
Okay. I need to interject my opinion here.
Okay.
How do you struggle on a full circle? Maybe it's because I've played video games for like damn near all my life and it's always been on a pad. How do you struggle with full?
Also, do you play an analog stick, Honorable, before we go to Kuro?
I do. I switch between D-pad and analog.
Okay,
although for obvious reasons, I do analog when I do full circle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Kuro, to answer his question, go ahead.
Like ever since I switched to like hitbox, I play on Gliverless now. Those things are like, mad hard to do on that thing.
That's a huge.
Those things are mad hard on it.
Yeah.
On stick, like I could do them. Like it's not that I have an issue like doing the input so much. It's just like doing them combos or like in like an actual like fights is where I have more of an issue. Like I can't do them off of like standing position. I got to do like a jump and then do it right.
Yeah. No,
I would love to have a cheater box myself.
Cheater, oh, man, I don't think
it's like it's definitely like in a lot of ways, it does cheat inputs, but at the same time, it's like not like fully free, right? Like 360s, like half circles on those things are like actually hard.
You know
I say it as a meme, ironically, because I would actually like a hitbox.
No, dude, Clockwork's trying to get one, bro. Because he loves keyboards. So again, that's what I love about inputs. And Kuro, you already know I'm a full analog stick player, right?
Yeah.
Full. And one of the best ones in the world, next to the dude who also plays. Why are two of the best God players in the world analog stick players? Someone explain to me this. And people are like, "What? You can't play charge characters on analog stick?" Me and him said, "Hold our motherfucking guile.
Hold my pad."
Yeah, you know that, right? Kuro, one of the best ones. Nephew, I think is his name. He's an analog stick player.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to have like my own like big 3 sticks. I have pad, I have stick, I have hitbox, I have all the options.
I can't do hitbox, bro. I'm gonna stick with my arcade, man. I love my arcade, my Quamba crystal. That shit's cool as fuck. It glows and shit. But yeah, no, that's funny. Yeah, no, like I said, a good example. Like, okay, a character I have to force myself to play, or 2 of them, but I do like playing, is Kage and Nakali, dude. Their normals are so fucking stubby. Like you've seen it, right, Kuro? Where like it's like they bend their knee so they don't extend it all the way. Like they did that on purpose, just like balancing. Dude, I don't care. It looks awful and it feels awful. Just give them that long ass normal, please. And it's specifically medium kick, bro. Like have you seen it at least before, Kuro? The animation for
I think so. Yeah.
Like that's what I can't stand the most out of anything. Stubby normals, bro. Is there anything else you want to it? Like I said before, I head off to work in 10 minutes.
Oh